Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
Have you seen that video of Peter Beardsley doing comedy, by the way?
Yes, on Phoenix from the Flames, Flames, Phoenix.
Is that why
from
he's
the
doing
Flames,
that?
Phoenix from the Friday. Why?
Because I saw it and didn't know what it was out of context.
Great.
Welcome to...
What's it called? A man with a space in his head.
Doug in it, yeah.
That's right. And he goes, is this thing on? I'm like, all right, Beardsley.
Have you heard Peter Beardsley's attempt at when they were auditioning for who was going to get the part of the John Barnes rap, and John Barnes won? But Peter Beardsley, yeah.
God.
You've got your who?
It's like this is the Sherry Martell version of Shawn Michaels theme.
It's worse than that.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. You're listening to the dulcet tones of myself, Matthew, joined as always by the illustrious Ross Waddell.
Thank you, Matthew.
And the amazing Jack the Jobber.
Hello.
Good evening. How
We were
the hell
doing
you-
jazz hands on the people listening.
Oh,
on
yeah,
the-
it's going to work with the audio.
Yeah, I'm all right, cheers. I just got recommended a podcast on my podcast feed. There, I got a notification and it said, "Will boxing win the war against YouTubers?" So that's the sort of spirit. Yeah, because there's been a lot of KSI won another fight, didn't he? He's called out Jake Paul.
Good.
Aye, how are you, Matthew?
I'll be even happier if KSI, best YouTuber in all of the United Kingdom,
Excuse me.
and maybe even
What about
Ireland as
us?
well. I don't know.
All right, what about?
Let's have a look at the numbers, shall we?
No, it's
Yeah,
not a
well,
numbers
yeah,
game.
there you
It's
go.
not a numbers
We're
game
a
at all.
niche interest, actually.
Yeah.
So is he. He does boxing and Prime.
No.
And how you doing,
The
Ross?
best shot.
I'm fine. It's Wakey Wines. Just answer Jack's question then.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Aye, fine. Nothing to report. Good week. Restaurant week in Newcastle.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Do you do it? Did
Oh,
you go?
yes. The Holy Hoobo yesterday.
Was it good in the end? I remember you
7
saying.
out of 10.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Could have been better, could have been worse. 7 out of 10. Nice cocktails. Can't say
Cock sales.
that. What?
You said cock sales.
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't.
That's what I heard.
Joel shaking his head. He's got he's got the cans on his ears.
Oh, wait. Going to...
Nice
no.
alcoholic beverages.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's it. Restaurant week. That's the news.
I went to a Vika.
You went to a restaurant, did you?
Well, it was restaurant week. We thought might as well use one that. Yeah, but it was
what type of restaurant was it?
a Vika. Japanese, I think. It does various different types of. But it was
Other
two
countries
courses for
available.
£15.
Ah,
That's
but
pretty
it's a
good.
posh
Restaurant
place,
week.
isn't it?
Restaurant week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was quite
Was
posh.
it just yourself?
Well, no, I went with Bethany. Oh right, I see what you're doing here. I see what's going on. No, I didn't take my laptop to the restaurant. It's got to be
good week.
it's got to be in Italian apparently.
They must have been shut that day, yeah?
What, the Italian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
So, what did you have at the Japanese restaurant?
I had a starter of chicken katsu sushi. I got like 4 little wraps of chicken katsu, and then my main was a beef skewer. It was delicious
Oh, okay. Cool. I went
with some
to-
sort of like chili beef sauce on it, but it was like with like Japanese veg and stuff. It was all done in. It was very nice, very nice. What about you? What did you say there?
I went to the Thai place in Eldon Square that I can't remember the name of. And I went there because like, oh, I'll have some duck. Went there, ordered the starter, ordered the main course. Oh, sorry, we don't have duck. So I had beef shin.
Beef
Oh.
shin,
Kind of like duck.
right?
You've got no taste
Never
like
had,
myself, I
never
guess.
had beef shin.
Evans by this haircut, I don't have that. So it was nice because you have that with the noodles and the soup. So then you eat the noodles and the beef and you just drink the soup afterwards.
Oh, yum yum yum.
How's it? What makes it shin?
It's
I
off
wondered
its-
about that.
Not much meat on the shin, is there?
Scrape it off.
Especially on a bloody big raging bull.
My
You know, I
word.
hadn't thought about that until now. They really sell the idea of like, no, it's beef shin. You're like, wow, that's obviously the most tender bit of the beef.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Ah.
Have you ever had beef shin? I've never had beef shin.
Joel says no.
No.
No. Well, that's enough preamble. We will get in the news and give you the usual amount of silly bollocks that we usually give on the show. But I'll start off with the big news this week. The very sad news of the passing of Jay Briscoe. Long time. Which, in my head, I'm like, he's not been wrestling that long because he's an indie guy from the early 2000s. And you go, look what year it is. You go, oh, no,
Yeah.
like 2 decade long.
They won their first tag team titles with his brother, obviously, 20 years ago this very year.
Wait, 20 years ago, this very.
It's 2023 now. They won their first
Ring of
tag
Honor.
team titles, Ring of Honor, 2003.
God, with the managed by Cornette back then.
I read that he was in the first ever Ring of Honor match as well.
Oh, yeah, that might be true, actually.
I think I saw it on Twitter, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's crazy that him and his brother have had so much influence and people know about him, considering they never had big runs with the companies that were big from when they were still wrestling. I mean, O2, WWE, or TNA, stuff like that. A few appearances on early TNA, but just every indie in America pretty much had them. Came over here plenty, did Tours of Noah, and obviously been in the big with Ring of Honor, probably the career that they're most associated with. And just last year, having 3 of the best matches of the year with FTR. You may have heard of them. May have mentioned a few times here on the wrestling podcast. To see it come to an end like that, it can really just mess you up, kind of how things can happen like that, and you're just scrolling through Twitter and having a nice time, and just Tony Khan has this news, and you just go, "What?"
Yeah, it was. It's really shocking. He was very young. I think he was about to turn 39. And obviously, I think we should also make clear as well. We need to extend our best wishes to his family, especially to his daughter who was involved in the accident as well. It's just a horrible one. Again, I know we say it when someone passes away, but this one, along with the Brody Lee one, has shown how many people he positively impacted in the wrestling industry. Like, so many people had stories. So many people came out with good, and people who hadn't met him came out with like there was so many. I saw someone tweet something like, "It shows how talented Jay Briscoe was that I've seen about 20 different tweets saying this match is a classic of his, and they're all different matches,
That was
singles and tag and everything."
That was the thing. I was genuinely trying to figure out, because I watch them from when they were so young in CZW that they had to wear masks and be like the Midnight Outlaws. I think someone uploaded a picture of that to get back through. What they called the guys who check the shows and make sure everything's all right. And I think one time they had the Briscoes appear next to them and go "Oh, hey, who are you guys?" to show it wasn't them, and it was. Everyone knew it was. From 01 to last month or whatever. I tried to think of any bad or mid matches they had, and I couldn't think of any.
They can do different styles as well. The Briscoes, they did just last year. They had, obviously, as Ross said, they had the three with FTR, or as you said, I don't know, as you both said, they had those 3 with FTR. But they also I remember watching one over WrestleMania weekend, I think, or a CZW or a GCW show where it was this horrible bloody street fight with 4 different tag teams in, and obviously the Briscoes excel in that as well. Also, even though he's a great wrestler, his promos just amazing. Yeah,
they were always from the wrong side of the tracks, they're going to get you, reach for the sky and all this. And then the Ring of Honor 2010s, they just changed their style somewhat to be over-the-top parodies of themselves.
Especially, well, Jay could do the funny stuff, but he was the serious one as well when Mark was the wacky one. Well, still is the wacky one, I guess. But I was watching some promos just yesterday, and the one that stands out, I think, the cosmetically pleasing one, where they talk about being for a tryout, not cosmetically pleasing. And they just own the fact that they weren't the typical WWE guys. It was really good. It's a horrible one.
It really is, and in a quick way as well. Obviously they tweeted some stuff out, both of them separately on separate occasions. Some stuff that was very negatively received by lots of people, and I guess always not about myself, but it made me not like them as much or not care about them as much for years. So I'm like, okay, cool. You want me and my mates dead, fine. But to see them, wrestlers of the past days, and I think they'll be doing it for a few weeks before that anyway, say no, they regret that. They've tried to show that they've come forward. They gave interviews saying, "Look, I regret saying that. I thought I was saying what God would have wanted to say," and all this stuff. And
almost mocking themselves for how they thought back then, I guess, in tone.
And to see that people can change, is something you remember. Because the part of me was just shut up, whatever. Just you try and make excuses for themselves. No, you need to accept some people can change if they've done something to annoy the hell out of you.
I think, obviously not in all cases. Sometimes it is what you were saying, but I think in the case of the Briscoes, it did seem consistent and it did seem genuine. So it's important to mention that.
No, it was 10 years of it being that way, wasn't it? Just consistently doing things to show how they were.
I read they donated to certain causes that would have been the very opposite of what they and that sort of thing. So it's a crap one. I was fortunate enough to interview them, the Briscoes ones, and
I felt
I told this story on Twitter. And it was a Ring of Honor Supercard in 2017 when we went over for Mania 33. And I was like so inexperienced with interviews and stuff. And I didn't know them. So, you know, when you just assume a wrestler's like what they are, I was like, oh no, they're going to be so scary. And I was interviewing them, and clearly it's not the best interview in the world. Like, I wasn't very good. And I think they could tell I was nervous maybe because they just sort of hijacked the end of the interview. Because I went like, Jay, you've obviously met success in the singles division in Ring of Honor in the past. You're a Ring of Honor world champion. And he went, 2-time, brother. I was like, 2-time?
Right.
And then I was like, do you think Mark could meet similar? And he went, I just want to say, what kind of single success do you think Mark's had like? And Mark went, I kicked your ass when you first came in this building. And then he went, I kicked your ass 15 minutes ago. And then they just started like squaring up to each other. And I sort of took the cue and like was like, thanks very much, I'll see you soon. And then ran off camera. And then they start like drawing a line on the ground and stuff. It was really funny. Yeah. About a year later, met him again in England when he was doing a tour over here. And not expecting it to, but I was like, oh, we've met before. Like we did. And he was like, yeah. And he remembered it totally. And I was like, it was such a small thing, especially in a career where he's having amazing matches all the time and amazing things. For him to remember it, and it wasn't like he was pretending. He was like, yeah, when me and Mark did the thing, like he genuinely remembered it. Okay. And it meant a lot. And I was like, wow, what a guy. So I can totally see why people have come out and said, like, I think the common tone of a lot of people's tweets and stuff about him have been that they were new in the business or nervous or inexperienced, and he made them feel welcome. That seems to be a common theme.
Yeah. So, yeah. Any favorite matches or moments?
I'm really glad they had that series last year, like a late career resurgence. Because, you know, they've had amazing matches all the way through their careers, Jay in tag and singles especially, but I really struggle. It sounds like a cop-out answer because it's so recent, but the first one they had last year with FTL was so good. That was a Supercard, I think. Mm-hmm. So probably that one for me. Have you got any?
I like about 10 CCW ones. It goes like the SATs or whatever, but... I didn't watch much Ring of Honor around that time, but I made sure to go out and check Jay Briscoe versus Samoa Joe in the cage. Okay. Just because I got told how much Jay bled.
A lot of people were sharing that image.
Oh, I was going to say, there's something of the Age of the Fall when I got started, when I was Seth Rollins and Jimmy Jacobs. That's right. So they've just had a match. I forget who they were wrestling against, the Briscoes, but I believe it was a ladder match. That's
right. I can't remember who.
So Jimmy Jacobs attacks them and says, it's the Age of the Fall, new thing. He's wearing this big white coat, which is important to the angle. And then I believe it's Jay.
I think it's Jay.
Just obviously, whips him open like that and proceeds to cut this promo underneath him as he just bleeds on top of him. And by the end,
it's an insane visual. Like it's ridiculous.
It was like, oh, okay.
Mm. Yeah,
I'm sold.
Yeah,
and I never proceeded watching Ring of Honor ever again. But I like that angle.
If anyone wants a more comprehensive, like anyone wants to find out more matches and moments and stuff of Jay Briscoe's career, just go on Twitter now because it's been
Google Briscoe Brothers good matches.
Yeah.
Sounds as if there's a shortage of them. God,
I had never seen the one where he takes the title off Steen, like when he saves Ring of Honor. I'd never seen that before this week, and you can see the connection you have with the crowd and that. Like you don't get that sort of reaction for everybody, do you? So aye.
So maybe just to try and end it on maybe a bit of a positive or a funny one, where he's doing I just saw a clip from like a Colt Cabana live show, and the Briscoes are his guests, and he asks them what the stupidest thing the other one's done is, and he goes, Mark, what's the stupidest thing Jay's done? And he said, right, we're on a plane, business class, being flown somewhere, back from Europe to America, and he says, he's a few rows ahead of me, Jay, and I need to get up to go to the toilet, so I walk past him, go to the toilet. When I come back out, he's fast asleep, no shirt on, in the plane, and Jay goes, brother, I passed out, and woke up in America. I was like, that's so genius. Yeah.
It's worth mentioning as well the legendary Ring of Honor story that people shared for years. Power Slam shared it this week. I think it was Nigel McGuinness they were interviewing. They talked about the Briscoes because I think Mark tried to sell his fake teeth on eBay. I think they had to withdraw it because you can't sell body parts on eBay, and technically that counts. Okay. And they were like, they're so wacky. And he went, One time, the Ring of Honor locker room was waiting in an airport for ages, and they saw there was one of those intelligence checks they do. And he went, this would be a good laugh. And they all did it. And this has been going on for years, the story, and I hope it is true. To me, it's true. The 3 smartest people in the Ring of Honor locker room, the technical exposition that is Ring of Honor, the smartest wrestlers, right, Ross? Mm-hmm. The 3 smartest people there were Jay Briscoe, Mark Briscoe and Necro Butcher.
Isn't it known that Necro Butchers? Well, that's off topic.
anyway.
He owns glasses, for goodness sake.
It's got to be clever. So that story, just imagine Bryan Danielson going, oh, let's see what he got. What? Like Triple H at the Rumble, looking at the number he's just got. Like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. As Jack said, our condolences to the Briscoe family. And
Best wishes to his daughter as well. Yeah, so it's a sad one.
absolutely. And just, remember what you've got. Make sure that people know that you appreciate it. So that's obviously a big thing to get over. I'm going to carry on the rest of the podcast.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon's actions in WWE no longer need stockholder approval. Vince McMahon's return to WWE. He's back, by the way. He's ruffled some feathers with one WWE shareholders suing McMahon over his return to the company. But now, I guess, because a lot of technical jargon here, I guess it's because he has the majority share. Either he says it, if he doesn't say something, then it can't happen.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's what he threatened them with last week, and he changed the bylaws or something, and now it's actually,
Yeah.
Triple H has held 2 meetings recently, according to Fightful. Raw, before SmackDown and before Raw in the past week, where seemed like the message of both meetings was the same. It was basically, don't worry, I'm still in charge of creative. But then he also sort of admitted that he takes advice from Vince or will listen. But he framed it as like, I listen to Vince, I listen to all kinds of different people. And it's like...
Yeah. Triple H as the Iraqi defense minister. Oh, God. I've just dated myself even more. Sorry about that. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. The tank's behind him.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Right. Okay. Well,
We're winning. Oh, whatever.
Was this 2003? So,
yes.
Okay. Right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Vince McMahon is back. He's doing what he wants. Does that really count as news?
I don't know if he's doing what he wants. He can do. Well, I don't know if he can do what he wants, because we've seen a couple of parties this week who are shareholders. We got that wrong in the news yesterday.
Why?
Remember the fire department was getting
Detroit,
involved.
yeah.
They've got stocks apparently. And that's why
That makes sense.
That's why they're suing.
All
them.
right. Okay.
He's getting sued left, right, and centre at the moment, Vince, from all the sort of
What
shareholders.
else is new?
So on paper, it looks like he can do what he wants, but I don't think in practice he maybe can.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs the approval of certain people. Maybe that's why he brought back George and Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I don't know if you got it in your notes, but Ross was talking about Nick Khan.
You said he can't do what he wants. He can't do what he wants. Well, Nick Khan has said, sell it to Saudi Arabia. Tish and piffle, good sir, or words to that effect. No, it was 100% made up. He didn't say
That's
who
what
made
he
it.
says,
It would be
yeah.
great if they did a follow-up question. He goes, who made it up? He goes, well, I did, to see how well it would have been received. That's how you know it's made up. So that was interesting. He also said some other stuff about Vince that we will leave alone.
Which was taken out of context.
Oh, it
should
was
say.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're referencing, what he said was okay. It was what he was talking about. What was shared on Twitter was about George and Michelle being rehired, not the previous things that McMahon might have done.
Yeah. But
I thought
Yeah.
that's cruel.
Yeah, it totally
Even to
sounds
Vince,
like,
that's mean.
It totally sounds like, yeah.
We had Lewis in here listen to the entire thing
What,
yesterday.
Dangle?
No,
man.
Lewis House.
Beardsley.
I know.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, you thought I was being serious.
No,
We flew him in business class. He had a shirt off when he arrived.
But if you saw that going around on Twitter a couple of days ago, he wasn't actually speaking about the previous doings of McMahon.
Yeah, but it did sound like it. Yeah.
He was speaking about Michelle and George coming back.
Yeah, he's speaking about certain business practices might have been accepted back then and all that sort of stuff. But it really sounded like he was saying things he's done. It's fine. Yeah,
Wrestling Twitter.
I know.
Is that their revenge? I was saying, how dare you say we made up that rumor that we made up?
Well,
We'll
He
call
did
you out of
directly
context.
reference the guy who, I forget, I keep wanting to call him...
Oh, do you name him?
Wait, it's Mulhausen, isn't it?
oh, Steve Muehlhausen. He
Steve
said
Muehlhausen.
he didn't say him by
okay.
name, but he said the guy who first reported it has now deleted the tweet. So that was Steve from DAZN.
Yeah. I blocked him.
Oh, did you?
Fake news.
I,
The respected
Fair enough,
wrestling
I suppose.
journalist here.
Where?
He's out of my zone. He's saying Vince isn't doing what he wants. Well, indie content being pulled from WWE Network.
Harmoniously, Lily, though.
oh,
Yeah.
In the words of Progress.
Yeah, with their newest show, Progress to start spreading the news.
I
You know,
thought
the
that
thing
was
that you were-
I thought that was a joke.
I
Until,
thought that was a joke as well
that's
because,
true.
you know-
we called it that for a reason. I'm like, all right, okay.
Yeah, we're off the network. Actually, we've said things vaguely similar, saying, yeah, we're off. And we'll be looking at other places to give our stuff to.
Right.
Yeah.
WXW as well?
WWE have been featured on there. They already have their own streaming services anyway.
Okay.
Evolve, well, they're going to be on there for a while anyway.
Well,
to
Evolve
build the show.
doesn't exist anymore, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't say I watched a lot of them, if any.
Same.
No, same.
Literally can't remember the
No,
last
I
time I watched
paid
one of them.
far less attention to them once they went on the network. Not as like a political stance, not like a no, I'm punk rock. I'm only gonna just because it seemed. Well, they all. Let's be honest. The UK wrestling scene, they all had less of a following after that. Everything.
Yeah, like
All the wrestlers have been signed. So yeah.
Yeah, it was such a shame to see people who are like, yeah, that's me, I'm independent, I do what I want, what a great character, and then see him on the WWE Network going, that's right, tonight in this ring, quite frankly, I'm going to get you for the prestigious.
Well, quite frankly,
Yeah,
is that
it's
your
you're just saying all the
WWE
WWE-isms, yes.
superstar? Okay.
At the hashtag premium live event here
Quite frankly.
at the Dolphin Centre in Darlington.
I hope they all survive, though.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
the
do
big
as well.
concern. You would imagine. Like, I imagine it was getting a yearly cash injection rather than the big pot of gold that Progress allegedly got way back in the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully they'll land on their feet. I think it'd be
Yeah.
a better thing for wrestling at that level over here. Surely being taken off of there, being able to go and find somewhere new and spread their wings.
Yeah, surely.
You'd think so,
If
given
they
the fact
can-
that every time they came to the UK, the NXT UK superstars would never be on a UKW tour, and you're like, well, what's the point in
They
this?
weren't the first time.
The very first time,
We
yes.
saw the Muscle Cat in the Telewest Arena.
We did.
I can't remember if it was
He showed us 12 seats.
Oh.
I remember Connors was on the card. I can't remember who else was there. I don't even know if the Muscle Cat was
Looking
there.
back, I can't believe in WCPW they loaned us Joseph Connors back for one night. In hindsight, that would never happen now.
That the Shane Douglas WWE story. What do we have to do to get Joseph Connors?
I could probably
Ask.
If it happened now, Connors would turn up. They wouldn't know, would they?
Well, no,
Been on the
it's
wire.
I think that's what he was doing towards the end. It's like, have you left the weed? They don't know I've left. I'm on standby duty. I'm just hoping you don't call me in for a shift.
Quick trivia question, guys.
Go on.
Who did Joseph Connors replace in the tournament? Who dropped out? Because it was after the regional stages, and it was like the quarterfinals.
Oh, so it wasn't any. Oh, okay.
Joe Coffey.
No. He wrestled Joe Coffey.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's got to be English, hasn't he? Obviously. 'Cause
No,
it was-
it was Canadian.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's not that. We can't say his name, can we? If it's the one.
Can we not?
Who is it?
The protein thief.
Malcolm Elgin.
Yeah, Elgin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was Elgin.
Yeah, it was him. Yeah. Oh, okay,
Okay.
great. Oh, we can say his name. We're just not
Connors
happy to say
stole
it.
his spot that night, yeah.
protein thief. I don't want to just
I forgot about that.
the alleged protein thief.
I love that. You know what? Let's not go into that.
Okay.
But yeah.
So how did
yeah.
that work then with an Englishman representing a Canadian? What was that about?
Just let it
It's a
happen.
World Cup.
Just let it happen. I think.
Ah.
It's like no one cares.
Yeah, but did you hear the pop? It was that's not being sarcastic. It was a big pop.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, of course. I remember that. So yeah, all those UK indie people will be off the network, and Justin Sysom did nothing wrong. Tatanka,
Where's he at now? That's a question.
I checked his
Saving
cage match. He
another
hasn't wrestled
industry.
for a while, so
Yeah. Well, does he
I
not?
think just a stunt work more.
Fair enough.
Because see the shape of him.
A
Whoa.
beautiful man doing stunt work.
I
It's not
got
the face.
I got told that he once did a spear from the floor
Yep.
through the middle rope into the ring,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, he didn't.
I hope he had his cape on at the time.
It was yeah.
He yelled, "Wee!"
It was some members of the ring crew telling me at WCPW, and I was like, no, he didn't. And then one of them got a phone out and went, there you go. And I watched it, and I went, oh my god, he is a real hero.
He's a butcher's dog come to life.
Yeah.
No, they're alive, man. That was the wrong expression. Anyway, Tatanka to miss WWE Raw 30th anniversary.
Ah.
Sorry. I know we're all tuning in to see Tatanka. He's commented that even though WWE contacted me 5 weeks ago, I will not be attending the 30th anniversary show. Instead, has noted my son's wrestling team won the regional championship and we're heading out town to the state championship. No better place I'd rather be. Hashtag father, hashtag son.
Oh.
So he's missing a show to attend his son's wrestling thing. Eric Bischoff immediately said he should be fired or demoted immediately.
Ah, thanks, Jimmy Tatanka. Ruining everyone's life. I assume that's what his son's called, Jimmy Tatanka.
You know how? Oh, maybe we'll talk about it on
El
Raw,
Hijo
I
Tatanka.
suppose. But you know, how every generation of the Bloodline's going to be at Roman's acknowledgement ceremony next week.
Every generation.
What does that mean?
The ones that are alive. Arthur,
Are we
Seeker,
counting-
downward.
That aren't The Rock.
Are we counting blood brothers? Is what I'm saying. Are we
Rikishi?
counting descendants of blood brothers?
Oh, don't make it complicated.
Who else would be there?
The Rock.
Oh yeah,
No, they would have mentioned The Rock, surely.
that
he
might
was
be a
gonna be
surprise.
Imagine if it was just a surprise.
No, if The Rock was going to be there, would have hyped him up.
We've brought.
But
Imagine
it
if they
sound
did
like
the
those
Sting thing.
AEW fans who were like, I can't believe Sasha Banks wasn't at bloody AEW.
Imagine if they did a Sting thing where it's like, we've brought you this statue of yourself, Roman, and they whip the curtain away, but it's Dwayne.
It's just an 8x10 of Black Adam.
It's a television screen with The Rock inside of it.
Hey guys, be in modern rock, not cool rock. Just be, hey everyone.
It's not even that. He's not even bothered to pre-record it. It's just someone's put a DVD of his appearance
He's
on
in the
Raw
garden
X.
with Ken Shamrock with a phone out.
Love to be here to see Roman Reigns.
It's an AI Rock.
It's a cutscene, bro.
Is the voice over the top saying Roman Reigns blatantly Triple H? I'm great. It's great to be here to see Roman.
What else have we got news-wise? CM Punk takes shot at AEW ratings.
Oh.
Oh, no. Ooh,
No,
spicy.
Phil, don't be doing that, Punk.
Yeah.
That's Young Bucks behaviour.
I thought he had more good news this week, Mr. CM. Didn't he? Was that this week? I remember you going on Slack going like, yeah, Team CM Punk again. What was it?
Yeah. I can't even remember what the story was. I was just trying to live up to the
Got some
gimmick.
hits, basically.
Yeah.
Slow news week, CM Punk.
It wasn't me who put the story. I just responded to it, but I
remember
can't
you
even remember what it was
responding.
now. Yeah.
It was a nice story, though, whatever it was.
Certainly was. MJF scooped up plaques for Most Hated Wrestler of the Year and Feud of the Year for a series of Punk, and the current AEW champion taping over Punk's name on the award. So Punk replied in the comments online saying, maybe find some tape for the ratings so nobody sees those either. Womp,
Oh,
womp,
that
womp.
doesn't sound like he's coming back. I think I've probably got to accept now. Yeah.
But they didn't go
For
up
the
that
best.
much when he was there. What's he mean? Have they dropped off
Yeah,
massively since he left?
everyone expected really good ratings for CM Punk versus Bobby Fish,
That
was a good match, that.
folks.
Apart from the finish.
No, the rematch though. I think Matthew's talking about.
Oh, what
the shoot fight they're gonna have.
Oh,
that-
right.
that's right.
Ah, see, sorry.
Folks, where's the ratings? Impact Hard to Kill, I'll say. 2023 happened. Anyone see it?
Yes, I saw. I saw the highlights. Yes, I've seen a few matches of it.
Cool. What did you like?
I liked. Do you know what? To my surprise, I liked Josh Alexander versus Bully Ray. Everyone, I shared everyone's opinion in the build-up. Like, oh no, Bully Ray's getting a title shot. It's a step back, surely, when they've got all this new talent to. But they were really clever. They opened the show with it, and they just made it a total sports entertainment-y street fight with loads of interference. And it was like a 2001 main event in WWE.
I'll say.
Yeah, but it was just what it should have been.
Big Bully Ray news this week, by the
yeah.
way. He said something I agree with, and I imagine you two will agree with as well. He said that if China can win the IC title back then, why can't Rhea Ripley or a Charlotte Flair win it now?
Yeah, that's true.
And then everyone's been going, it's obvious the reason why Bully Ray. Because it was China, and then they have to reference China. And Triple H's kids can't do that, can they?
I see.
Which is a shame. But it makes you think, doesn't it? Sorry to derail everything.
No,
Impact.
it's all right.
What else happened at Hard to Kill?
Joe Hendry won. He beat Moose. I didn't remember that because just knowing him makes you like. I didn't realize how strong he was. Right, that's what I'm trying to say.
Who, Moose or Hendry?
No, Hendry.
Oh.
He threw Moose overhead, over the top rope to the outside, and I was like, wow. Because remember how big Moose was?
How did he throw him? Did he go?
Yeah.
They went like that. And on the back up. That's how he...
Yeah.
That's what Moose
Well,
does.
at first he lost. To Moose. But then,
Oh no! What happened? Who returned?
well, then,
Which legend?
the director of Authority, Santino Marella, returned and reversed the decision. And then Hendry won, which
And how did he say it?
I don't want to do that. No.
Is he called Santino Marella?
Yeah,
I can't remember. Has he got the right to his own name?
I was going to say, I thought that would be a WWE gimmick. that
Yeah.
Maybe it's just Santino. Anyway, so he reversed the decision and Henry won. But the big takeaway for me from that match was that Henry's really over now with the Impact crowd. He's like Hulk Hogan. He was kicking out.
No,
not in that way.
The golden locks. He's
Not
a handlebar
Not
away.
in that way. As in, the match was like a Hogan match. Like he was getting beaten down and then he'd fire up and then just start like throwing Moose around. And I was like, bloody hell. Main event was Mickie James, who is hard to kill because she's doing the Flair thing where the next loss she has is going to be her retirement. And so she had this title match against Jordan Grace and everyone went, this could be Mickie James's last match. But she won. So she's now champion, which I think makes it more compelling going forward. It's like who's going to end her career and win the belt. So yeah, I like that.
Lovely.
Who's Mickey James' last opponent going to be?
Trish.
It should be.
Stratus.
It should. They should break the bank to get Trish.
Well, if that's Bully Ray, it's either going to be Rhea Ripley or Bully Ray. Bully Ray also said that he's
Knockouts champion, Bully Ray.
Hey, if China can win the IC belt, then I can win the knockout. Anyway, Bully Ray says he's going to be sticking around for a while at Impact because bad smells tend to.
He was playing his role in that match. He got low blowed by Alexander's wife. It was all he told the story.
I watched him retire in the ECW arena. There was a child in the ring. What must that child be thinking? His special moment being tarnished forever by this running Impact.
Welcome to wrestling, kid.
Terrible, eh?
Ric Flair wants another match.
No.
Oh, I think he came out and said he actually doesn't want one anymore.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
He was saying it for ages. He was begging for another one. He was gagging for it.
After the show called Ric Flair's last match.
He says, I can't believe I forgot to drink water. That's why I passed out twice. It's like,
Yeah.
He faked a heart attack as well.
Yeah.
Faked.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Braun Strowman recalls Brock Lesnar shooting on him during the Universal title match. Is that the Rumble, which is coming up, so that's very relevant.
Bopped him on the head, didn't he?
He certainly did. If you weren't lucky enough to watch this, otherwise completely awful match involving Kane. Braun caught Brock with a stiffney on the side of the head. In retaliation, the Beast incarnate rocked the monster among men with a right hand to the face.
On the side of his big head.
Calm the F down, he yelled at him.
I saw it back recently, and Mike he hits him so quickly. He's like, "Whoa, nah!" And Michael Cole's still going. Strowman caught him with a knee, while Strowman's like, "Oh my god!" Yeah.
He said, "Pooh got real." I mean, at the end of the day, he didn't say it like that. It's two scary guys, two dominant males, not wanting to give an inch to either one, and we took it from each other. Things happen. We're not playing. We're not ballet. We're not badminton. Yeah, because those people don't run away when they're asked to give their weight. We're physical. He's 300 pounds of just unadulterated.
Unadulterated.
Yeah. Animalistic beast. And I'm a 385 pound monster.
385 pounds.
Allegedly. Things happen. At the end of the day, we made one hell of a segment. That's what really happened. Braun was quick to note that the blow from Brock didn't put him down, adding, I pat myself on the back. I think I'm the only
6'8"?
Yeah.
No.
I think I'm the only person in history to take an overhand right from Brock Lesnar and not get knocked out.
He got caught on the little knobbly bit there on the
temple.
cheek. Not the temple,
not the
just below.
temple.
You know the little knobbly bit there? At the top of your jaw.
Yeah.
Oh.
Imagine getting that there.
Oh, every time he yawned after that, it must have been for a while like crunch.
Anytime you get in the ring with the Beast, mix it up. The bigger the challenge, the better. If you're not wrestling the best, then who'd you beat?
Fair play to Braun, actually. I feel like I've been a bit harsh there. We've tried to have it both ways. We've gone, he's not as big as he says. And then when he brags about not getting knocked down, we're like, you're a massive bloke. No, I think fair play enough for not getting knocked down.
Yeah. Do you remember the Rumble before that where Brock was just throwing the biggest knees you'd ever seen?
Not to people's heads.
Tony. No.
Was it to people's heads?
Oh, that was good. No, I remember he
doing it to people's ribs.
It was like the Wyatt family came out in the Rumble, I think, with Brock.
Oh,
the actual Rumble match. Yeah. And he was just like, work, shoot on Braun. He was just not pulling his punches at all before that.
Does he just hate Braun?
That's what I thought. Like, does he hate him?
Like John Cena and Alex Riley. Cena's like the lightest worker ever, and then when he sees Alex Riley, he's just like, whoa.
Or like when Del Rey would always beat the hell out of Sin Cara whenever they wrestled. And if he was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Man.
Everyone beat the hell out of Sin
Sin Cara, you're a lazy bastard. I don't know what I did that for.
Del Rio, what are you doing here? Ladies and gentlemen.
What, you sounded like the Northeast comedian. What's he called? We used to do voiceover work in the wrestling. Lee Kyle. He sounded
Lee
like
Kyle.
Yeah.
He has wrestling's 10 most dangerous wrestlers.
He had that's
right, yes.
He had an amazing voice.
Number 1, Chris Benoit. I mean, that's just not on, is it?
It's how it was like. Did you work with him at that?
No, he was there before we were.
Right.
Oh, no, we were there. I mean, I was there, and it was just out the office. Sam would go out the office with him. Yeah, he never came in.
Oh, I
Just
never
a mysterious man.
I think, before me though, I think I joined after Ross, so yeah. Oh.
The Dynamite Kid, I mean, that's shocking, isn't it?
It's such a good video, man. You'll never guess who's on there. I can't say who it is, but there's a wrestler on there who's not. Anyway.
Worse than those two. God. Also, the funny end of the news is Hulk Hogan's dating a Scientologist and is now doing photo ops of other Scientologists.
Is that what that article was? Because I saw the article was like, is Hulk Hogan open to Scientology? I was like, yeah, probably.
They both deserve one another. He's there. They tell him about Xenu and whatever, like the alien landings and all the other stuff. And he's like, By the way, I body slammed Andre the Giant when he was 9,000 pounds and he died 3 days later. Whoa, really? My God.
Trying not to stab it, just actually making the immortal bit real.
Maybe.
That's what he's interested in, yeah.
I just want him to do like a after dinner speech at like some Scientology conference. Or, I don't know what they do. Do they do dinners? I don't know.
They do meats in little caves.
They're doing a double header. It's going to be Battlefield Earth followed by Sandow Muscles.
I just wanted him to do a speech and they're all expecting him to say some like profound stuff and he's like, let me tell you something, L. Ron Duke.
L. Ron Hubbard. It's like Hubbard and brother.
Hubbard. Let me tell you something, Hubbard.
Let me tell you something, Hubbard the Love Sponge.
Will Smith and Tom Cruise are there like, what?
They're like, hang on, Scientology used to have dignity and respect. Now it's on going to hell. Now the Hulk Hogan's here.
Oh, God. I wonder how many of the Hollywood elite are... I can't remember his name, but there was a comedian who was hosting the Golden Globes, and I saw a clip being shared around.
I know what you mean.
He made a joke about the head of Scientology's wife, who's not been seen since 2007, but don't worry, though, she's fine. She's not been seen since 2007 or something. And he made a joke about it, and the room was silent. And I was like, how many Hollywood elites are actually very dodgy?
All of them.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's got Madeleine McCann in the head now.
Oh, no.
He said disappearance in 2007.
We're going into a funny place right now.
They've never reported her as missing, though.
Oh.
They've just said she's just...
What are we talking about Madeleine McCann?
No, not her. Not her, man.
Famously, she was reported
the
as missing.
Scientology wife woman.
Oh.
She has never been reported missing. They just say, she's just living a private life.
It's a bad idea to bring this up. I'm sorry.
We're not
Just the
gonna
idea of Hulk Hogan talking to
are they going
Scientology
to come
is
for
amazing.
me? I'm scared now.
No, it's just people tuning in wrestling going, all right, this is taking a grim turn.
Just like to apologise to any Scientologists watching.
I'm not apologising to any of you bunch of weirdos. Tubman in Japan. On his next cycle tour in Japan, Richard Tubman cycled around the coast of the Izu Peninsula. He uploaded another ride to the Tubbs YouTube channel, showing us the journey from Mishima Station to Nishizu.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not? He also did his first 100k in a little bit, he says here. Oh, thank you for that, pal. He got to Nara and back in a nice loop. It was very wet, Richard recalls. But at least now he actually has overshoes, so he's not risking trench foot every time it rains. Lolly. Wait a minute. All right. What the overshoes?
It's what cyclists put on. It's like waterproof for your shoes, so you don't get wet.
Okay, fair enough.
You just attach them to the pedals, don't you?
Oh.
Fair enough. I thought he was saying
I bought a bike
silly
from
stuff.
Halfords once.
It shows trench foot.
No, he's
I
not
love how
gonna-
he's teasing that and just says, lol, he.
That was my ad.
Oh, I thought that's what people do though, isn't it?
Look at him though.
He looks fantastic.
I still look like Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's
in
not what he
88.
sounds
Oh, no,
like.
I'm falling up. Oh, it's just me driving my camera. Tee-hee, lol. This is Japan. It's a country that I live in.
He's very polite on it. He goes like, "Oh, didn't see you there. Lovely to see you again." Like, he's really charming.
Gets a bit horny though, doesn't he? When he thinks of the bullet train.
I'll put the
Time for the bullet train, baby.
I'll put the VHS filter on this to get around the copyright
Fraser
strikes.
went, "Can you pause it on that map, please, Joel?" At that point, Fraser went, "Why didn't you just go across that bit instead?"
On the moon. And then we go. And yeah, hey up, love. This is the last face you'll see.
He's not from Yorkshire.
Sorry, it's just funny to do that accent. So I'm glad you didn't get trench foot or typhoid or anything else that they got rid of decades ago.
I'm starting to really miss him, you know. It's become normal now that he's not here, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Well, like you though, Joel.
Oh, yeah, it's not that. Not as in, just as a friend, you know. Not as in I don't need him to be the podcast man.
Joel, where are you going to go?
Oh.
Joel
in Japan.
No, I can't go to Japan.
Joel in Jakarta.
Nepal?
Nepal.
Joel in Nepal.
Yeah.
That works. Right.
Down a mine?
Yeah. Joel in a mine.
No, Joel with some coal.
And a pit pony.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get that sorted out for you, pal. Don't worry.
We'll
Off
send
the
you to-
channel.
The North Pole.
Joel freezes to death. So that was Tubman in Japan. Thanks, pal. Hope you're doing right. And he goes, no. There's no one around, apparently. They saw him coming and buggered off. Oh, there's one person, obviously in the opposite direction. Yeah, great. Thank you, pal.
Oh, look at the cinematography. Whoa.
The cinematographer.
Look at the water in the background.
Great green screen, isn't it?
You get Belly Telly's next door editing. 1 week will come through. It's just like, yeah, okay, we'll film it all. Come on.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Now it's time for everyone's favourite segment, the mailbag. You're a tit, Matthew. It's because you sat the tub, man.
No, leave it in.
Yeah, leave it in, whatever.
The mailbag.
Wrong bloody order.
What you like.
I know, right? No. The Hall of Fame. And it says here, Robot Mafu is an honorary inductee. Which member of the podcast would have won the week when the Diddlebot inevitably won the poll? Ross saw the tweet. Therefore, it wouldn't even have been in the podcast. Oh, I see. If it wasn't for him. But it's off Matthew's face. And I think he suggested it be an option for the poll. So that means it belongs to me. What are you doing, Hans? To avoid a fight, it's not a remember, and that's that.
Down, Diddlebot, down.
Like, well, Matthew, here's this robot I can have sex with. Oh, okay, Ross. Do we have a picture of that again?
Oh,
yeah,
God,
we've got-
yeah.
Just for people going, what are you on about?
Oh, how do we search it? You can't search like Matthew.
Matthew. Oh, God, no, don't say that.
Did we? Oh, it was last week. It was a week.
You look at the history.
It'll be on Slack, Joel, if you're on Slack, logged in. Yeah, I
Well-
sent you it last week. That's how it got on the podcast, you see. Never forget that. Never forget. There it is.
Okay. Wow. It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's that from? Cetra VII. Cetra 7. All right.
Yeah.
This lady apparently makes robots. I'm pretty sure she accidentally made a Mafu bot.
A Matthew bot, which implies that there are more out there. There can only be
An
one.
army of Mafu bots.
That is the Diddlebot.
But what do you mean she's making robots? For what?
I don't know. It's a hobby, man. Everyone's
Imagine
got
the revolution starts and you get killed by that.
Botchamania.
Just realised
You botched
we're logged in on Twitter as Dan. Should we tweet something controversial?
Oh no. Oh no.
I don't see all the fuss about the Matthew sex bots. I've already ordered 3.
Oh no.
Well, that's an honour. It's in the
Oh,
Hall
anyway.
of Fame, yeah, just to save it.
Oh,
Yeah, of course.
Kerfuffle.
you can take it if you want.
Take what? What you suggested?
The Hall of Fame win.
Oh, no, wait, you won, I think.
I know.
The actual
But we
poll.
can both win.
Oh, we're all winners every
Apart
time we
from-
walk in the
That's
studio.
what I am right now. I'm winning myself a bloody corny laughing at this hard. Anyway, condescending order from last week. Ki Hoi Kwan,
Oh yeah. But
the award winning.
But that's okay because I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
Anyway. What a guy.
Likewise, man. 21%.
He's cleaning up. He's won more since then. He's won like the Critics' Choice Award.
Oh,
and
I
all-
didn't know.
so he's the favourite now for that category of the Oscars. And I've been told that the Oscars don't matter. So
Losers say that, Joe. The face on the Wakey Wines fella when the young lad mugs him off by saying Tesco, 27%. That was class, though. And prison, Dominic Mysterio,
Yeah.
52%.
a worthy winner.
As someone on the WM Facebook page put, if Rey Mysterio had used a condom, then we wouldn't have a con.
Oh,
Dom.
wow.
Wordplay.
Bars.
52%. Thank you very much for voting for the number one thing of the week, last week, and some of this week as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Continues to deliver.
Yes.
Hard times, baby, hard times. So, continue yourself, Matthew. My pick this week. It's a weird pick because there's not much interesting stuff to put in, but I'm going to look for the notes here. And while I'm doing this, Joel can get the picture of the winner this week and see just if Ross is going to guess.
Oh
who
my
that is.
God.
Is that Ali Dia?
It is! I'm so happy!
Oh,
The nephew of George Weah.
Of course. What, Matthew, are you voting a footballer in? A FIFA lad?
but
Well,
not just any football.
But not just any footballer. Ali Dyer. Ali
Dia,
Is it Dia?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, because
is
it's
it? Oh dear,
Oh,
oh
dear,
dear. Ali Dia. After a playing career at the lower levels in France and Germany, having already failed trials at Gillingham, AFC Bournemouth, and Rotherham United, playing once in reserve game for the latter, Dyer joined
Dia.
Dear.
Ali Dia.
a female Dia. Joined non-league club Blythe Spartans. We made only one substitute appearance on 9th November 96 in a Northern Premier League game against Boston United. Days later, Dyer was signed by... Sorry, all right, I'll do it probably then. Dyer was signed by Southampton manager Graham Souness, the legend. After Souness received a phone call purporting, that's the word, to be from Liberian, thank you, international, and then FIFA World Player of the Year, George Weah. Weah told Souness that Dyer was his cousin and had played for Paris Saint-Germain as well as 13 times for his country and should give him a chance at Southampton. None of this was true, and the phone call to Souness was a hoax. Souness was convinced and Ali was signed on a 1-month contract. However, it is disputed who made the initial call to Souness. Some sources say it was Ali's friend from uni, while some say it was Ali's agent. And it has also been suggested that it was Dyer himself who made the call. It was later reported that the same stunt had been pulled on Gillingham, who offered Ali a trial, but was let go by manager Tony Pulis, who said that he was, quote, rubbish.
Tony Pulis was the Gillingham manager back then?
Yeah.
Wow.
The cap.
Yeah. Wow. Harry Redknapp, then manager of West Ham, also received the same call, but dismissed it as a wind-up. Ali played just
well done,
one...
Harry. That's correct.
Yeah, well done. I played one game for Southampton.
Have you seen?
I've been looking for it on YouTube for ages, but it never...
It's on an Own Goals and Gaffs video that I used to have.
Did he come on for
Oh,
the Tissier?
really?
I'm sure he came
Oh,
on
imagine if he came on for
I've
the
been looking
Tissier.
for footage for it for ages, but
He
like
just,
the full...
well, he can't, as the saying goes, he couldn't trap a bag of cement. So the ball's just bouncing off him.
Oh, no, I've only seen like very, very brief snippets, but you never see how
The thing
bad he is on the shows. Like,
He just doesn't get anywhere near the ball. It's not like he's falling over or anything. He just doesn't get anywhere near
Anyway,
the
so
ball.
I'll do it a little bit.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
When the number 33 shirt against Leeds United on 23rd of November 96, he originally been scheduled to play in a reserve team friendly against Arsenal, but the match was cancelled due to a waterlogged pitch. In the match against Leeds, he came on as a substitute for the injured Matt Letizia after 32 minutes, but was later substituted himself
sub to sub.
for Ken Monku in the 85th minute.
Wow.
Leeds won the match 2-0. Leader Tissier said he ran around the pitch like Bambi on ice. He was very embarrassing to watch. Ali was released by Southampton 2 weeks into his contract. Upon release, he went on to play for trial with Port Vale, scoring twice in reserve game in Sunderland.
Ooh.
After no offer from Vale followed,
Wow.
listen to this, he briefly played for conference national side Gateshead before leaving February 97. He then played for the Northeast a day after his Gateshead debut. His George Weah hoax was revealed in national media. And
So he could still live up here.
Potentially.
Yeah.
He's got ties to the area.
Speaking to the Gateshead Post after the story broke, Ali laughed off the allegations and stated that he recently scored for Senegal, the 3-1 98 World Cup qualifying win over Guinea. However, this claim was not true. As Senegal had already been knocked out in the first round of qualifying. So in a short spell from joining Saints to playing for Gateshead, he pocketed $3,500 in signing on fees. Souness later admitted Southampton paid Ali about $2,000 for his 14 days at the club, while Ali received a $1,500 signing on fee at Gateshead. Ali was eventually listed by Gateshead after a brief spell of poor form. After leaving Gateshead, he had a brief spell at Spennymoor United.
Oh,
What the hell?
he loves the Northeast, then.
He really does.
He's
So
from
this
Blythe
is-
to Spennymoor as well. That's quite he's covered all the Northeast. Wow.
I'm so happy for the local legend.
Yeah. There's a bit, I think, in that Leeds game, in his one Premier League appearance, where he I think he has like a chance to have a shot or something. People often say like, imagine if he'd scored, they'd have had to play him again.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been the perfect. Oh, but yeah, obviously there's no chance of that because he was obviously a BS artist,
Played
but
below the standard required.
getting your 30 minutes of fame, however long it was, play for that one match.
The widespread use of the internet has really ruined a lot of things.
Yeah.
This would never happen today, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, I remember someone saying he had one training session and that was it. And they were like, right, we've got nobody else. Gonna have to play you.
Yeah, that's
go-
the point. Like, wait, hang on. So they did a training session. He must have looked great.
Was there not like a midfielder they could have stuck up top? Was it like just play a
Oh, stick
different
anybody?
person? Yeah.
Yeah, two little kids in a big trench coat. Just anybody. But no, we have to stick with him. And just the idea of, hello, Graham, it's me, George Weah. Oh, hi. Yes. He doesn't know what he sounds like. Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Got this mate or family member of mine, whatever works. He's ready to play for you.
It's a good
All
one.
right, send him in.
Just another example of how
Let me
Graham
just put this flag down and I'll talk to you.
Souness is a fraud. That's all I'm going to say.
Sorry, was
why?
that a reference to when Graham Souness stuck a big Galatasaray flag in the middle of the pitch in the
course.
Istanbul derby? Matthew.
It's in the 90s, though.
All right, yeah.
That was the 80s, wasn't it?
Maybe.
No,
He had,
it?
he had this big curly.
It was after Liverpool, wasn't he? When he went to Torquay.
How have you referenced that?
It's a great image.
I
It's
can't.
really good,
I can't
yeah.
believe the
I
audacity.
just imagine you going, get it up, Yezzy.
This is Graham Souness who criticises players for like wearing headphones or like
Yeah.
doing
Right,
a dance,
yeah.
and he's in the middle of the scariest derby in the world, and he's going.
It's literally like, just to bring it back, it's like Tony Khan rocking up on Raw and planting an AEW flag in the middle of the ring.
Yeah,
That's it. Like the nerve of
but if
doing
like
it.
the crowd all had flares as well.
I don't want to talk about it too much because like in a few weeks' time I'll probably be putting that in if this works. But but yeah, believe in your dreams. Ali Dyer.
Dear.
That's spelled
Dear.
no D-I-R-E Dyer.
Aha.
Ali Dyer. Thank you.
Very good. Ross.
Brian Danielson this week.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
very, very similar picks then.
We're 2 bangers in. I'm sure there's more bangers to come. I just want to put him in. I don't think he's ever been in our Hall of Fame.
oh,
I was trying to rack me
that's a
old.
good pick, yeah.
I was giving me brain a bit of a torture racking the mind back to past times. I don't think he's ever been in, and I just think this because they're doing well with the story. It's going to be predictable for the next 3 weeks. I think he's going to win another 3 matches to get to MJF.
Okay.
It's obviously going to be predictable. They've built up the match too much for him not to get there.
Of course.
But they're doing a very fun job of getting us to that point. Like the matches shouldn't be. Well, the matches should, but no. The matches are more fun than maybe they would have been without that put on top of it.
he's wrestling some people he wouldn't normally wrestle, maybe like
Yeah.
Bandido last night.
Ah, yeah. And I like the idea of what the segment they did was
And
like
who last week?
Konosuke Takeshita.
Wow.
Or as MJF called him, my good friend. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, it's like, all right, Danielson, to get to me, you have to have this banger. And Brandon's like, yeah, I'm sure that's okay. What do you fans think? Yeah, I'm all right. You're wrestling Bandido. Somebody said that was one of his dream matches to wrestle. So,
It's really good.
wow, Brian Danielson, good wrestler.
Good. Brian Danielson, good wrestler.
Maybe it's
The
just
hottest takes here at Cultaholic
Maybe it's
FC.
just been too obvious a pick for him ever to get in.
You know what, that's
we've
probably
just,
a good
we've just
point.
overlooked him for years.
Someone's going to
Like
comment
Tony
now.
Khan.
Oh yeah.
Someone's going to comment now, like, you actually put him in back in February of 2018.
Would have put in like his knee or his shin pad or something like that.
Yeah.
Kick pad.
And apparently he was the one who had Summer Rae turn up to the arena backstage.
Oh, he invited
Oh,
her.
yeah.
That's lovely. That's nice.
That's nice.
I like Summer Rae.
I don't know why I read that or heard that, but I heard it or read it somewhere.
Yeah.
I think she still has a place in wrestling as like a comedy manager. She is. I like Summer Rae.
She's a WWE legend.
Yeah, she's great.
She said herself.
She might. I mean, Tatanka's not, but we might get Summer Rae. Do you remember Raw 25?
Yeah.
I hope do you think Raw 30 is going to be better than Raw 25?
Oh, you know what? I love the fact that they showed the Manhattan Center, was it? Yeah, because obviously the site, the very first Raw back in '93, and had all the famous fans, big old green shirt, clown guy,
Kenny.
Kenny was there.
Kenny McIntosh, makes it even sweeter. Kenny McIntosh, Brock Lesnar, I'm joking. Brock Lesnar, dude, and all the rest, like, that's right. You guys in the arena, you get your show, but we get our special show. And then nothing happened.
They had like 2 matches.
The Miz turned babyface, didn't he? Even
That
more
was the
so.
one good thing was the Miz getting a limo across New York to get to the other one.
yeah.
That was
After he
great.
beat Reigns.
Yeah,
That's
he beat
right.
Reigns.
FTR got humiliated. Am I getting mixed up with...
They've been doing a bit of back and forth on Twitter about that recently. Road Doggy Dog and Dax.
Oh, well, I haven't seen that.
I was listening to Dax's podcast the other day and I was going on about it. I was half asleep, so I can't quite remember what it was about. But it was something to do with that Raw segment, and Dax was on about like the time on a tradition of just saying thanks at the end of the segment and shaking a hand when you get backstage.
Oh, okay.
And Road Dogg didn't do that. Maybe he turned into Roy Keane and was like, he just did his job.
Did that job.
He just did his job.
Ah.
And it all
So,
kicked,
wait, Road Dogg didn't shake
it was
their
kicked
hands.
off on. It all kicked off on Twitter. If you want to, I'm sure it's documented somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what? I
man,
like going on
I'm
Twitter and
getting
seeing Road Dogg
I'm
talk.
sick of Road Dogg.
Go on, give us your hot takes. Bret Hart's not that good. All right, great. Anyway, no,
Road
that's a good
Dogg
pick,
was a
though.
better sports entertainer than Bret Hart.
Hate you, Road Dogg. But that's a lovely pick, though. Brian Danielson. What a fantastic wrestler.
He is good. He's all right, isn't he?
He is a bit of the all right.
Solid 4 out of 10.
yeah.
Stop it. What have you got for us,
Um,
the Jack?
it's time for me to put a film in. I've been watching the films.
It's time for time.
It's time.
Yay!
The
Jack's
film-
film review.
So my film watching has slowed down slightly, but over the Christmas period, I got a lot of films in, right?
Ooh.
Because there was a whole week where my girlfriend was at work still, but I'd booked that I had holiday left, so I was just on my own in the flat and just watched loads of films, right? But it's actually a more recent one that I've watched, and it's the Coen Brothers film Fargo. which I watched and thought was it was
yes.
so good. It was
Jack's
so
watching good films.
It was really good. I've seen a Coen Brothers film before. I've seen Burn After Reading, but I've never seen any of their more famous ones like Fargo or No Country for Old Men or The Big Lebowski. Not Val Venus, The Big Lebowski. Not when Val was the big Val Bowski.
Yeah, that
Remember
was the pun.
Weird.
It never worked.
No. But I decided to watch Fargo, which I think is their like breakout one or like their first one that was like really well received and people went, hang on.
I think in
these
terms
lads-
of like what he made, yeah.
I
I'd
think
say
he did
so.
that Raising Arizona as well, but I've not seen that.
Oh, that's a banger.
It's more of a comedy, that isn't it?
It's makes you comedy and serious, like Fargo.
All right. Have you seen Fargo?
Nah.
Right. Here's the premise.
Is it about time tradition wrestler Jackie Fargo?
No,
That's
it's
a
not.
shame.
It's actually
Wow,
the very
good shout.
opposite part of the country. I'm assuming he's from the south.
Probably. He's Jeff Jarrett's favorite.
This is Minnesota, right? So
Stop! He's getting away. He's running away like that.
this is in Minnesota / North Dakota, I think.
Oh, and their accent.
And the whole film, they
What
all
does it
sound.
sound like, Matthew?
Oh my!
Oh, can't even do it.
So- I can try.
Go on, you try, Jack.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Oh, I don't know about that, Lou.
Oh, there. Oh, like almost Canadian because they're near.
Yeah.
They're on the border, aren't they? Or near it. It's like the whole thing is about how horrible the criminal underworld is, but the contrast between that and how polite everyone is. And I think the only angry Minnesotan ever is Brock Lesnar. So they've all channeled
Yeah.
their anger into just him. So they've all got kind of Brock Lesnar's voice, but he doesn't really have the strongest. He sometimes it slips out of him.
Would you marry a
Imagine, oh, hey there.
I'm gonna get you.
It's like when Brock was on Pat's podcast and he was doing
Hey,
like
that's great, eh?
the caller, the auctioneer spiel. I think his Minnesotanness came out then.
Okay.
Maybe,
yeah,
That's £17 for that cow.
So it's all so it's all like really snowy and wintery and stuff, and there's crimes going on.
Yeah.
And the premise is, I'll tell Ross the basic start premise to see if he wants to watch it. Is a man is in financial difficulty, so he hires two criminals to fake a kidnapping on his wife.
Oh.
So, and then the ransom will they're basically trying to work his father-in-law to pay a ransom because he's rich, and things go wrong. And it's just
Yeah, everything
good.
goes wrong.
Everything goes horribly wrong.
Does the wife know about it before it happened?
No, no, she's not in on it at all.
Why would she not be known?
Because he's an idiot. 90% of the characters are idiots. I think that's another key
Yeah.
part. Big fan of can't remember the actress's name, man. She's in loads of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Joel
the policewoman, Frances
Ah,
McDormand.
so,
Her
yeah.
character's amazing. It's just really you like Fargo? Who's
Oh,
yeah.
what a film.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
Joel here, he likes the film.
You know the bit where she's interviewed the two. I don't know if we can say the word. We'll get demonetized. The two ladies of the evening. The two.
Oh, so anything about him?
And then he was a funny looking fella, eh? And they just spend ages going back and forth going, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt bad for Steve Buscemi because
Yeah,
his character just kept getting described as, oh, he was a funny looking fella, eh?
Yeah, because Steve Buscemi, who it's just Steve Buscemi. There's
Yeah.
no makeup or anything like that. So it's
Does
just
he
like,
look-
oh, it's harsh.
Look funny in a distinctive way? No, not really, just funny, eh? So Fargo, it was hilarious and dark and brilliant. And yeah.
Yeah.
The film Fargo, would recommend.
Oh, absolutely.
Apparently it's spawned a series years later, but I don't know if it's any good.
I liked it.
Joel?
Good. The first 2 seasons, but they're very good.
Yeah, I also agree with what Joel said. The seal of approval from Cultaholic.
It's made me want to watch another Coen Brothers film. Probably No Country for Old Men, I suppose.
That's a stark contrast to that.
But
it's fantastic.
Still good,
though.
apparently. Yeah.
Edge of me seat every time, even though I know what's happened.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I've asked someone who draws things to draw you as like that snooty jazz guy you'd see, like with the beret and shades, smoking one of those cigarettes on the bit of plastic like that. So can I have Jack's film review? Because people are really digging you watching
I
stuff.
watched Uncut Gems as well.
Did you? What do you think?
I was terrified the whole way through.
Yeah.
It's a horrible film.
It'll do
It's
that to you.
good though, it was good. Preferred Fargo slightly, but
Ooh.
I watched a film just as good as Fargo this
Shut
week.
up, Ross, with your
No,
film
no,
talk.
no.
Oh, sorry, Karen.
I watched the Rob Zombie Halloween.
Oh, what did you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed murderous little Michael Myers with his arsehole father who deserved everything he got.
oh,
And I enjoyed I just felt bad for, is it Danny Trejo, his character? He took care of Michael in the prison for all those years and he didn't deserve that. Well, that was a bit out of line from Michael. But apart from that,
is
good
Michael
film.
the hero of the piece?
he wasn't till that very moment.
Okay.
If Lee Kyle was doing a video about it,
What would he say?
that's just not on that. He tried him so well for 15 years and he gave him that sort of stuff. No.
Number 3rd worst wrestler. Worst wrestler, Michael Myers from the Halloween.
Kayla was saying it was played by a wrestler, when he grows up into a giant man.
I'm going to have a Google.
Yeah, it's very Kane, like 97 Kane. Very 97 Kane, because he's got all the mass and he makes out the paper mache, yeah.
That's the thing, like, basically, when Kane started, he basically ripped off all the stuff from the Jason
Rob Zombie Halloween,
wrestler.
2007 with the
Yeah,
super-
2007, yeah.
And basically, yeah, they're very
The
blatantly
same
ripping
year
off
as the Scientology lady went missing, I might add.
Michael.
Apparently, he's not a big name wrestler, but he was on the Indies or something.
yeah. He's a character actor and professional wrestler called Tyler Mane.
Oh, Tyler Mane, yeah, that was Sabretooth in the first X-Men film that Kevin Nash was approached to do. So he wrestled as Nitron, I think, in WCW.
I've got a list of his ring names.
Go on.
Big Sky,
Big Sky.
Daryl Carolette, which is his real name.
All right.
Giant Steel, Gully Gaspar, Nitron,
Thank you.
Sky High Lee, Sky High Walker, The Skywalker, Sky Walker,
He looks like a
Skywalker Nitron, and Tyler Mane.
blown up version of Jeff Jarrett there, with face like a sort of LOD demolition.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who he was
Whoa.
affiliated with. Was
What
it
a
the Sky-
what an
No.
eclectic,
Who could he have been
what a list of people he was trained by. 3 people: Mondo Guerrero, Red Bastion, Stu Hart.
He's managed by
Trained by Stu Hart.
Well, he
yeah,
probably
I mean,
got,
come on.
got stretched one day in the dungeon.
He
Same way
appeared,
Jericho was trained by Stu Hart.
he appeared to be
yeah.
managed by Nancy Benoit at one point.
Oh,
Really?
was a manager for Doom.
There's Ron Simmons there, and what's his face?
You don't know that.
What was he called?
Butch Reed.
That is Ron Simmons, isn't it? Under the mask?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just guessing. They're all the mask, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Nitron's manager for Doom.
he
Well,
played
whatever.
he played Michael Myers in the 2007 Halloween.
Oh,
Fair enough.
good times.
Oh, yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Well doing the film review. I watched The Birdcage this week
I've not seen
with
Birdcage.
Robin Williams and Nathan Lane.
Okay.
Never
Good.
seen it.
I only watched it because in Eddie Guerrero's book, he said he was inspired by Hank Azaria, aka made the voices of The Simpsons, who plays a very flamboyant Mexican. I don't know what the hell his role is in the film, to be honest with you. He just hangs around. Yeah, at one point, he just goes like, "Why don't you put me on the show?" And he goes, "He's scared by my Guatemalaness, my heat." And Eddie was like, "Oh, I'm going to rip that off."
Oh, is that where he got it from?
Yeah, he was inspired by that.
Ah.
And then his book he put down as well. Like, even though I'm not a handsome chap, I thought I could make it work. It's
Who
like
said that?
Eddie about himself?
Oh, hey now, Eddie. He needed to have a better opinion of his own appearance.
He really did.
What a gorgeous man.
Not as gorgeous as Teddy Long in the early 90s, I might say.
Oh, really?
Look at him there.
Oh wow,
I
that's
have
a
to-
good
I'm
photo.
gonna have to send Joel this to put up on screen just because Teddy Long, early 90s.
A long middle
unbelievable.
name, very.
God.
Have you heard that theme?
Which one?
The Doom.
No,
Did
it
it?
doesn't ring a
Oh.
bell.
What a theme.
Just saw Ali Deer on screen.
There he is.
Charlie D with Teddy Long's theme.
Wonderful.
Aging's crap, isn't it? Not that Teddy Long aged badly or anything, but it's just sad, isn't it?
No, I can age well or you can age good. Or
Yeah, it's just
bad.
lucky, isn't it? Well, not all luck,
Well,
I
no,
suppose, how you take
definitely.
care of yourself.
Actually take
But
care of
some of it's
yourself.
surely just luck as well.
Oh, well, thank you. I
Anyway,
appreciate that.
you look younger than you are, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know how old you are.
I've been doing DDP yoga, so I feel
All right,
good
fair
today.
enough.
Ask us tomorrow, I'll feel dead. But not as dead as the dead excitement running through the veins.
very good.
Swing and a miss. Rolled double ones on that one, I'm sorry. On the Hall of Fame selection this week, the lucky stations are the film Fargo, says Jack. Brian Danielson, any good.
Yeah.
And Ali Dia,
But I like how the end of,
a.k.a. football con man.
yes. But I like how
I
the
think
end,
I'm putting him for his skill.
I like how the end of the Hall of Fame segment just became us talking about films for a bit. That was nice.
People like that.
I like that.
People have been, like I said, on
There
Twitch and
was
stuff,
a-
people have been like, we like it when Jack talks
There
about
was
films.
no, all of us. I liked when all of us was. It was like a film club there. But also, I should mention, friends. But also, there was a overwhelming and unanimously positive response to keeping Tubman in Japan in the podcast. When we
Yes,
were like, are
I got that as
people
well.
and people do like it, yeah.
Yeah, because people will say like, look, I often put the podcast on the background, and that's the type of background behavior that we like. It's not too stimulating. Just, Tubman's in Japan, and he's walking.
Cycling.
Well, a picture of the two. Start doing that in the shops. So those are your 3 picks. Your 3 picks alone. No, you can't vote for Matthew Sexbot. They're already in. So please go to patreon.com/Cultaholic.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
This week in wrestling. SmackDown. Living Le Morgan Loca.
She was just crazy this week, wasn't it? This was a bad week for me.
Yikes. In the opening match, Gunther, the ring general, beats Braun Strowman to retain the IC title. Later, in the physio's room, he sets out his intentions to win Das Royal Rumble.
I liked this opening match.
I certainly did as well. They hyped it up very well the last few weeks. The Battle of the Big Men, all this stuff. And, wow, Braun Strowman can wrestle well.
Yes.
And as the underdog with
Yeah.
the shoulder injury angle done the week earlier. I like the fact that Gunter sent the lads to the back, but then brought them out anyway. Fantastic poo house behaviour. All on board with that. Strowman doing his roll through. They did a roll through thing. Then he did like a wheelbarrow deadlift slam to Gunter. Remember, he's a big boy, isn't he? In the conversation for the move of the week, but it's not. So unlucky there, Braun. Try harder. Try harder. But I thought it was put together really well. Just everything Gunter does makes sense, doesn't it? It's all laid out and it's all making sense and it's all very good.
Yeah, so he's got a plan, he sticks to it. Like I said that like jokingly, but obviously Braun has had bangers in the past, but I can't remember the last time he had one, because prior to leaving WWE, he had that obviously epic battle with Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
I think it was the last thing he did.
He
so
murdered him off the top of the cell. Yeah, the cage.
not hard
was
enough,
that
obviously. So he came back.
Oh, the feud where it was like, you are stupid, Braun. Oh, God.
Yeah, Shane McMahon came on to that promo to say how stupid Braun was, and he kept like,
We had to cut a bit out because
He was breathing heavily, but not quite the
Shane
way.
was breathing heavily and we were worried it sounded explicit.
yeah.
Do you remember the one where Shane lured him out and then dropped guns on him?
Yeah. He was just like, that's right, Braun, you're a stupid head.
So annoying.
Okay.
I'm so glad Braun actually won in the end because I was worried they'd just
That was
have
it.
Shane
The
win.
match was perfect. It was
He
like,
ripped
okay,
the
I
cage
won.
wall,
I
yeah.
ripped the cage. That's it.
And
Goodbye.
I tell you what, lads, I'm really happy that Shane McMahon was paid over $800,000 for about 10 minutes
Yeah,
work
was
in
that
2022.
true?
Apparently so.
Oh, in the Royal Rumble that he ruined.
Yeah. It could have been even worse. I was reading about. Apparently, he was just pitching all these ideas to Vince McMahon backstage, like I should do this to him and do this to. And Vince was like, "No,
I should do this.
Apparently, he was also pitching that he wanted to be number one.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Then Vince fired him.
It was the start of what has been a roller coaster ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last good thing Vince did. So, yeah, Braun back to having bangers like he was capable of having, just didn't really get the chance to against Gunther, who I don't think can have a bad match with anybody right now.
He's
So,
really on form, isn't he?
Who is going to beat Gunter eventually at WrestleMania?
At WrestleMania, do you think?
I think it probably will be.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Lesnar, the Minnesotan,
It's
whatever.
It's not going to happen, but
Imagine Lesnar as Intercontinental Champion.
That'd be interesting.
Strange, wouldn't it?
I think that'd
I'd be all right having him part-time then for a bit, because it's like, nah, it's on the IC title.
But it's been built back up.
But then you could have.
So you go, hey,
that
look,
could be
Vince, I spent the IC title. I see an increase on my contract.
That could be a story though. Like you want the work radio lads are like, we need to win back and restore honor to the, and then he's just throwing them round. I think that would be really good.
And then Madcap Moss gets a career-defining victory over Brock Lesnar.
That's right.
And then Ross wakes up from the dream he's having.
Who will beat Gunter? I can't think of anyone off the top of my head.
Right
on
now, I
SmackDown.
can't think of.
Everyone I just thought of there was on Raw. I was thinking like Mustafa Ali. He's on Raw.
If they're not going to do the main event angle, which they should do, in my opinion, Sami Zayn would be the one. The crowd investments there.
Yeah.
He can do that underdog role, really. Get Kevin involved as well.
That could work.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe someone from NXT, but there's no time to. Is there time to bring them up and build them up? And because I was going to
Andre
say,
Chase, yeah.
oh, not Andre Chase. It should be
Andre Chase, I'm going to chase you. to the
Carmelo
title.
Hayes or Tyler Bate or something. But Tyler Bate's only just come back. So, I don't know. Tyler, I'll just say Tyler Bate because he's had a great match
Oh,
with him
wait,
before.
who are we kidding? NXT pop up and Vince is in charge. Come Tuesday, we'll be beating him.
Imagine the scenes. This podcast would eat itself, though.
Yes, it would. Backstage, Sami Zayn wants to talk strategy with the Bloodline ahead of his match with Kevin Owens. However, you can only find Paul Heyman, who explains that Roman is generously allowing Sami to beat Owens all on his own. Oh, isn't that nice, Roman Reigns?
Right.
This was really well done because he's disguised it as paying respect to Sami Zayn and not doubting him, but we know the real reason. Or do we? I don't know.
It's so clever. It's like Fargo. Just might start comparing everything with Fargo.
Ray cuts a promo about his son, Prison Dominic Mysterio, Hall of Fame. He says that it breaks his heart, but he's not going to let Dom provoke him. Instead, wants to focus on winning the Royal Rumble again. He's interrupted by Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Kross accuses Ray of being an absent father when Dom was a child. Ray attacks Kross, but Scarlett grabs his leg, which allows Karrion to apply the Kross jacket.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure why Karrion Kross is going after Ray.
Drew him on a tarot card.
Yeah. But the card came after the horsey promo, didn't it?
Oh, you're an old horse, you.
He kept saying that this week as well.
I thought the tarot card came first.
Oh, what came first?
The tarot of the horse.
But he keeps calling Ray old, which is strange because it's just not. We can't see Ray aging in his wrestling at all. He's still moving very slickly.
The old luchador who wins nearly every match. You need to be part of your misery.
And looks the same as he did 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But the start of the promo was fantastic because Ray was like, I've got all these problems with my life at the moment. My son's a hardened criminal. Oh. You know what I need to do? Get back on track. Win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Wrestling. Yeah.
Pretty much.
But if he looks back at history, the last time he won the Royal Rumble, it didn't really end well. He just kept losing every week after that.
Oh, what a magnificent run.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
So, and he goes like, I usually enjoy Christmas, but not this year. And I was just like, I know what you mean, Ray. I've seen all the films on TV. How many times can you watch The Great Escape before you realize they're not getting out? And then, Karrion Kross arrives, and he's rather like Newcastle at the minute. No heat. So, people love Ray. Karrion Kross
Oh,
just
because it's
isn't
cold.
working.
I thought you meant the football
right,
team.
yeah, I thought you meant
Sorry.
The city of Newcastle.
So I'm trying not to say the full name because then people still rag on me for saying it incorrectly, which is,
Upon Tyne.
yes.
People
So
do actually say
I do like
that.
Guns N' Roses now. Newcastle upon Tyne.
Yeah. You know where you live. All right.
I hope I do. Been here long enough. Anyway, Liv Morgan is backstage giving it large
She really was, though. She's been arrogant.
It's such a great segment, this.
Yeah, it was.
about wanting to enter the Rumble at number 1. Raquel Rodriguez says maybe someone her size would do better entering later on. Ha ha ha. So Liv slaps her in the face.
Not just slaps her, she's like, hey Raquel, I had my palm read today. You see what it said? Bosh! Yes, Liv Morgan, you homicidal, genocidal lady.
Slapped the smile right off her. And I thought, ooh, that's a good look for her if she looks mad like that. And she came up the match. Oh, I found it.
Her promo there, it really felt like she was reading from a script. Like, there's a lot of... The wrestling's good, it's just everything else, the presentation, like the smiliness and we need more. It just needs to be more natural doing her promos.
She should have just stood in front of her and flexed so you couldn't see her. They have a match today.
Total eclipse. Shoot Liv from like the side, just a shadow coming across her.
She just tries to move out of the way and keeps moving around. They have a match later on which Raquel easily wins.
Easily wins.
Yeah.
Oh, she nearly got put through a table. Come on now.
Nearly.
Yeah.
But did you know
Nearly.
that if both ladies went over the top rope like they did numerous times in this match, they would have been eliminated from the Royal Rumble if this was the Royal Rumble pay-per-view.
Thank you, Michael.
I did like Liv letting her Sabu-like tendencies get in the way of winning the match because she was getting the tables out for reasons, and then she was like, oh, and then got flattened and lost. Yeah.
Oh, but it's fine when that evil villain, Hikaru Shida, does it. I hate Shida. She cheats in every match, man. So I don't hate Shida. I do, though. Cheats in every match.
If it ain't broken, don't fix him. Tegan Nox beats Xia Li with the shiniest wizard.
The Beal off the top rope from Xia Li was gnarly, I've written down, but apart from that, there was not much else to write home about.
There was a digital exclusive YouTube interview with Tegan Nox after where she was really, it was like, it was a really natural promo. I enjoyed it. She wasn't hiding her Welsh accent. She just sounded natural, and she was like, I feel bloody fantastic. I can't do it. But yeah, it was
From
good.
Minnesota.
Oh, hey. Yeah.
Hey, it's ironic you should mention that because now we have the Vikings. Hey.
Oh.
Oi. Just doing the seagulls off Find Nemo now.
You are.
Yeah.
We get a Viking Raiders video package about visions of 2 fallen warriors, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus.
It's implied. Or do they just say it even?
Fallen warriors. Well, they fell out. He's right. Backstage, Drew and Sheamus argue over who they should
They
face
really
next.
do argue as well. They're, like,
They're the Banger Bros.
they're just having banter, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, that taxi to the arena, don't they? Hey?
Hey,
See that on Twitter?
Ah, I
no, I
feel-
didn't. What did they do?
Yeah, they were like, oh, what mode of transport should we use? And then just like they were listing
Oh, right.
famous adult series.
Okay.
One involves a taxi.
Oh, I know what you mean. Ha.
So
That's good for the Banger Bros.
I feel bad for Butch and Ridge because they were Sheamus's friends, and now it's like friendship ended with Butch and Drew is now my best friend.
But it's like the dad's gone down the pub and forgotten, hasn't he? And he's seen a pal from years ago, and now the Sheamus's missus would be like, "What about the bands?"
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
SH1T.
Yeah. Just gives them both a 5 and goes, go see a Star Wars.
It was great that when Drew was like, "Now's not the time for stories, now's the time for fighting," and I was like, "I lived through you in lockdown, you silly man, with your bloody crab men living in rocks and all that sort of bollocks." Remember those days?
Oh,
much better now.
God, the history of Scotland, according to Drew. So, Drew McIntyre, you have a match with Randy Orton next week. How do you feel? Robert the Bruce!
It just
something, train spotting. Like, oh, mate,
But
come on.
the writers ran out of Scottish stuff really fast because then it just became like medieval generally. Yeah, it's weird.
I'll take the low road and you... All right, okay, cheers. Yeah, they argue the toss. They also mention, what they call themselves? Well, it could be the Colossal Jostle, which was not supposed to be one of the original names for WrestleMania.
Oh, Mean Gene named it, didn't he? I forgot what it was now. Well,
Colossal Jostle, I swear that was one of them.
I was interested.
Tussle,
I
maybe?
saw it.
Tussle, thank you.
I saw a promo this week from Mean Gene before the first ever Rumble with Hacksaw won, and he was like, "Welcome, we're gonna have a Rumble Royal coming up soon."
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know it was
Rumble
proper originally called the
Royal.
Rumble Royal.
Maybe you just got it wrong.
Yeah.
Mean
no, 'cause-
Gene wouldn't.
Bad News
Because
Brown called
Battle
it...
Royal, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, Bad News Brown called it Survival Series at one point.
There was a lot this week on just general various different wrestling shows of people saying stuff like, "That's why I want to be the WWE Championship." Like, I felt like that happened a lot. Sasha did it. Or Mercedes Moné.
Money.
Supposed to be the WWE Championship.
Well, no, she said
She's in New Japan.
She said she wanted to be a pro wrestling, I think. Yeah, she was like, I remember watching Manami Toyota and she made me want to be a pro wrestling. I was like, oh.
Money.
Yeah, there's a silent shield money.
It was like a sit-down interview where there's a car in the background and it's all shiny and dark.
There's a car in the background.
There's like I'm assuming a Mercedes.
I think it's a
probably.
Lamborghini.
Oh,
isn't it?
right. Why
Oh,
wouldn't it be
I
a
see.
Mercedes? Oh,
Wait,
It might be a Mercedes.
oh, right.
there
I
any
thought they
cyc-
got it wrong.
are there any cyclists? It might be Tubman.
No, it's parked. There's just a park. She's not just sat on the street.
Oh,
She's in like a garage or like I don't know.
someone's going around in circles.
She's in whatever location she was in a video package before she walked out. You know, the dark room. And then, as Ross said, it goes, money.
Money.
So yeah, good stuff. Bray Wyatt is here and tells us what he's remembered.
This
Wait,
was
what?
the good.
He's remembered he's the eater of worlds and the colour red in a world of black and white. Good for him. At the Royal Rumble, LA Knight should run. To get his gun to blast him.
This
It
was
was
bloody
good in
awful.
the early stages, right? Because it was like the sister Abigail from Uncle Howdy had woken him up, and I was like, right, we're going to do some things.
Yep.
And then he said a lot of things, and it didn't progress the story any further. He even said he was Uncle Howdy at one point, which was weird.
He said he was Uncle Howdy.
Yeah. But he's clearly not.
No, he's not. Uncle Howdy's a Raw superstar.
He's a little skinny man with arthritic wrists, isn't he?
I do declare.
It's just, we need to do bigger. Instead of taking a step forward, let's have a little leap, just whee! Lots of things happen in
Yeah.
one segment instead of just one tiny thing.
Yeah.
No, constantly teasing.
This
Constantly
one wasn't
teasing.
even. This one progressed the story even less than usual. This was just like a promo where it was like a fill in the blanks promo. Just put all his catchphrases in, and then that's it. I didn't like
Because
it.
he went back on it, he's like, I'm an angry boy now. And he went back to being all bashful at the end of it. I was like, come on, man. Snap out of it. Something's got to happen
Do you know
soon.
how promising his return was when it was before he actually?
Yeah. Couldn't wait for him to come back. Now can't wait for him to leave.
No, it's
Get
fine.
him, LA Knight. Get him.
Just, it's long-term storytelling, lads.
If LA Knight beats him, that's amazing.
Oh, it's going to be great when he doesn't. He's going to get murdered.
He might win if Howdy and Bliss do something to him, and then LA Knight wins. But
Yeah.
apart from that, because Orton beat him at Mania when no one thought he would, I suppose.
I mean, whatever happens, we're not going to see.
Why is that, Ross?
The lights are off.
It's in a
No, because we'll be asleep.
it's in a not a light out match or a dark match or whatever.
It's a
Mountain Dew light out
pitch
match.
black
pitch
match.
black match. Sorry, not a dark match. That's very
Mountain
different.
Dew. He's going to hit him with a Mountain Dew bottle.
It's Wendy Chews there with a Mountain Dew gun.
It's been like the one The Rock used to just get a bottle of Evian at ringside and spin and take his face and dig and go, ah! The good days. Sami Zayn interrupts Kevin Owens' interview and asks why he couldn't just leave him alone. Owens says he never asked for this match. It was all Roman and he's using Sami. Zayn denies this and says that Reigns is family. Zayn also denies rumours going around about Saudi Arabia buying the company as well. It's all pish posh.
No, he doesn't.
3 steps ahead, lads. They're in cahoots.
Yeah. Oh, already?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't think Owens has convinced him yet.
Hubba. I think I think that segment at the start there where Sammy's, getting deceited is
Okay.
it's happening. They're like Ali Dia. They're in cahoots and making things happen.
Roman's Graham Souness being
Yes.
swindled.
Ring. Tribal chief, it's a phone call from you.
If anyone,
Hello, it's me, The Rock.
if anyone is good at Photoshop watching the podcast and wants to fashion up a picture of Roman Reigns looking like 1986 Graham Souness, that would be very much appreciated.
yeah, well-
There's a picture of Graham Souness when he's on the beach. And he's
Oh,
got
yeah,
these
yeah.
tiny little, I don't even know the right word, basically a little thong. And he's just got his tan chest out. It's the most 70s picture that was taken in the 80s you ever seen in your life. Roman Reigns on that would be
I
fantastic.
think I've seen it. It looks like AWA Scott Hall.
Yeah.
But
He has got the little,
Is it quite like Tom Selleck-esque?
Yeah,
Is that-
yeah,
okay, right.
And
okay.
it's shot from...
Okay.
Do you remember that picture we saw of Ty Conti the other week that flashed up on my Instagram?
Yeah.
How
It was
could I
shot like
forget,
that.
Ross?
Yeah, I unfollowed her after that.
I bet you did.
You can't have that happen at work. Bloody hell.
Did you see the thumbnail for Sammy Guevara's vlog return? It's like Sammy Guevara's vlog is back and it's his face, like on a thumbnail. Just her arse in the background. Just like I was like, oh,
These youngins, eh?
Yeah.
What they're like with their TikToks and that.
Hey, I don't know. Adam Pearce refuses Sonya Deville a title rematch against Charlotte Flair. Sonya doesn't want to try and win the Rumble and says she'll find another way.
That's
That's
smart.
way too
That's
hard.
clever, yeah.
Later, she attacks Charlotte backstage and is dragged away by officials.
Now, I think this has changed the game for every superstar working for the World Wrestling Federation today, because to get things done by yourself, if you win the match, it's fine. But if you try and make things happen for yourself and lose, that's where the issue starts. You just win your matches and you'll be fine. You can do anything you want to do.
That's a hard bit, though.
Yeah, but if
yeah,
you
winning
win...
the matches is hard.
I just didn't like the rationale of Pierce, as I like to call him on the show now. It's just, you can't do what you want. Whoever you are, if you win or lose, you can't do it all. No.
She's going to get the title match, though, I think.
Yeah, the Rumble.
Because the Rumble's sometimes got a weird one, hasn't it? Well, not that Sonya's a weird one, but it's not like Bob Holly and Brock Lesnar. I don't know.
Bully Ray said, hey, look, if trying to win the IC title, Bob Holly can challenge Charlotte Flair.
You ever seen Bob Holly when he's on Big Sean Oliver's kayfabe commentaries, and he gets asked what?
My God.
What
the
would
Ken
you-
Anderson bit, right?
Wait, what?
So what would you do if you got Ken Anderson? And what would you do to him if you got him?
Oh, God, it's really cringy.
You're
I've
expecting
seen
like,
it, yeah.
just I'd slap him in the face, like, and break his jaw.
Oh,
but
it's
no,
really cringy.
tie him up, he'd take him to the woods.
It's, I was...
Fantastic.
When I watched that, I thought, oh, Bob Holly, you're a cringy man. Anyway.
And then obviously they made up.
Did they?
Not long after that. Yeah, it's like photos. We.
Yeah, well...
It was funny though.
I think that's how he's going to lead him into a false sense of security.
It was unexpectedly brutal.
Hey, Ken, do you want to I'll give you a lift? Just get in the back. All right. No. The trunk.
Just imagine getting Parker Holly dressed up like that little fella off the Looney Tunes. Always was going after Bugs Bunny. What's he called?
Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd, that's the one.
Yeah. I was going to compare it to Fargo. It sounds like
Yeah.
something out of Fargo. It actually does.
Hey,
Yeah.
Anderson, I've dropped me ring in that wood chip filter. Can you have a look in it? Yeah, sure.
No spoilers. It's fine.
it's
In
most
case
famous
anyone
bit,
wants
so-
to watch it. Okay.
The Usos and Solo attack Kevin Owens during the main event and beat him down. Solo splashes him through the announce table, and Sammy doesn't look too happy. So they're having a half-hot contest where it sounds daft, but like, the Briscoes, these two have wrestled each other since like 2002. So I think I've seen this match about 10 times before already, and it still kills every time.
Yeah.
The same big-ass German suplexes and the kicks, and then Sammy revving up that big haluva kick in the corner, getting ready to hit Kevin Owens. Bit of hesitation, maybe. We have to find out, won't? Because then, here comes the bloodline, and they're like, Just work to perfection. It's all right, mate. It's all right. We got it. No. I didn't want. No, it's okay. We got this.
But you know what this means? Obviously, now it either means that Roman does indeed doubt Sami Zayn that he couldn't get the job done by sending out the troops, or it could mean that Jey Uso is the real tribal chief. He was like, yeah. And it was like the moment of like the pause from Sammy before he did the old finger.
Sammy didn't want to.
They're all like, yeah, this is great, yeah. Sammy's just...
That's because these are in cahoots, or Jey Uso's the tribal chief, or Roman doubts Jey. One of those three things is real.
He just didn't want to do that to his mate. His ex-mate, sorry. No.
He's not his friend anymore.
I think that I've seen a lot of people suggesting that Sammy is a chess piece. He's pawn. He's not. He's being used by Roman, and I think that's. I don't think that Sammy and Owens are in cahoots yet. Do you not think that's too subtle for WWE?
3 steps ahead.
Okay,
this is Triple H's.
That's
whole
even
new
one
world.
more step ahead than Stevie Taylor and NXT. She's 2 steps ahead, 2 levels above.
2 levels above. Yeah.
Oh,
no, we'll get to him. We'll get to him.
Hi guys.
Hey, chat.
It's your favourite streamer.
I've been waiting to talk about this for you, lad.
These are my reactions.
AEW Rampers, Ruby Red.
Did I call it Rampers?
You did.
She
like
was
that.
red.
She was.
That's why Ruby
did
Red.
have a bit of
Like
red
a
on
ruby.
her.
Yeah.
Hey. Darby Allin successfully defends the TNT title against Juice Robinson.
Juice opened and closed the show.
I'm literally about to say that. Well done, Jack. Good lad.
Thank you.
And celebrates with Sting, his dad, afterwards. Darby Allin seems to be defending the TNT title against people that we don't know let's remind us, are with AEW or are going to be with them. Because first of all, Mike Bennett, it's like, oh, hello, I forgot about you. Now it's Juice Robinson.
Didn't you?
And then on
appear in the
Dynamite, it was
crowd
like,
once?
oh, Kushida makes his debut.
Yeah, Kushida. But the Juice one, didn't Juice appear in the crowd once in like a skybox? Like, I'm going to get you, Will Ospreay, and your US title.
I'm sure Juice is signed to AEW.
Juice got announced, I think.
Yeah, just Kushida's the random
I
one.
remember Louis Dango taking issue with it.
What did he say?
Juice, they don't need Juice. They've got too many people. I was like, you know what? On this occasion, Louis Dango,
Wow.
maybe you're correct. Yeah. Oh no, that sounds horrible.
On this one occasion,
I
Louis.
can't believe you said that negative thing about that man.
No. Oh.
About the match, though, I was thinking, wow, it's going to be a proper wrestling match. There was arm drags and everything. And then, whoa, that's not Juice. Or is if you're Scottish? I learned it. Yeah.
I hate when Fraser says that, you know.
Well, it says Juice for Coke.
I've heard,
for Fizzy Pop.
I've heard it from Fraser. I've heard it from Susie. I've heard it from the local hero, Joe Hendry. Oh, I ate some juice. I remember Joe Hendry once went, well, what do you call it then? And I went, pop. And he went, pop. I was like, oh, right.
I'll show you a pop. He walked through the curtain. Anyway,
But anyway, it was like there was arm drags and all sorts in the early goings, and then he just took a horrible bump off the top rope and then into the barricade and into the stairs and what, and then it was just another derby match. I say just another derby match. He gets beaten, the Jays is out of him.
It's a derby match.
And
I'm
then
surprised Souness didn't run out with a flag.
impales it in Derby.
But there was a contender for the move of the week, which was the lariat while Darby was sat on the top rope. That was gnarly. But then a reversal out the suplex, the Scorpion Death Drop was...
You reminded me though that was did that move? No, was it Takeshita who took it? And the SATs of all people on
Who?
Twitter going the Spanish announce team,
Oh,
the early 2000 indie tag team that I hope Jack knows about.
Julio and...
Jose, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were going stealing our spots.
Oh, were they?
I don't know,
But
can that be true if like a fraction of a fraction know that to be true?
right? That's what I thought.
But I can imagine... Who did the move, Derby? Or was it... I can't remember which match it was in.
No, Juice did it to Darby.
Oh, there's a chance they would be fans of the SATs.
Yeah, you think? But it was just some SHIT from the SAT, I thought. That's all I've got. So, yeah, Darby's got the formula. Get the poo kicked out of him. And then he makes a comeback.
Yeah.
Crowd are into it. And then his dad goes and gets a paycheck bigger than Darby.
Yeah, Sting didn't need a... It was nice to see Kushida's still good. Because he had...
We're not on that yet.
Oh, no, what am I talking
Juice,
about?
the
Oh, I was talking about
juicy
Juice.
No, this is the other match where Darby gets beat up for the first few minutes. And then his dad
That's what I mean,
comes out.
like-
Nice to see that Juice is good still.
There you go, Jack.
It started off with arm drags, and then it became just every I say just every Darby, like I'm dismissing them, but it is just like, it's always the same formula.
I get you.
But it must
Works, though.
hurt him, aye.
Oh, yeah.
Poor little boy.
I don't know how he's not I don't know how he's still as mobile as
Do
he
you follow
is.
him on Instagram?
No.
Because he was doing things this week on Instagram where he was just doing these like he's down at the half pipes and whatnot with the skatey board boys, and he's like doing these drops off ladders and whatnot and falling down on the floor and hurting himself again. I have a Delph.
Yeah.
Derby.
Come on, Dobbs.
Come on, Dobbs.
The Acclaimed. Whoop. And Billy Gunn get ready to make their
I
cement.
hated this.
Did you not like
segment.
it?
No, it was crap.
They get ready to make their cement handprints for the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But the Ass Boys, boop boop, interrupt. They say if any team deserves to be in the Walk of Fame, it's them. The Acclaimed pull their pants down, and Billy pushes them, so their bottoms end up in the cement. Ha ha ha. This is really underwhelming.
I thought
It says
was
here.
crap.
It was only underwhelming because the cement had dried somewhat.
They just got cold bum cheeks. That's
wasn't
all they had.
actually-
Oh, I'm cold.
No imprints of ass cheeks to go on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Or if it's been a quick set in cement, you've seen Looney Tunes, they'd be like, help, help. And it's left them there the rest of the night. Everyone has to walk around them.
That would have been genius.
The women bleeding and battering around each other.
That would have been really good, to
Didn't
be fair.
Nash once fall over in the ring and then just stay there for the next match? He just laid against
Nash fell over.
No, he was. There was an Impact one where he fell over during a move or something, and he was just in the corner. He just fell over. He was the coolest botch ever, and he stayed there for maybe someone had joked that he stayed there for the next match. He didn't actually, but it would have been brilliant. If
I
he
don't
had.
know. It sounds amazing though.
He was
I
doing
hope
the
he
I
did.
think he was doing the jackknife and fell backwards and just ended up looking really cool in the corner like that.
Oh, he did that to Billy Gunn. He didn't stay there.
Didn't stay there.
He didn't stay there.
Why have I thought that he stayed there for the next?
Kevin Nash in 06 is now sitting like Andre the Giant in 93. He's like, no, I'm just staying here.
Why did I think that?
Work the
I
show
don't know why
around
I
me.
thought that. Maybe someone joked about that and I thought it was true.
Kevin Nash says here in the Observer here, Jeff Jarrett, that Kevin Nash just took a bump and just started to stay here for the rest of the
Oh,
time.
I don't know.
That's an amazing idea.
Oh, damn
There's
it.
one fella who would, though. It'd be Kevin.
Maybe that's why I thought it was true. So that sounds like a Nash thing to do. And it sounds like an
Kevin's
Impact.
so lazy. He's like, I'm not standing up.
And it sounds like a 2000s TNA thing to happen as well. I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
We've got to shout out the, just to get back on track, the old AEW editing team, though, because the way they pieced
Oh,
together,
yeah,
because
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
Max had to redo his rap. He made a whoopsie.
Oh, yeah.
The way they pieced that together was it was really good.
That's why he bowed after it, I suppose, on the broadcast. Yeah.
But I was
Anthony was buzzing because I think he's from LA.
Yeah.
Really hyped to be there.
there was a nice line in there where like the only reason you're as popular as you are is because you're still your dad away from us. It's like wrestling again. Only place you'd see
It
that.
is true that Ass Boys have been hard done by, and their own dad pushed them into cement. It's not very nice.
Yeah.
They
So
are-
sorry, kids, I've got better ones.
I prefer these lads. I'm going to pretend they're my sons instead of you.
They're moreover.
Does he now? He seems to be having second thoughts as we're sat here.
Yeah.
After Dynamite. It's all about Billy now.
Next, and on Dynamite, if I was the Ass Boys and he'd said that days after pushing me arse first into cement, I'd have been like, "Go away, Dad." Dad.
Daddy ass.
Can we speak about Powerhouse Hobbs turning into the Ultimate Warrior?
Oh, he's gonna
No,
turn us
don't
all
say it
into
like that.
ashes or
'Cause-
dust or something.
Aye, they're breaking the Phoenix's neck and then spreading the ashes of the Phoenix all over his opponents in AEW.
It's
That's
very
a
abstract, isn't it?
That's a very Ultimate Warrior line.
I'm gonna
You are right.
turn the world into acid and scatter the acid over a swan.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
why.
into a spaceship and whee!
Yeah, it was.
That is-
If Hobbs starts sprinting to the ring, that's gonna be amazing.
Hobbs. That's why he's running around the streets. He's asking people if they want to join his uni.
Those segments are good. Like, not the segments, the show itself. What show? Are you on about that show where he's in the thing with the young lads training thing and he shouts at them?
No. Do you know?
Oh.
Oh, in 96 when he came back, and I don't blame you for forgetting that run in 96. Where they were like, Warrior U, become the thing inside you. Is that blind?
Warrior U.
I've never
Do you
heard
remember
of
Warriors
Warrior U.
University?
I don't even know one
Are you
wrestling
kidding?
university.
I love that. They had all these crap things on crap adverts on the
How have you
FTV.
never brought this up through the weeks of NXT?
What Warrior?
Warrior U.
Warrior U?
Oh right. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. And it was Bruce Pritchard has commented, so you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Apparently, only got like one person.
Oh, it was a real sign-up thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Put a lot of money into it.
I thought it was a gimmick.
there's that.
No, it was like Professor Warrior or anything like that. He was like,
Oh.
join the Warrior U. Yeah, it was this weird advert where it's like, to sell it, they had like this blind man selling out, I don't know, stuff. And the idea was like this man stole, like, he's like, hey, I'll take one. And then he put the incorrect change down and went, hey, that's not the right change because he's trying to screw over the blind man. The blind man's like, oh, my apologies, here, and gives it. And the guy's like, nah, you're all right. And this guy shows up and he's just like, why'd you let him do it? Because he needed it more than me. And he's like, Warrior Unit, showing up. You're like, why is that supposed to make me? Do you not remember these?
No.
It was so out there. You're like,
I
what
was like-
part of the advert made me
I
want to
was
join
like-
to Warrior University?
I was like 3 years old at the time.
There was that show though where it was
I don't know what you're talking about.
retirement hell week, but when he probably after he called himself Warrior properly, and he's like, is it the lads who want to just be wrestlers, but they've got to go through Warriors like training school, and he's just berating them,
Yeah.
just
Oh,
like funny videos them though.
Yeah.
why would you go to Ultimate Warriors wrestling school?
Well, exactly.
He's not a very good.
Well, no one did, so it's just anyway. We're really going into the hedges here. Malachi Black and Brody King beat Eddie Kingston and Ortiz after Julia Hart tricks Ortiz into thinking Eddie was about to attack her. Ortiz walks out on Eddie afterwards, leaving him alone in the ring, while the House of Black appeared.
Yeah, what did they do to Ortiz? Did they go like, "Good job, Ortiz"? He didn't acknowledge them, but it looked like they were like on his side.
Oh, they were like Man U after that Arsenal match where what's his
They
name?
were like, "Man,
Van
you."
Nistelrooy.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, when they're around.
Ah,
Martin Keown.
Good one. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that match so much.
I felt sorry for Van Nistelrooy.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay.
Nah, I had it coming.
He had a cut for diving.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
fair
amount
enough.
of poo housing from that.
He would later score a redemption penalty against Arsenal.
To end their unbeaten run,
Yeah,
their streak,
it's
some
over.
might say.
And Arsenal fans have never shut about it since. So
They're
this
going to
was-
win possibly win the league. Owen's been very down about Liverpool recently.
Oh no!
This
why?
this recent defeat has really knocked him. On the Football Manager stream, if our team did something wrong, he kept comparing our bad players to Liverpool. He was going, "Oh, that's just like Naby Keita." I'm like, "Oh, he's normally so proud to be a Liverpool fan."
Oh,
I know.
Bless.
So I like Eddie Kingston. I love Eddie Kingston. This is all right, but at least it's getting on TV. The storyline where the House of Black are gone, Eddie Kingston, Ortiz, you can't trust Eddie, and Ortiz is like, hey, I can't trust you. Like for all of a sudden,
I'm worried. I'm sensing a resurgence, not just this storyline, but of multiple "Are They Friends" storylines. There's another one that's coming up on Dynamite.
Oh, it's the best one. The one we've never done before in AEW.
Oh.
it's a shame because Ortiz and Eddie, they're not really been on TV that much compared to Ortiz and Santana, which I think this would have worked much better with.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, okay.
Eddie stole his friend. He stole Ortiz away.
Like
Like Billy Gunn
stole,
and yeah.
But the story was Eddie Ortiz didn't want Eddie to hit Julia, even though Eddie wasn't going to hit Julia,
Yeah.
and therefore that means Ortiz doesn't trust Eddie, and now Eddie doesn't trust Ortiz.
Right, because he already didn't have it in his head that he doesn't trust Eddie.
Right.
So
I can see what they're going for, like trying to
Yeah.
split them apart, but there's a better way of doing it than going, he wasn't going to hit her, but I thought he might have hit her.
it's like, okay, look, House of Black look cool. Eddie Kingston on TV and Ortiz is okay. It's
I'd like for Eddie Kingston to be higher up the card.
yeah.
Get him a
Why not?
gun. Come on.
Get him.
I can fix this problem with
Get
Sit
the old Kingston back that Malachi referenced a couple of weeks ago.
The old.
He carried a gun in his pocket. Aye. The cannonball.
The referee's checking now on AEW, so he can't do that.
I'd say Brody King's cannonball could be a finisher. There was a camera shot used in this match where it was just over the shoulder of whoever took it. I forget who it was. The noise it makes. I reckon the biggest tomahawk steak you've ever seen, raw, just slapped on a meat board is what it sounded like to me. That was terrible. Let's move on to
But
Paul
what a
Walker.
reference! What a reference to make in Restaurant Week of all weeks as well.
Oh, you can ask them to do that. And it's a lot cheaper than it would be any other week. In a promo, Jade Cargill fires Red Velvet from the baddies, even though it's pretty clear she'd already left. The
I think
baddies.
she'd already left
She
the baddies.
sassily left last week, didn't
Yeah,
she?
she walked away.
Yeah.
And then she sarcastically applauded Jade from the ramp another week.
Yeah.
I think she'd left.
You know who else has left the baddies? My interest in
Do
this.
you know who else didn't know but pretended they did upstairs?
Go on.
The arrogance of youth, Fraser Porter.
Oh,
Aiden was like,
that feud's still.
I heard Aiden
simmering.
check something with Fraser. He's probably writing a news story, and then he went, "Is Red Velvet still in the baddies?" And Fraser, with his arrogance and youth, rather than admit he didn't know, went, "Yeah, I think so, yeah." And I was like, "Come on now, He's
I
not been
got
watching.
Fraser on the winner of the Masters this week, didn't I, as well?
What was that?
He claimed it was one of the lads embroiled in this scandal.
Oh,
One of the 10 lads from China
wait. Oh, in the
who won the
snooker.
Masters, yeah.
Oh no,
it
he
wasn't, no.
No, he won it a previous
It
year.
was Judd, yeah. It was Judd
Yeah, it
this
was
year.
Judd.
But Fraser claimed it was this year. I was like, no, I sat and watched that final Fraser.
Oh.
Unfortunately for you, sir. Caught out twice in 1 week. Arrogant. I'm getting on board with this now.
I had that with someone else who don't know who said, what's that song Jack Black had? It's the best love song in the world. I said, it's a tribute, the greatest song in the world. Tribute. And he goes, love song. And I went, no, I've just told you it's tribute. And he gives that look where he's not quite understood that I'm correcting him. And you're like, okay, fine. And then I heard him like, Jack Black. It's called Tribute. I'm like, okay,
This week, Jack Atkins showed me a scene from, I've never seen it, but Walk Hard, the John C. Reilly fake music biopic. And it's
which
when he
scene
meets
was
the
it?
Beatles.
Yeah. I think we talked about it last week, weren't we?
Because I think it was on Twitter going around.
Yeah.
Jack Black is Paul McCartney, and it's just, oh my God.
Is it Paul Rudd who's
Yes.
Lennon?
Paul Rudd is Lennon and really good.
Now, when I heard Paul Rudd speak in that segment, I thought it was Joel over the camera there.
What? You sound like Joel.
Paul Rudd's impersonation of John Lennon sounds much like Joel,
Who's not
You think?
from Liverpool.
who's not from Liverpool.
Okay.
But if Joel wouldn't mind just coming on and saying a sentence, people will know what I mean.
What do you think?
Give us your best John Lennon impersonation there, Joel.
I've got some crisps down here. Don't stand on my
Don't
crisps.
stand on his crisps, for goodness sake. Just anything that John Lennon would say.
Hi, I'm John Lennon
Hello,
of
I'm
the
John
Beatles.
Lennon.
Hello.
Yeah.
I can't do a Liverpudlian accent.
No, just say it like you would.
Never
I
become
would.
Paul Rudd, sorry.
Hello, I'm John Lennon. I'm from the Beatles.
It's Paul Rudd's John Lennon.
Wow, you're right.
In the room. Yeah.
You
Big
tell me you're in
time.
walk. Look at him walking hard back to the camera.
I think that Joel's voice is deeper than the because
That's
when
not
he's
his name,
doing the
yes.
impression, he's doing like I'm John Lennon.
Well, we are the
You can
Beatles.
just imagine. That was really good. And then Justin Long's going like, I'm just sat here with my guitar.
And Ringo's played by the lad from the
can't
Wes
remember
Anderson films.
And also, then Jack Black tries to. He just can't. Yeah,
That might be it. Thank you.
Jason Schwartz.
If it's not him, I don't know who
He
it is.
says he doesn't care about LSD. He just likes to have a good time. and then John C. Reilly goes, I like the little one.
Again, that scene, I watched it on Twitch and people just didn't. It's funny how some humor works when people and some just don't get it at all. Like Prison Dom, people on Twitter going, he's not been in prison, him like. Who's he trying to fool? But he's stupid. People just like, is it supposed to be bad? I'm like, yeah, they're making fun of biopics and people do impressions. Especially the guy, the guru behind him is like, please, not here, in India.
Yeah, he keeps going. And what do you think, George Harrison, of the Beatles? Paul McCartney or Jack Black at one point goes like, of course it's true. I'm the leader of the Beatles.
Also, speaking of great musicians, I think Jay was asked what happened to Bow Wow. I don't know.
Yeah, what did happen to the Bow Wow thing?
I think they're married now, aren't they?
Jay Cargill is fired. Bow Wow from the Beatles.
Basketball is his favourite sport. He likes the way they dribble up and down.
That's right. Also, that the thing you were talking about with Jade. Jade said CM Punk was very nice.
Do you know that Bow Wow...
Oh, was it Jade?
Yeah.
You know Bow Wow plays a character in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift who I think's called Twink, but I'm not certain. I'm just going to check that now just in case it's not true.
Oh God, I hope it isn't. Just
Weirdly-
like, out of nowhere, Jack is just thinking with his brain.
Weirdly, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift is the only Fast and Furious I've seen. Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift cast Bow Wow as Twinkie. So close.
Subtle difference.
So close. But I think as a nickname, if they're just passing him in the corridor or whatever, they go, oh, you're right there, Twink.
Yeah.
I think.
Twinks taste nicer. Actor Paul Walker Hauser does an in-ring interview.
Dirty
I'm just
man.
trying to talk about the wrestling and says that anything can happen in AEW. He's interviewed by Danhausen. Hauser.
Literally the only person it could have been.
Yeah, right.
Oh, anything can happen.
Anything can- And here's Jay Lee. Oh, that's money. Isn't it? And they banter about Paul's Golden Globe Award.
I think
Before we go into
Danhausen
this,
wanted the award. He wanted to take it from him.
no, we all want one, don't we?
Paul was like surprisingly open to it as well. He's like, should I do it? Should I give him it?
Did anyone know who this was or the stuff they've been in?
Nah.
I know one thing he's been in,
Oh, what
and I
have you-
really enjoyed him in it. He was in Cobra Kai. He played, because it's all kids in karate clubs warring with each other, and he plays a local, like just bloke who works in the local Target or whatever their B&Q is. And he just joins the karate club, and they're like, aren't you a bit old? He's like, just here to learn how to kick ass, mate. And he calls himself Stingray. It's really good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What else has he done, Joel? I reckon Joel knows everything. He go, no, if he doesn't know.
He said, I've no idea. Jeff Jarrett and Co. arrive. That should be the name of the stable. And Hauser tears them apart on the mic. He drops Sanjay Dutt, so Jarrett smashes the guitar over his head.
He took it well.
He did. The best friends run out to make a very late save, but
Really
the
bad.
heels steal the Golden Globe. G Lethal is your Golden Globe winner.
Also, saw people on Twitter correctly saying that why did they run away? They had the numbers advantage and a 7'4" giant on their side, and they ran away.
Because they had the
Best
Golden
friends.
Globe.
Yeah, they got what they wanted.
I suppose so.
And that wasn't referenced on Dynamite at all. So we don't know what's happened to the Golden Globe.
yeah, was it?
When I saw that match announced with Orange Cassidy versus, was it Lethal?
Yeah.
I thought that would end with Paul getting his Golden Globe
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Maybe he couldn't make it.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it was another money happening.
Maybe.
Oh,
If they pay for one appearance, takes Golden Globes, and never comes back, they just keep the Golden Globe.
In fairness, I like when a celebrity is clearly a fan of wrestling and is doing it to enhance the show rather than make it about themselves. And he seemed to do that.
Yeah, and I think Jarrett and Co., their name, is the best of the best people that could have been doing stuff like this, because I'm really liking their stupid Memphis silly bugger stuff they're doing on TV
They're very
right now.
nefarious, aren't they?
Oh, it's so great.
Triple H would have loved his little pop and snap off the because Jay Lethal hits him first, doesn't he? The bump he takes, the pop and the snap. You know what I mean?
Good stuff.
Yeah, his balls are out. And then in the main event, here we go. The match that everyone liked and appreciated. Ruby Soho and Willow Nightingale beat Tay Mello and Anna Jay in a very violent main event street fight, which we had similar to last year.
But it was
if you remember
sick,
that. So this is
though.
the annual tradition of this. Now, many different people have many different opinions of these things. So, Jack, you're already face palming. So, what do you think?
I didn't enjoy the criticism of this match online. Fair enough, criticizing.
What do you think of the match?
I liked it. I don't think it was like match of the year or anything, but it was memorable. What I don't like is when people. I don't mind when if people disagree and they didn't enjoy the match. That's totally fine. But it's when people don't enjoy the match because they don't like it when women bleed if they're fine with men bleeding, because these women are harder than me. Like, I don't care. They're fine. If they want to do that, then fair play. It's really patronizing, I think, when we go like, oh, I love a death match, but not when the women are doing it. I'm like, well, as long as it's their idea and they want to do it, then don't mind. If you don't like blood in any matches, that's fine. But it's a really double standard kind of thing going on online, it seems. I didn't mind it.
I personally think the biggest issue is that everyone was going, they're paying homage to the Dudley Boys, because when they came out, they had the table, they had the little camo gear on. But I was like, I looked at Willow especially, I was like, that's the Misfits in action. If any form of stable.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue. Everything to do with that match,
Sergeant AWOL?
quite frankly. No, I agree with everything Jack just said there. I think I thought another issue was that we sort of forgot this storyline was happening. And then we got this big like blow off thing where it should have been like the blow off should have been months ago, surely, when the thing was at its peak.
Yeah.
It just felt like it'd been forgotten about for a little while.
That's a good point.
And obviously the bit with the table, it was a bit.
That bit was scary. The Anna J bum.
Yeah.
That was worse than the blood.
But
That
you can see why that would get messed up. Like Willow
you look at
Willow
it, you go-
can't see.
Neither of them could see, like, oh, hang on. Oh.
Yeah, that was scary. That, to be fair.
But I did enjoy it. Just like even the wrestling moves they try to do look rough as balls. Like there was a bit where Willow did like an Ian Beale to Anna Jay written down there, and it just didn't look right. That's not a reference to Ian. No, that sounds wrong now. A Beale. I just put
Beale throw.
Beale
Yeah.
throw, yeah.
Oh, right.
Ian Beale didn't do any wrestling. Aye.
That's their code name for a Beale throw. Do an Ian.
Give it an Ian. Give it an Ian. One of the replies, I've got nothing left. Can't do it.
Goes in the ring, comes back to the
I thought it was a bit of a silly move for Ruby to do as well on the tax at the end, because she took more tax than Tate. Then
yeah,
Ty
that
did.
is true.
But
That
apart, I think people look for stuff to moan at sometimes. I mean,
But your
I do,
criticisms
yeah.
there are fine because they're about the how it impacted your enjoyment of the match. But it's not about. We're not saying it was rubbish because it was
If
abhorrent.
they want to bleed, let them bleed everywhere.
Yeah.
Way I.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there was people saying this match should never have happened who loved it when it was Britt Baker and I think Thunder Rosa had their street fight. I don't know. Strange. Anyway.
It is weird, but it's weird because I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm all right for this. Love the death matches when done properly. Some crap death matches out there, obviously, but obviously all right with stuff like this. Again, that bit with the table though, it's like giving ammunition to all the people. I think they shouldn't be doing this, and you're like, well, yeah, I'm with them with the last thing, the first thing.
Yeah.
But Yeah, but overall, I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Yeah, and Ruby
Bit
just...
weird for a TV match though. Like I thought, but Tony's done that in the past though. Do you remember that random bunkhouse brawl that happened just in the middle of a week once?
Is it Dustin Rhodes?
Yeah.
And...
Can't remember.
I can picture Dustin bleeding.
Covered in
Oh,
blood.
was it
QT?
your lad? Yeah, QT.
Ah.
Yeah, versus Butcher and the Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere that match. I remember being like, whoa. But seems to be the way Tony books, I suppose.
Yeah,
No, fair enough.
good on you. Monday Night Raw. Big Bob and the Business Boys. I love that ska band.
Oh wait, have I changed it? That was originally the chorus of Hurt by the Nine Inch Nails or Johnny Cash. And then it was just I Will Make You Hurt Business. Because I couldn't think of anything. I'm glad I changed it though.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
The Usos and Solo open the show and say that they have big plans for Raw 30. Every generation of the Bloodline will be there for a Roman Reigns acknowledgement ceremony, and the Usos will defend the tag belts against Judgment Day.
Just the Raw ones was a crucial detail.
Oh, just the Raw belts.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh,
So they could lose
you
that.
with your eyes and ears.
They could. That makes it more interesting. The result is more in doubt.
I reckon, Kevin and Sam could screw Jimmy and Jay.
And then Prison Dom would be a tag team champion. Wow.
Ex-Con Dom to give his new name.
Ex-Con
That's what they called him on there. Ex-Con Dom.
Ex-Con Dom.
The Judgment Day interrupt, and Ex-Con Don takes exception to the term Uso Penitentiary.
I love that. He got offended by it. He was like, you don't know what it's like.
You know what we call Usos inside in the big house? Wannabe SA.
So good.
Starts a brawl between the two sides until Mustafa Ali runs in to attack Solo.
Just to start the match.
Yeah.
But I like the way the brawl started was Rhea stepping in to defend Dom. And then I think Dom tried to stay tough and then got headbutted. It was good.
I like Rhea's role, though, because she knows she can't be hit, but she's like, should be there anyway, just battering them anyway. It's good. It's all just, it's like what we used to say back in the day with the Reigns stuff, like it's all just, we couldn't do any better, could we?
Do you remember that Edge didn't want to be in the Judgment Day anymore because they were going to get spooky?
Yeah.
I don't know where that went.
Yeah.
Was that
That's
maybe,
such one of
but then
really,
Triple H took over, maybe?
I think it was before that.
Oh.
Yeah, because they wrestled at SummerSlam, so it would have been, they've already started that before. Wow, Judgment Day, we won the pay-per-view. This is great. Yeah, we're going to turn on you.
Yeah.
I don't get
I think
that.
that was because
Got
of
his
someone.
revenge at Clash, didn't he? Or did he lose?
Was it because of Cody's injury that had to turn Edge face because they had no one else at the top?
Yeah,
of
but
the
then
card?
Edge never really did
Then they had
much
the
after
stuff
that.
at
He
the
just did 6 men.
Dom, ex-con Dom turned into a heel at the castle.
You saw him turn heel.
That's right.
Whoa.
And I had a
can
bit
only
of a
imagine.
Nelson Mandela about it because I've written a script about this week and I was like, Dom hoofed his dad in the nads. Not true.
What happened?
He clotheslined his dad. He hoofed Edge in the nads.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah. Is that Mandela? I don't know.
It's a slight
So-
Nelson Mandela.
So if he hits the Ian Beale, then he follows with Nelson Mandela. So the people make notes at home. And at the end, Graham Souness flag in the corner. All right? All right.
What a
You'd be
song.
good at like calling
us
a
a
spot
full-
in the ring with
full-
just people from the 90s.
Just looking for a full Nelson. Give us the Mandela.
Remember the song Free Nelson Mandela?
Yeah.
I heard that the other day for the first time in ages and I was like, this is a tune, this. It's such a good song. That's all I'm not
I had a
gonna-
mate who said like free Nelson Mandela with every new copy of The Sun this Monday.
What?
Oh.
Like free.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was funny when he said it.
I'm glad they freed him. For one.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Dominic Mysterio could teach a few things to Nelson.
Oh, damn it. If only Nelson Mandela was alive, right? A cameo on Raw 30.
Imagine Dom telling Nelson you don't know what it's like.
How many years? Yeah, nothing compared to me. Yeah, whatever.
People go on Twitter, well, I think you'll find Nelson spent a bit more time in...
Oh, man. Free Dominic Mysterio. I'm telling you.
If someone's watching from creative, having the choir of like Damian Priest, Finn, and Rhea.
Also, this is implying that Dom was in prison for like a noble cause. Like he's a political prisoner. Oh, he was rebelling against the tyranny of Rey Mysterio. Oh, man.
Oh, God. Solo wins the opening match against Ali, despite the arrival of Kevin Owens, who comes looking for revenge after SmackDown. He attacks Solo after the bell and tries to put him through the announce table, but officials stop him. Oh, where were you lads on SmackDown?
Oh, sorry. Maybe the Usos stopped him and then officials came out. It was a combination of the Usos. Yeah. He was stopped from doing so.
Yeah.
It was a nice, really good start of Raw, I thought. The pacing, everything was happening. And there was like three different storylines, all...
It's the Brucey bonus, isn't it?
all aligned and all making sense.
Like Fargo.
Yeah.
In his latest vignette, Cody reveals he'll be back at the Royal Rumble. And someone says, why not keep it a surprise?
Why not keep it a surprise?
Why not keep it a surprise?
It's the Rumble.
It's the Rumble.
Good point.
Cross.
I mean, I want people to buy this.
Is it because they've got a bigger surprise lined up? Because that's the common thing I've seen this
We'll have to see Tatanka's son's schedule.
Bloody Jimmy Tatanka.
Jimmy I hope that's his name.
It was a nice because obviously people were going radio rental, weren't they? He was like 3 on Instagram, which meant it was episode 3 of like the series of little vignettes they've been doing.
Yeah.
And I can see why they do it, because obviously they need to drive up interest and get the buys on the P machine and all that sort of stuff. We can't say the other half of the word, can we? Because YouTube will demonetize the video. It's a shame.
You've lost me.
The streaming service that WWE Network's on now.
Oh, really?
I daren't take the chance anymore.
The network.
Yeah, aye. But
You're right. My actually, yeah.
They need to drum up interest in that, and
I thought it was saying pay-per-view. Now you can say that. But yeah, you're right. Pay-per-view.
Premium live event.
There we go. Elias, I'm all right with Cody. Fine. Elias wants to enter the Royal Rumble, but MVP tells him not to bother because the winner is already guaranteed. And he also says, "Looks like you're having a communication breakdown."
Did he?
Yeah, he sung it as well as I just did right then.
I might have skimmed past that bit because I don't remember.
How dare
that.
you skip MVP?
I know, yeah. We're getting back to remember when Raw was just like the MVP show a couple of years ago?
Oh,
there was a lot of MVP on this show. Yeah, it is good, but
we're getting back to that.
Yeah.
Elias thinks MVP is talking about himself and agrees to a match later on with this guaranteed winner. Elias is so stupid.
He is stupid.
Thick as a
Everyone
brick.
could see that.
He is the biggest jobber I've seen in a long time. And it's a shame. Ever since he hopped off that bus and got attacked by the bloodline, I've never looked at him the same again. This man used to be a thinking man's heel back in the day. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where you go with him now. He's literally just the worst, isn't he?
I know what we'll go to. Making Omos look good. Who beats Elias in a short match.
Yeah, I've
MVP
skipped ahead for that. Yeah.
and Omos together still.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've written down a stat here. He's lost 4 singles matches in a row on television and hasn't won one since October. That's if you take the stuff out with Riddle.
All right.
He hasn't won a match because he was the Randy Orton standing for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
How that worked.
Apart from that, he's just a big old jobbery jobber. Slobber jobber.
Ain't nothing but a jobber. Jobbing all the time. You should sing a song this week about how crap he is. That's a new gimmick twist.
Can't wait for Cena to come back and punk him again.
The Street Profits win a tag team match against Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin.
Can we call them the Hurt Business again?
No,
MVP said
MVP was there.
MVP said, I've got the lads back together.
Not
last
quite
week."
yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not officially.
We're nearly there.
Okay.
This is like Peter Odom Wingy in the car park.
What a time.
But yeah, it's nice to see Alexander and Benjamin together, looking respectable. After looking like Elias.
But they've gone ahead
last
of
year.
Elias now in the pecking order, yeah.
Yeah, because they lost the match, but they still looked competitive until then. So
But it was
take seriously.
MVP who buggered it up, didn't he? He got involved, and then I'm like, oh, will they want to align with him after he buggered up the finish of that match when they're doing so well? Will they want to help the giant Omos win the 2023 Men's Royal Rumble? Could you imagine that being the case? Roman Reigns versus Omos at WrestleMania.
Oh, that could be a stare down in the room. There could be Gunter and Omos. Oh.
No, I must have stared down. I was going, where is he?
Do you think Gunter's going to have a good showing in the Rumble? I was meant to ask that earlier.
Yes.
Okay. I think he might.
I do too.
You think so?
Oh, looking forward to it already. Yeah, the Street Profits won here. It was one of their, I've forgotten to write down which one it was, hometown. So the crowd showed respectful noise. No, they didn't. I don't know what's up with Monday Night Raw's crowds the last few weeks. They've sounded non-existent.
Yeah. It was a shame because it was a good match as well. Like everyone was in fuego.
I like the Profits as well.
Yeah.
I'm glad they won at least.
I've seen people who attended the show live who said, no, there was loads of noise. It's just the way that the biked up or it comes across on TV. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
They control it a lot more these days, I think, like with fake noise.
And loads of that on SmackDown.
Muting certain bits and making certain bits higher.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, but there you go.
Yeah. The Judgment Day get into an argument backstage with Alpha Academy, who are unhappy about the way Prison Dom took Balor's place in the Tag Team Eliminator last week. They do have a point. This leads to a match later in the night, which Priest and Dom win thanks to a distraction from Rhea Ripley. But more importantly, are we seeing the turn of Alpha Academy?
Yes, we are.
We are
It's
seeing
about time.
the much appreciated and needed turn of Alpha Academy.
Yeah, the Caterpillar's back. Gable had nice little lines about his online course that Dom needs to take because he's got a weak body and a weak mind.
Yeah, not confused with the Warrior U.
No. Not to be confused with that at all. And Dom's got Mysterio tattooed on his knuckles now. That was another thing.
He got
we
that in the
missed.
clink.
Yeah, but that's his dad's name.
He should have Ripley.
His dad.
It'll be funny.
Mammy on
Yeah. M.A.
What about the match? Otis is a proper babyface now.
Yeah.
His Caterpillar was good this week.
Yeah,
he sort of just gave up at the end.
I loved it.
And it was nice for Dom to get the pinfall with Damien doing most of the work. It's a good poo house way to win.
Yeah.
But we're on the proper turn with the AA now.
I hope that it's not just a turn. I hope it's a turn and a little push as well. They deserve it. I want them to win it all.
I agree. Becky Lynch comes out through the crowd and calls out Bayley. Damage Katal arrive, and Bayley says Becky has no friends. You've got no friends. Becky says she has an arena for friends. All Bayley has is a career that peaked in 2015.
That was cruel.
Becky challenges Bayley to a cage match next week, which Bayley thinks about for a while before accepting.
I've never seen a cage match before. Bloody hole in the roof. It's going to be fine. It'll be fine, Pamela.
Io is one of her teammates, and she jumps off them all the time.
Even with bins on her
I
head.
was going to say, shit, I can't arrive. There's no bins in the arena. I can't show up. I'm sorry.
I closed my eyes here and I thought Becky was Cody Rhodes because she was cutting the Cody Rhodes promo about Bayley, wasn't she? She's not actually nice. She stayed in NXT.
I'd be interested.
Remember that?
More, but out of nowhere.
Yeah, he was
The smiley
comparing
Kylie
Kylie Ray to Bailey and saying Kylie's actually nice. Oh.
Yeah, unlike that Bayley. And then was the other one as well? It's like, oh, there's a guy in NXT who does my finisher way worse than me, and people are like, what are you on about?
Who was that about?
Good old Trevor Lee.
Oh, yeah, Cameron Grimes.
Yeah.
Before
I
he
blanked
did
on his
the-
name for a second there. I
Before
beg
he
your
made the
pardon.
cave in his finisher.
No, he was doing the
Oh.
yeah.
You remember when did Vito used to do it?
Roll the dice.
Roll the dice. Yeah.
Yeah, Christopher Daniels had that.
First time I ever saw Roll the Neck Breaker was Vito doing it on WCW Worldwide. I was like, wow. Yeah.
And I think Becky's
Was it
out of-
Reno?
Maybe it was one of them.
They look the same unless she's looking at them from behind.
Maybe it was Reno, yeah.
Yeah.
2200.
Reno. I love Reno get a mention on this. God.
Reno 2200.
I've seen
No,
him in
I'm
the flesh,
just-
mate.
Oh.
He was on that house show I went to with the Telly West.
Chris Ralph.
This. God, yeah.
Sorry.
What are we talking about?
Bailey,
Oh, yeah, that.
Becky's out of order as well for saying Bailey's got crap hair. That's a very 2019 reference she's done there. That's out of order.
Yeah.
Bailey's got nice hair now. Bit of red in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bit of redneck, like
Should've made-
AW Rampage, yeah.
yeah.
This wasn't... Becky's usually great on the mic, but this was... You get these promos every bloody week now. I wasn't supposed to make it my spot and this spot, and I had to make it. The fans made me, and I had the brass ring, and wrestling's fake, and blah, 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 Zack Ryder. And you're like, I don't need to hear this every bloody time on TV.
I think Becky's one of the cases where it does work because that is literally her story, but it can work in kayfabe as well. It works both ways. Like, I clawed and fought my way to the top and stuff. I didn't mind it too much. Thought she was mean to poor Bailey.
But you'd been mean to her, so it's all right.
Yeah, but saying her career peaked in 2015 when she had an amazing match that changed the game for women's wrestling. Bailey should have said, you wouldn't be where you were. It wasn't. I don't know.
Aye.
You'd be still working as a cocktail at the center.
Was there a Mercedes Monet reference, lads, where Becky was like, or was it who said about the moaning and the complaining?
The money.
The money, no, just about moaning and complaining, and people thought it was like, oh, that's a dick
Oh
at the
God!
side.
You know what? I think Sasha Banks fans are now worse than Bray Wyatt fans. In terms of, look, it's like, just shut up.
I didn't
She's
realize
not coming back.
Bray had a similar following to that.
Well, just the people who were like, was that a reference? It's like,
Oh.
no, just calm
Sasha's a more rabid.
down. Yeah, come at me, I don't care. Please don't.
Not the Sasha fans.
She's a great wrestler.
She is a great wrestler.
Yeah. The fans are stink. Backstage, Mustafa Ali again confronts Dolph Ziggler. That's right. About not wanting to tag with him. Ziggler is getting ready for the main event and says he doesn't have time to pay attention to Ali.
Ziggler's such an arse.
He is an arsehole.
Who hits him in the back of the head? Quite rightly.
He has had lots of opportunities, even though he loses all the time. Ali was right.
Ali was right.
Yeah. Where's
And then
Ali's
he hit him in
opportunity?
the back of the neck. Pay attention to me now. Oh. They're making Ali a really angry badass. And I like it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not quite landing yet for me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's just that lad that people beat on TV right now. So
Maybe if he was
we-
winning, it would. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's it. It's like, I'm a badass. Win a match. Tozawa wants Adam Pearce to enter him in the Royal Rumble.
This
Pearce,
This was shocking. This was bang out of order.
Well, from Adam Pearce.
Yeah, big time.
Pearce books him in a match against Bronson Reed to prove himself. Tozawa does not win.
So he says to him, Pierce, you've got to earn your way into the Rumble. You, Tozawa, got to earn your way into the Rumble. But your Kofi Kingstons, your Cody Rhodeses, other names, they can just announce themselves as part of the Rumble.
Yeah, because
It's
they've won
disgusting.
stuff. They've won. I'm with
Tozawa's
Adam
a former
Pearce.
cruiserweight champion, a ninja.
What decade was
24/7.
that?
24/7 champion.
All right, Bailey peaking in 2015. Bloody hell.
He's
Yeah, you know, can I enter the 2015 Royal Rumble?
He's
Thank you.
stalwart of Dragon Gate. Does Pierce not know about that?
Yeah. Other things that popped in 4x3. Yeah. He's not won a bloody thing. He couldn't win a hook a duck at this point. So of course, Adam Pearce has to say,
should be
you
one.
have to.
Do you know what he said to him? Even if you win, it doesn't necessarily mean you're in. You'll just be up for consideration. Now that's harsh. That.
Okay, that was harsh.
Yeah.
Bang out of order.
And then Bronson Reed unalives him.
Bronson Reed looked really good in this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yes.
of Tozawa, who's an absolute selfless legend.
That's the poshest thing you ever
It
said.
is
A selfless legend. I did that throwaway, held on, and then did some more stuff. That was really good.
I'm really embarrassed.
Yeah, that powerbomb on the outside.
Yeah.
The guardrail.
Oh, selfless.
I
That's
caught-
legendary as well from Tozawa.
He caught it in my hand, didn't he, off the top rope, and then on the floor, and then powered on.
Bronson Reed's got a real sense of weight when he lands. Like he just splashes in that, and he really. I'm sure he's safe and everything, but it really is convincing.
Yep.
It's good.
It just needs a bit of weight. That's all it's missing.
What?
Bit of weight.
Oh, Wade.
Oh,
Tsunami.
Yeah.
Splash. Mitch and Mia Yim beats Io Sky after
Yeah, I
Candice
didn't
LeRae.
know whether to call her Mitchin or May.
It's a nickname.
Mitchin May. Well, she says it's a nickname. They call her Mitchin.
Yeah, they're not doing anything with it. We'll just, after Candice LeRae takes care of Dakota Kai on the outside. Dakota tries to attack Yim afterwards, but Candice saves the day.
So is that a new team, Candice and Mia?
Why,
Looks
of
like
course, it's Mission and the Poison Pixie.
I'm not sure
Peanut
that
butter
sounds...
and
What
jam.
is a Poison Pixie? I want to know.
Oh, I like the
You
Poison
can't just
Pixie
get
thing.
some paper mache wings made by your own bloody daughter and call yourself Poison Pixie.
No, I think that when when Candice was a face, she was really like goody two shoes, like sweetness and niceness and stuff. So then when she turned heel in NXT, she wasn't just a pixie anymore; she was poison.
But she's a baby face now.
Yeah, she's kept the poison. It's like Rollins going back face, but he's kept the.
She needs some sort of antidote then, doesn't she? Get the
Yeah.
poison out of her.
I guess so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
down the
fair
gas station.
Is that what you do if you're
Over the
poisoned?
counter, get some remedy. That's how it works in America, isn't it?
Can I have a tank of diesel and a?
Yeah. Also, I've been bitten by a snake. Can I get... Oh, yeah, sure. Hey, you bitten by a snake there, are you?
And some
Ooh.
Skittles, please.
The match was good because Mission kept up with Io, which is no disrespect to Mission, but you know, it's Io Sky.
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah.
flying around everywhere.
Yeah.
Distraction finish, make the heel like a twat, I think, all the time. And that happened again here. And I think they were short for time because everything like the end of the match and the post-match beatdown felt like and then over.
Yeah, it was.
It's a nice line from Corey as well saying that Mission was cosplaying his prison dom.
Oh, by the way, Corey is on form when it's Prison
Yeah,
Dom because he's eating into it.
Yeah.
Like, he's not like people on Twitter. He knows what it is. And he's like, oh, yeah, of course, look at him. Yeah.
He's what
You wouldn't mess with him.
He's what Pat was to the Maximum Male models.
That's a good
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, Pat there reminded me of. I thought you were going to say Nakamura and Rick Boogs, and it made me think: is Rick Boogs all right? He's probably still recovering from injury. I guess. Oh man,
He's on the machine thing. Another one I follow on the gram is Rick Boogs. He's on the machine thing doing his knee.
No, Mitchin.
That's good.
Sorry.
That's good to know though. that he's on his way back.
Because last year's WrestleMania that happened, right?
Yeah, in the opening match of
First
night
match in that one, were you?
one.
Yeah. Versus the Usos, wasn't it? Him and
It was
Nakamura?
Yeah.
It was a sad way to open it. I remember that. Yeah.
Bianca Belair calls out Alexa Bliss and offers her a title match for the Royal Rumble. Bliss accepts and says she'll see Belair at the Rumble. But Belair wants to fight right now. And they brawl into the crowd. Uncle Howdy appears.
Oh.
Uncle Dickhead. And distracts Belair, allowing Bliss to DDT her on the floor. Bliss stares at Uncle Dickhead and seems concerned.
That's Uncle Howdy.
Yeah.
Right. So Bliss has a remix of her theme now, which means she's officially being captured by the darkness.
Yeah.
I've written down there.
Thank you.
that's
Do it like Matt Barry. That's
Yeah. Bianca doing the Keith Lee rise up from behind the barricade was a nice moment. And then the segment fell flat because she was laying the bejesus out of her.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
She got distracted by the mysterious presence of
He
Uncle
was,
Howdy.
he was stood half an hour away going,
Oh, he was closer than that. He was.
oh, she had her up in a torture rack position, didn't she, or something like that? Put her down and got DDT on the
Uncle
floor.
Howdy
Like, oh, come
is. He's horrified. He's really scary.
This is Bianca Belair, though. She's on her own against the world.
Yeah. I did-
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I had the same reaction as she did when I saw Uncle Howdy on TV, but I wasn't wrestling somebody at the time. So
You know, I think it was justified.
Again, it's another example of an inch forwards. Just we need a big leap one week.
Well, we're
Hopefully
nearly at the
tonight.
Rumble. We're nearly at the Rumble. I'm expecting about 10 different storylines to finish and or end at the Rumble, all in one night. It's going to be crazy.
a big rock falls on all of them.
Yeah.
Great.
Because does this mean that Alexa Bliss is being controlled by Howdy? Is she fighting off Howdy?
Has Howdy lost interest in Bray? Because now he's on
Is
Raw.
Howdy Bray?
Yeah, Uncle Howdy took a look at LA Knight and goes, "Ooh, I'm not sure about that." Like,
Is it going to be Howdy versus... Howdy. Is it going to be Howdy versus Bray at WrestleMania?
oh God.
I think it will be.
Yeah.
That will be revealed in the video coming on the channel very soon.
Oh. fair
What's the
enough.
worst
Me and
thing?
Tom predicted the WrestleMania card.
Can
And
we
one
do
of my
it?
matches is Bray versus Howdy.
Do you remember that video we did of when we both booked a Forbidden Door between WWE and New Japan and AEW? Are we doing any more of those?
I don't know.
I can't think of any potential. I was going to say, can we do more of them? But now I can't think of any more Forbidden Doors we could do that would be as
There's only
clickable,
one, isn't there?
as clickable as.
Yeah, people don't care about Impact. Who watches?
That video made me feel really clever because the comments were really positive about both of us, and I was like, "Well, lovely video."
Yeah.
They were like, "Jack and Ross have killed it in this video.
Oh, that's nice.
We were good at the booking."
We should have been in charge of WCPW. That's what.
Yeah.
Many people have said that.
It's a common misconception. People think we were, but we weren't.
No.
Just,
I
just do like
remind
Russo
them.
and take credit, or Bischoff or anybody else. Just say, yeah, what were the bits that you liked? Yeah, we did those. all us. Main event is a 6-pack challenge for a shot at the US title. Bobby Lashley wins thanks to help from MVP and Omos on the outside, but he doesn't seem too happy about it.
I've not really explained the match that thoroughly. There's quite a lot to this.
I was
match.
going to say, this was a setup episode for Raw XXX next week, obviously, but so it was in some places. This main event was full of daft action, though.
Yeah.
With Rollins, Ziggler, Lashley,
Corbin.
Koyoza,
Oh, Finn.
and Finn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he put the 6 in the 6-pack challenge, didn't he? Oh, he put the 6-pack in the 6-pack challenge.
Yeah.
That's right. He certainly does.
Saucy man. I thought Theory crapped the bed on commentary. I thought if that was Kevin Owens in there, he would have made it maximize his minutes like he always does. But Theory's just like, oh yeah, they're so old. That's all he said.
Well, he's the future, isn't he?
I mean, you're right, though, but that's him, though. He's not supposed to be like an entertaining bad guy or anything like that.
I think they probably want him to be entertaining.
bit more than-
yeah.
No, I disagree.
abuse them.
He's just a bad guy that isn't supposed to go out there and say catchphrase and
But
stuff. So yeah.
Bailey does that. She does deliberately
Yeah, that's
cheesy
another good
stuff,
example.
and she does it.
Yeah, but she peaked in 2015.
I don't
Austin
believe
Theory wasn't
Becky.
even born in 2015.
This was I liked the yeah, you're right. I didn't enjoy the commentary as much, but I enjoyed the intertwining different feuds going on in the same match. I like that. You know, people like this match. I think.
What does the Omos appearance at the end mean?
Well, he's with MVP.
Or was it like hinting at the hurt bit? Because he did it in front of Bob, didn't he? Big Bob.
Bob didn't like it though.
Yeah.
He was like, "Whoa."
Well, because they were feuding last time.
yeah,
met.
and MVP sided with Omos over Bob, but now he wants Bob back.
I want my Bobby back, Bobby back, Bobby back, Bobby back. I want my Bobby back, Bobby back.
He does.
Ribs.
I wish I'd written that as the punchline at the start.
I'm questioning what I've written down here.
Oh, yeah.
I've written down Omos out there basically confirming the Hurt business, or was it MVP saying, "Look at my new boyfriend, Bob. Do you want to get involved in some polyamory?"
Maybe it's that.
Yeah, maybe it is that. My polyamorous friend.
I'd love that.
Smackdown
Lashley just gets
Liverpool.
on the mic and goes, "Look, I couldn't do the big fat gimmick that I wanted to have been, so I'm just doing the polyamory gimmick."
Barbecue style.
Yeah, they all sing that together and just have sex. Yeah, great.
Does
Raw,
it-
Triple X.
Does MVP want some barbecue style?
Oh, wow. Cultaholic XXX.
Just every week, isn't it? Especially with Andrew on commentary. God. So that was Monday Night Raw.
This was a very NXT episode of NXT.
Well said. NXT. Finally, the Scots have come back to NXT.
Yeah.
In the opening match, Apollo Crews and Axiom beat Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, with Crews getting the pinfall on Carmelo. I'm all right with all four of these lads wrestling each other constantly.
Yes.
Where do we go from here, though?
Turn all the lights down now. That's a blank lyric, sorry.
Oh, I get you, right. Apollo Crews, I don't like that he said, "Hey, you've lost your ability to see in the future." I'm like, no, you have, Apollo. That used to be your whole shtick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He said
yeah.
that, and I don't wait, no, Apollo, that was your thing.
You've mixed yourself up with him.
Yeah, what you did. And also Apollo's coming out big, happy, smiling. I'm like, oh no, Apollo.
Did you prefer Apollo?
Apollo!
Did you prefer Apollo the future teller?
Because he was winning matches.
Well, he's
Beat
winning
JD.
matches now, just with a smile on his face.
Yeah,
just-
smiley, happy,
Like
smile.
Ronaldinho.
Oh, it's a kiss of death.
It's called long-term
like it.
storytelling, Matthew. Much like Bray Wyatt, just calm down, right? It's going to happen soon. That shot where he has the NXT titles in his hands like that.
Yeah, that has to
It's never happening.
be paid off, surely. What? There wasn't an image in that match where he thought he'd won at all, was there?
Exactly.
No. Oh,
No.
Weird.
I would like to pay homage to Trick Williams, though. AJ Styles told us many years ago, it's all about the little things in wrestling.
Yeah.
And Trick did lots of little things in this match. In between his moves, his little shoulder shimmies, his little razzle dazzles, his little jazz hands. He's the future.
I don't agree with... I've thought about that AJ Styles piece of advice over the years. And I think if I was a wrestler, because the first part of that piece of advice was moves are easy, it's the little things. I don't think I'd be very good at the moves. I think moves are hard.
Yeah, I reckon I could do that a bit easier than like a 450.
After every match.
Maybe for someone like AJ Styles, the moves are easy.
Yeah.
But the little things are probably the easier thing to learn.
I know exactly what he means, though.
I get it. Not all
Take a second to pause.
Yeah,
Look at the crowd.
Yeah,
Listen,
feel the yeah.
flow, rhythm.
Yeah. I know that he means like some wrestlers can do like a double 630 whatever, but can't get people to care about. And I get it. But I couldn't do a 450 splash. Anyway,
Maybe that should be a series.
us learning
what
to do
move you
moves.
could do?
Aye.
Jeez.
Take it up in difficulty every week. Start with a
Like a
Start with-
snapmare to begin with, and then...
This week, Adam's going to do a Phoenix splash.
Yeah, what have we got for next week? I'll be taking a superplex. Oh,
Yeah,
that
I've
sounds
started
nice.
high there actually with a
Yeah.
Phoenix splash, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, you start off high and come low. So, but yeah, no, I agree with AJ Styles because I am a little thing. Tony D'Angelo takes Stacks to the bridge.
Oh my god, my heart was pounding during
Yeah.
this segment.
Yeah. Whoa.
Pounding so hard I
It
broke the camera.
Did you break the camera?
Flashed
Off that?
Was that John Lennon? There was a little blue haze came across the camera.
Nelson?
Could you
No,
imagine?
no.
I wanted to shout it really bad. I'm not going to. Doesn't
What?
matter. We'll move on. Someone else we talked about earlier.
Oh, right.
He talks about losing the Dijak last week. It looks though he's about to throw Stacks off the bridge, but instead he promotes him to underboss and gives him a lovely new leather jacket. Also, that's from Sopranos.
you do that now.
It's the anyway, so I like if I'm going to get a promotion that my boss would take us to the bridge where he last killed somebody and give him a promotion.
But imagine though,
What was the logic there?
a loss to Dijak and you're getting threatened potentially with being murdered. But it is lovely to see that Stacks has loyalty until the end.
One thing I've noticed, one trope, and I think we've brought this up before, one trope of HBK's writing is that he loves segments where a heel leader of a stable will gift something to his underlings. We had it with Joe Gacy giving out the smiley pin badge, going, "You've been promoted. Here's a special pin badge." Tony's done this before with watches or something. And it's all, whoever writes this, I'm assuming it's Sean, loves the idea of a boss rewarding his minions by going, "You've got to the next level. Here's a treat." He did it with the jacket here. It's just a weird quirk of NXT in recent years.
It's a good trope you've noticed.
It's not a good trope. I don't like it.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
What do you reckon 90s Shawn Michaels got his DX underlings?
I was about to say.
I don't think we'd say it for legal reasons.
I walked right into that one.
Yeah. We see that last night. Indy Hartwell kicked Tiffany Stratton out of her own private locker room.
I'm interested to hear Ross's thoughts on Indy Hartwell.
Well,
Instead making it the what?
It's
Instead
like the
making
women's locker room
for
now.
the whole women's division.
Because Tiffany was using a room that was
making it
bigger than...
I
Yeah.
get you
Because
now. Go ahead.
according to Indy, Tiffy Stratz reckons they're all pigs.
Yeah.
Her words, not mine.
It's 3 pages of this, by the way. Go on, Ross.
What were they doing there the night before? That's my first question.
Yeah.
While Monday Night Raw's on, why
Well,
not?
it's a performance center, I guess.
Why not watching Monday Night Raw?
She needs 24 hours to get ready.
It's disgusting.
Maybe they go there after Raw for a late night workout.
Yes, that's the rationale.
Maybe they're so inspired by Raw that they go, "We need to get on that level."
the crap on there.
After Raw finishes, they'll go, that's it, team.
To be fair, Tiffy Stratz deserves a
I
lot.
want to get shredded like Uncle Howdy.
Tiffy Stratz deserves a locker room bigger than the rest of the ladies' locker room combined.
Okay.
Because she is the center of the universe. Her footwork is better than Indy Hartwell's, and therefore she should have a bigger locker room. That's my rationale.
My thought was that it was misdirected anger, and that Indy should be blaming whoever's in charge of allocating the various locker rooms, not Tiffany, who's lucked out by getting this big locker room. But it's not Tiffany's fault. She's
Do you
just taking
reckon
advantage of it.
Indy could take the heat to the sexy boy and live to tell another tale. Or live to
Well,
wrestle
Indy's
another
acting
day.
like a big time veteran. She's acting like the Indy Taker,
That's the
the way
heart
she's
and soul
going
of
on.
NXT you're speaking
Well,
about
she's
there.
I don't know
The
if she's
commentator said so once.
is she getting a thoughts of, is she acting like the big grizzled veteran when she's not there yet? I think maybe.
Maybe she's the new Bailey. From that promo on Raw. She stayed in NXT to be the big hoo-ha.
Maybe.
But they're all pigs, though. That's what we learned. here.
Tiffany's going to prove that there's only one superstar in the women's division, and it's her. That was the point.
This
of
is
her
the
interview.
era of Tiffany Stratton. This is the Tiffany Stratton show.
Yeah. Stratisfaction. Well, that's already been.
What?
No, I'm just enjoying listening to you talk about it.
We've got quite passionate there about.
Toxic Attraction cut a promo ahead of their triple threat title match against Roxanne Perez. Lyra Valkyria interrupts.
Lyra Valkyria.
Valkyria.
apparently.
Whatever. Interrupts and accuses Toxic Attraction of not being able to beat Perez without each other's help. They attack her, thus proving her point. But Roxanne makes a save.
Yeah.
I hate baby faces like, I'll just call her Velcro. It's too hard to say. Lyra Velcro.
You hate Forest Sprites?
Yeah. She's like, I don't see champions when I look at you. And I'm like, what have you ever won?
What have
You
you won,
weird
Lyra?
bird woman. She's like, all I hear is a couple of toxic crows.
Whoa.
And I would be flying towards Vengeance Day if I had won. Oh, you weirdo. Piss off out of the forest.
No, she's.
Whimsical
No,
little...
Why don't you flock off?
I think she's allowed to be a bit like this because she performed better in the Battle Royal than I thought she would as a newcomer to the brand.
But that's the former NXT Tag Team Champions Toxic Attraction she's talking to
They're
there.
relying on the numbers game, though.
Did she win a title in NXT UK?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think she did.
Might as well not have happened.
Lyra, I think. Oh, I don't know what to say.
She was a hoot, wasn't she?
I guess she's
Sing
going to
bird
be
puns.
the next challenger to Roxanne after Toxic Attraction. Maybe she'll betray her. Then she'll be an evil bird.
Yeah.
What's an evil bird? Like a crow or raven?
Yeah,
or?
like one of them. Aye, evil ones.
What was the vulture called from that
condor.
show that was on ITV? Sorry,
vulture?
CBBC. What was it called?
Vulture on CBBC.
Mad, yeah.
Vulture.
There's a guy that I've got half picture it, but I can't remember what I'm on
So
about
not
here.
Kez.
Imagine 2001 CBBC. There was a
Raven.
show about, was it Woody Woodpecker? They had an evil bird against him.
Don't know. I'm tapping.
Oh
So.
my
cartoon
God.
then?
Yes,
I
isn't
bet
it?
Fraser would know.
It was a cartoon.
Yeah, yeah.
Ed the Duck.
Evil bird.
Sorry.
Hang on, I'm going to Google
Okay.
Woody Woodpecker Nemesis, and then that's what Mrs. Velcro will turn into. Woody
Forward to seeing this.
Woodpecker. Laugh? No. Nemesis.
Knowing your PC is going to have a
Come on.
arse picture anyway.
There he is, this fella.
Oh. Right.
I don't know what he's called.
What kind of bird
Woody
is he?
Woodpecker.
Buzzard.
Buzzard. Follow the buzzards.
Follow the
Oh. Here we go.
Wow.
Wait, Woody Woodpecker had a 2001 show.
Yeah.
It was on CBBC when I got
Yeah.
detention one day for doing that.
Did you?
In what context?
Was it like an
Just
assembly or something?
RE. I remember Miss Wilson.
Or who died in the cross and you went,
I don't know what we're learning, but we're writing poems. And it was like, she always have to have silence when we're writing poems. And I just kept going like, and like I did it about 4 or 5 times and then got detention off the back of it.
oh, okay, 5
Bloody
times.
Mrs. Wilson. And then she would preach about not smoking, even though her teeth were brown because she smoked.
Maybe you should project it.
Hey. But there's signs of tension with Toxic Attraction as well. Because they were like, when she tried to eliminate me, there was a couple of little like, ooh, little side eyes, you know what I mean? Could that be the end? And what's their revenge tour about? What are they getting revenge for? For Mandy getting fired?
Toxic Attraction?
Yeah, they were like, this is going to be the revenge tour of Toxic Attraction.
Oh, yeah, that is true, actually. Maybe for losing the tag belts all that time ago.
Oh.
No, wait, no, that's not. No,
NXT would never.
no.
I don't know. I'm too busy thinking about Buzzard to care.
Up the buzzards.
You know, we complained about no storylines happening on Raw and SmackDown, not progressing fast enough. It's like the opposite on NXT.
Yeah,
a million
yeah.
stories going ahead.
This is the TikTok show.
Yeah, so like TikTok, you've got to watch NXT on one part of the screen, an episode of Family Guy on the other, and just somebody cutting up soap on the other.
Yeah. That's TikTok.
Yep. In the Diamond Mines gym, the Creeds are itching to get revenge on Jinder Mahal. Ivy Nile shouts at them and says that she wants the old Creed brothers back.
Yeah, she does.
They really are the strongest group in the history of NXT. They've resolved their differences.
What? Is
And
that
now
what they
they're back
said? More than...
What was the storyline? Was it when they were fighting Tony's stable?
Yeah.
They kept claiming like they was the strongest family, even though they'd have.
Matthew always noticed they'd nearly break up and then something would happen
Yeah.
just to luckily keep them together.
But now, after a couple of weeks of arguing, they've gone, you're probably right there, Ivy Nile.
They're not even the strongest group. Roddy's been gone for ages. I don't know where he is.
Where is Roddy
Where
Strong?
is Roddy?
He's in the hospital.
Is he?
I think he likes it so much he's just going to stay there.
Oh, right.
That's William Regal's story for the next 20 years in AEW.
Strongest group in NXT history? More than the Ascension? More than the Revival? More than DIY? Well, they broke apart. More than the Lucha Dragons?
Keep on going.
More than...
We got to mention the factions, haven't you? More than Sanity.
Yeah.
Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era, exactly, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Bobby Fish is having a go at his. Yeah, aye. Some probably, I don't know.
More than...
A feeling.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, chap, it's your favourite streamer, Stevie Turner.
Oh, I think I called it Taylor before. Stevie Turner.
Stevie recaps the Battle Royal from last week and makes several rubbish puns, effectively stealing Jack's entire role in the podcast.
Recap the show, make rubbish puns.
Yeah.
I'm out of a job.
Stevie says if she'd been in the Battle Royal, she'd have won. But don't worry, she'll be in NXT soon. Oh,
So-
she's 2 steps
steps
ahead,
ahead,
and
2
2
levels
levels above.
She's going to keep us all dialed up.
She is.
Oh my God, go on,
she
Ross,
is
let's go.
absolutely odd.
It's not her fault. She's trying her best, but you can see in her eyes, she's like, I don't like this. I don't like this
it
at all.
reeks of I'm doing my best here, but I've no idea what I'm saying.
Let her be something normal.
She could be a streamer, but there's just let her, like, I assume she knows more lingo than Shawn Michaels maybe does, or whoever's writing the scripts for them, because the way they're shoehorning it in is so. That's all I can say.
Whoever's writing this has never watched a live stream because it's not how a live stream is. It's cut down. She goes, here are my reactions to the Battle Royal from last week. And then there's a big gap and it shows like a highlights package. And then she goes,
Oh, do you reckon they watched our reactions?
flew. Maybe.
No, because who?
She flew over there was a pun about flying or something, getting thrown over the top rope that was awful.
It was all awful. Who? I've never seen someone do this, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But who streams if they're watching something and they put themselves in the top corners?
Oh,
I do on FIFA.
yeah, we do it on Football Manager. Do you not put yourself in the... Where do you put yourself on the screen?
Because at the
Oh,
bottom.
bottom. All right. Okay. Well, yeah, in the corner, though. I think that's fine.
You put yours at the top.
No, probably the bottom.
But it just depends what's on screen. doesn't it?
Yeah,
So on FIFA, you
on
see all the
FIFA,
stuff
there's
on
the
bottom.
players at the bottom and stuff. Yeah.
Right, fair enough.
So she obviously wants you to be able to see the floor, so you can see when people are eliminated from the Battle Royal. So she's put herself in the
I
top.
think she's a good streamer that she does herself in the top corners. It's very good like that.
Hey, chat.
Only professional people who play FIFA do stuff like that.
Stevie, man.
Yeah.
Hope she's
She looks
good.
like she could name a video game if you held copies of video games in front of her.
Virgin.
You know, he's saying she's opposite. She's cool. Have you seen the bits where towards the end where she goes, but nevertheless, I will be here soon, and it's interspersed with shots of her, like promo shots of her going like, she looks cool there. I'm like, I want to see actually what she's like as a wrestler,
Yeah.
not a live streamer.
This is the modern day wrestling equivalent of Common People.
The song
Yeah.
by Paul.
I want to stream like common people.
Oh right, this is Sean.
I want to make money online like common people do.
I
I
wanna
want to pretend to
stream-
play video games like common people.
Gift a sub like
Yeah.
common
people.
Hype train like
Common people like you.
just chatting with Common.
I look forward to her crap
Stream
puns
key.
next week.
Crap puns next week.
Mhm.
Why?
I told her to follow me on Twitch. She just smiled at her. Or whatever.
She should actually get a proper Twitch channel if they're going to
Yeah.
live the gimmick. Let's go.
Yeah.
LFG kids, I'll subscribe.
I'm worried that she's the new Lash Legend. She's in like a sort of
That's
a
not very nice.
She's in an expositionary role, isn't she? She's
Yeah.
just recapping what's happened like Lash Legend did.
Yeah.
But instead of a talk show, it's a live stream. So we can't see her zombie fans, but they're there. And it's us.
Yes, honest.
Yeah.
Sol Rucker beats Alba Fire after distraction from Isla Dawn.
Yeah, it's a big upset.
Yeah.
But
Later backstage, Alba
that,
threatens the
that
referee.
finisher, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the first time
The
it's been
Soul
on.
Crusher, right? Was that what you
I
called
think
it? Or
so.
Soul-
It's the first time it's
I
been
think it
on
was the
TV.
Sol Campbell, wasn't it? That's what you called it.
What would the Sol
Right.
Campbell be?
Sol
Just a flying
Campbell.
headbutt.
Jameson S, Nelson Mandela, Ian Beale.
This match was supposed to happen a few weeks ago, but it didn't because that bloody witch got involved.
That's right.
Then
So
she got involved again.
the
Yeah.
Surfer Woman beat the Fire Woman after distraction from the Witch Woman.
Yeah.
I love NXT.
Yeah.
I hope that Sol gets to hit that finisher on RVD or Pac one day. Though. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, imagine the spike.
Just runs in for no reason. Wait, what
I
are you doing
reckon
here? So it's the finisher.
There's
then
probably
runs.
someone on the current roster who can do that bum. Probably Carmelo Hayes or someone can do it.
Casey Catanzaro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
She's the NXT Tag Team Champion.
That's right.
I feel like they haven't had a match for a while.
But they are the longest reigning and still babyface, yet not wrestling and
Yeah.
gloating about the longest reigning.
Yeah.
Well, they were
Do you remember when
Reigns.
MLW came back after not existing for years? And I had like wrestlers who wrestled them in 04, like Loki come back. And Loki undefeated in MLW for 10 plus years. Dijak says that Wesley will be the first to feel high justice when he takes the North American title from him. Elsewhere, Grayson Waller talks about the ropes breaking in his title match against Bron Breakker and claims that he'll win the rematch at Vengeance Day. Bron gets his own interview later on and calls Waller a disgrace.
I think he says if Waller was NXT champion, he'd be a disgrace. I've made him sound like a football manager there. He was a disgrace.
Yeah.
I like Bron Breakker as Neil Warnock. That should be a thing.
He's boring, isn't he? Bron Breakker now.
No.
He needs a bit of the, he needs a bit of the Warnock in him.
boring. Yeah, I'd love him.
Waller, you better go take your girlfriend into a car and do whatever with her before the big match this Sunday.
What?
That promo he's giving the locker room. He's like, get your last, give him the business in the back of your
Who
car.
said this?
Warnock. You never seen that one? That speech he
Oh,
gives?
Neil Warnock?
Yeah,
The Warlock said this?
yeah.
Wow.
You ever seen it? Oh,
No,
okay.
I don't know. Did it work? Did they win the match? I hope
Oh, I
so.
don't know if they actually won. I just seen the speech.
He's become
Thought
our
they did.
he's become our director of football in Cultaholic FC.
Oh, dear.
I know, yeah.
Colin.
We've been signing random. No, I don't know. Colin.
It is, if you reorganize the letters of Neil Warnock, it spells out Colin Wanker.
Thank you for that dramatic pause,
I
Ross.
don't know if I could say it or not, but I went
Yeah,
for it. Yeah,
well,
fine.
far enough in the video.
Yeah, no one's watching at this point. Don't worry. Grayson Waller, right here. He is right.
Grayson Waller is right.
Hey, that's the weird thing. Like, it was a crap finish just to get to the next match, I guess. All right, with the ropes hanging out. But Grayson going, yeah, I got screwed by the ropes.
But Bron Breakker, though, just laugh at him for falling off the rope and using it again, the idiot, instead of going, well, we're winning this match in this way, left a bad taste in my mouth. Boring, man. What happened to him? He was a Steiner at the start of NXT 2.0.
Now he's a Fisher.
Yeah. Vic loved that knee, though. He kept calling it the knee heard around the world, and I'm sure,
I didn't even remember.
I
what
reckon 75 to 90% of the people watching this podcast didn't see that knee.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. What's the most famous knee in wrestling ever? Is it when Bryan beat Cena?
When Brian won the
happened.
title.
Wasn't it? Oh, no, it wasn't. Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
Well, in fact, it was actually Grayson Waller on Bron Breakker.
Okay.
The knee heard around the world.
Was it Braun Strowman on Brock Lesnar? So he punched him.
Oh, that one Killer Kowalski did on that guy that he did that knee on the taking off half of his ear.
Oh, I don't remember this.
You know, that's how he got the name Killer Kowalski. He gave a knee drop to a guy, and it said like the story about it was but he was practically hanging off already. He had a big cauliflower ear. So, sorry for that.
The most famous
That's
knee
a bit
in wrestling must be Rey
Gauche.
Mysterio's right. It's like
Thank you, Ross.
it's like Trigger in the broom. I've had the same broom for 25 years.
Ray always had these existential crises. Like, am I still Ray? If all of my body parts have been replaced.
Hey, Andy Murray won a tennis match the other day with a metal hip.
Wow.
He did
What,
it.
is that left about it.
I knew it was coming.
Mate.
So.
Mate. Bang. Bang. What else is coming? The Gallus boys.
Oh, bollocks. Here we are.
I've been at Wales since we'll be back.
Now I've translated because
Okay.
I asked Fraser because I was like, we're just down the road basically from Scotland, and even I was struggling to understand this. Even I was.
Yeah.
And I've got a thick accent myself. I'm being a bit hypocritical.
He's
really.
saying you went more, Jordan. Say that.
So I've transcribed what we've written. Do you want to take the part of? Do you want to be Mark or Wolfie?
Yeah, I've not got my lenses in, but I can do it.
Do you want to be Mark? So my first one's Mark. The second, then we go back and forth.
You like Wolfie, don't you? You can be Wolfie.
I'll be
I'll
right.
be the first. Okay. Are we doing a Scottish accent?
No, we're going to say it in the Queen's English. Sorry, the King's English.
Okay. We've been gone a while, haven't we, Wolfie?
Aye, Mark.
Aye, we're back now, aren't we, Wolfie?
Aye, Mark. But we're about to remind Brooks and Jensen and every other team out there that why it's Gallus boys on top.
Aye, Gallus boys on top.
That's what they said. I had to,
Thank you for doing the God's
legitimately
work.
had to put it on 0.75 speed to understand it. Which, I don't know.
When they came out and interrupted, it was a bit later on, or maybe it's just after this. I like the way Mark went, wait a minute. No, I like that bit. That was good.
Yeah. See, you can say that, but New Day, giving it big uns both to the English lads. It's all right to hate the English because it's all right, we understand. But then to hate the Scots as well because I didn't understand a single word you just said. I'm like, oh,
That was funny.
not liking this.
No, I like that because Woods said it on the mic and to back him up, Kofi off mic went, yeah, we have no idea. He said it so loudly as well.
Yeah.
It's good.
Anyway, the Gallus boys are back. Ahead of the match with BJ and JB. In the match, BJ takes a backdrop on the outside.
He's
On
paralysed.
the exposed concrete.
He's paralysed.
For God knows whatever reason. And he did not like he was having fun there. And is checked on by Fallon Henley. Spelled with Fallon.
Phil.
My name is Fallon. And I love to buy pubs. Sorry, Fallon Henley. To give him the kiss of life. Garner James and two medics.
The
Meanwhile,
four people
JB
checking on him.
loses.
It was like when Mick Foley got taken away and fought them off and to go back to the match. Except he didn't go back to the
No,
match.
he's like, I'm all right here, actually. Yeah.
I believe in love because I think Kiana James has fallen from.
She's got pure intention. This gets explored later on in the episode.
'Cause
Fallon's suspicious.
At this point, I was thinking just Fallon needs to be a more supportive friend.
Yeah.
But then obviously later on, she apologised, and I'm like, yes, you two now believe in love, Fallon Henley.
What's happened off camera to make Fallon change her mind? So, well, we'll get to that. But
Did she come to the quick realisation that Kiana James saved her family's bar? And she didn't have
Possibly,
to. Huh? Fallon, you ungrateful lady.
It's almost as if, like, New Japan's division, she's got more money.
God.
Later backstage, Fallon warns BJ about falling for Kiana. He says, I did fall. I fell on the bloody concrete. BJ points out that Fallon already has her bar back.
yeah,
What else could Kiana be up to?
it's a fair point from
Yeah.
BJ.
Fallon says that when Kiana breaks BJ's heart, she won't help him pick up the pieces.
No, I'm on the side of the son of Bobby Cannon, BJ. Sometimes I remember that it's Bobby Cannon's son. I'm like, oh my god,
BJ.
why is he? Why
second
have
B
they
is
made
silent.
him? Why have they made him a loser virgin character?
Not anymore.
No, well,
He's having intercourse with Kiana James.
are they together officially?
Yeah. she's a business lady.
I thought they were just courting.
No, but they said a few
Oh.
weeks ago she's a business lady, but she's also a lady, which means she likes to knock boots.
Yeah, it's going to be such a big deal. They're going to play Limp Bizkit My Way when they meet up.
I enjoyed the bit as well in the match where Brooks went for the leapfrog and he didn't quite make it. He made a little mistake, and they were like, "Well, he's being distracted by that lady."
Yeah, it's hard to wrestle when, you got one of them and you... He's like a human Jack right now.
I saw a bit of interview, I don't know what show it was in America, with Montez Ford and Bianca Belair. And one of the questions sent in by, I think it was sent in by a viewer, was like, hey, Montez, have you ever had an erection while wrestling? And then Montez is like, ooh, missus, how do I answer this one? And he was like, yes, I have. But just, they showed a package of my lovely wife on the television just before my match. And I was like, he's got that hip in his hand, hasn't he? Just knocked out the park.
I thought it was metal hip. Backstage, Delightful Hudson.
No.
That's right. Delightful Hudson is helping Tia Hale prepare for her upcoming match.
Good teammate.
Well, what a supportive friend,
Yeah.
right? Andre Chase interrupts and shows Hudson secret footage of him doubting Chase's teachings, taken by NXT Anonymous.
Yeah.
Hudson says the video was taken out of context, which I'm sure Nick Khan was saying as well a lot this week. And he is fully loyal to Chase U.
Absolutely not. When the cameras are rolling, he's like, oh, Thea Hill, you do this, that, and the other, even though you're really annoying and you should get kicked out the university. When the cameras aren't rolling, he's like, ooh, a defeat will make me, make the university look bad. It's all about him. He's been rumbled him. Bad and
Out of context.
Why did Chase... Did he accept it, or did he just go like, "We're fine for now"? Or like, I don't know.
we saw
Yeah, the
that
match to attend to. So
Oh,
they couldn't
yeah,
really
was
say,
it,
no time for love, Dr. Jones. We've got a match.
Golden Globe winner.
Right. I liked that this segued into Booker T. I hope you guys caught this as well, saying, hey, we used to have a term for someone back in the day who would record people about their knowledge backstage and would call them a Stasiak. I almost leapt out of my chair. Like, yay!
Is that actual?
Yeah, because people say that's why he was like the butt of the joke when Angle would like sidestep him easily and he'd crash into the...
Wow.
Yeah, that's why he became a big jobberoonie.
And then Velveteen Dream took him up on his mantle.
Oh, damn.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Revisited that story recently with EC3. And...
Well, I think Stasiak was more recording like conversations and stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah, not like the toilet.
They sorted it out on Twitter. It was fine.
It's usually Muse or something like that. That crazy. Valentina Feroz faces Tia Hale.
Or Stevie in a... Hey, chat. Stevie actually pronounced it differently in her video package that we've ever pronounced it. So I wonder if we're wrong. She said like Valentina Feroz or something like that.
That would be... Is she Brazilian?
That's what I mean. Like, she sounds Brazilian.
That's how, yeah. Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah.
Valentina F faces Tia Hale. Electra Lopez faces Valentina a...
Sorry,
what
hands.
passes?
That should have been like passes or something. Yeah.
Valentina a set of brass knuckles, but Valentina can't bring herself to use them.
Gives them to the ref.
And ends up losing, which is a massive win for Chase U.
It's a huge win for Chase U.
Proof that Delightful Hudson is good.
No, it's not. He's going to bring the university crumbling down. Early parts of this match, I've compared it here to Angle versus his mystery opponent at WrestleMania 17 with the map-based offense, you know? Can't mention him, can we? Already have Lee
Carl could.
But Valentina's such a mug, you know? You look at Sanga last week, he's gone to cheating and now he's with Jinder Mahal. That's I've just made it sound like a relationship there.
It kind of is in a way.
But why does Electra Lopez want her? What's going on there? She
wants
building
to
her own.
mold her in her own image. Maybe she wants. Maybe she's got designs on those tag team titles. Why am I taking it seriously?
But then when she's... But Jack, to your point,
matter.
once you said that to Valentina F, she was like, to get what I want, I had to stand on my own. But why would you say it when you're trying to recruit someone? That's why she'll never be as successful as Kiana James.
In fact, I'd argue she was more successful with Legado not on her own when she was in a stable. But never mind.
Lopez says she does whatever it takes to win and tells Feroz to watch her match against Wendy Chu next week.
Well, you can't say that before you're about to face the Undertaker of NXT.
exactly,
She's not going to win.
Watch my death, basically.
You think you're bad, just you watch.
You see what Wendy tweeted today to Cora Jade?
Oh, no. I love the tweet.
No.
So Cora tweeted, "Happy birthday, Wendy," but it's a picture of Cora like beating up Wendy, basically. Like, haha, I beat you up. And Wendy's quoted it and gone, "Hey, yeah." She said, "Why's your cookie on my back?"
Oh, my
Because in the
goodness.
picture, Cora's lady parts are on Wendy's back. And this comes after, what was it, Wendy was using the C-bombs on there?
Yeah.
Doesn't care.
Yeah, that's it. I'm like, the whimsical Wendy Chu takes no prisoners.
She did used to be a mystical, spooky lady. Maybe it's the evil side coming back out on
Oh,
Twitter.
Tian Shah coming
Tian
back.
Shah, that was it.
Yeah. She used to be like Orange
Where's
Cassidy.
Boa?
Oh.
That's a good question. Just mentioned the Tian show there. Boa?
Yeah, where is Boa?
Where is Boa?
Yeah. Huh.
Good lad, Boa.
This is why I'm thick. Is a pinned tweet. So with a bag of Wendy's.
Oh.
Thanks for the B-Day wishes, y'all. Why yo cookie? Why yo cookie on my back?
Unless that's a term for a knee, it can only be one other thing, yeah?
Yeah. Knees on the shoulder, really. It's more lower down than that.
It's just funny on Twitter, Wendy.
Do what Chew want.
Hey.
Chew crew.
Okay.
On this day, I woke up from a really scary and mysterious dream and I became Wendy Chew. I'm a freaking mermaid. Happy Chew year.
Are you reading tweets?
All right. Thanks, yeah. In the car park.
Wait.
Go on.
What is this one? So much going on with this onesie and I love it. And it's a picture of Wendy Chew looking nice in a onesie and she's like posing nicely. Cora Jade put grow up and Wendy put wash your ass.
Good advice. In the car park, Apollo Crews very unsportingly mocks Hayes and Williams.
Yeah, I wasn't on board with this from Apollo.
He asks if they know a good barber, which confuses
Barber?
I only one.
Barber the elephant. Sorry.
Barber.
Don't have me then. Sorry.
Hello, Barber.
I say, chaps. He's from Gallus. Which confuses Trick because Apollo is bald.
What's he say? He's joking around.
He going for a beard trim.
I could actually. Yeah,
ones
yeah,
do
do
that,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe he's going to grow out a little bit and get a pattern shaved into it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want that now from Apollo. I want to do that.
Do you reckon Apollo's a Shearer or a Zidane?
With the way he's going bald.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell because he's been. I've never seen him with
know,
hair.
you've seen him.
Yeah.
Never seen him with hair. Ricochet had like a.
He was a Shearer, wasn't he?
No, he had like. Well, yeah, eventually. But have you seen him with long hair?
Oh, that's how I remember him originally from
Weird.
Adoy Mid-South.
He looks so much more handsome without hair. It's crazy how much better he looks. Anyway.
The New Day arrive, this is on part 3 of NXT, and say they're done with Pretty Deadly. Elton and Kit interrupt and complain about not being made number 1 contenders after jumping through all those hoops set by Kofi and Xavier. And they said, well, you should have got the Ahmed Johnson shoulder pads, didn't you? Gallus interrupt and say that they already beat up Pretty Deadly last week.
Oh, wait a minute.
And now the New Day are next. Woods has no idea what Gallus said because she's a racist.
You know when
but in the tell, they want to fight. Pretty Deadly attack both teams, but end up thrown out of the ring as officials rush down to hold Gallus and New Day apart.
Pretty Deadly look like punk ass bitches in this one.
We're all ready for Gallus to be NXT Tag Team
Yeah.
Champions because that's the outcome. They will pin Pretty Deadly. He will go to the main roster.
I thought this
Yeah,
feud
I
was
agree.
going to elevate Pretty Deadly by beating New Day again. I didn't realize, I wasn't expecting Gallus to interfere in the feud.
Well, Jack, this is a man's feud.
Man's feud. You know when someone's so Glaswegian, they start to say vowels differently, just for the crack, it seems like. That's what Wolfie's like. So you start going like, hey, when we wish your horns of the NXT, I'm like, whoa. Sorry. But you know when they say things like horn, when the referee raises my horn, what's that about?
Limmy does that.
I'm going to pat the dog.
That's when someone's like really Glaswegian.
Yeah.
Wish yourself. Oh, what am I doing? I'm going to get battered by an ICW. Any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I've got some time with hands now, so. President. Oof, I'm going to get my head kicked in for that.
Yeah.
You know what? They beat me up and no one would. They would just go, yeah.
Cheer him on.
Yeah, get him.
I'm a massive fan of everyone to do with Scotland.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
President Lyra?
Not Fraser, though.
Nah.
He's
That loves
Edinburgh.
everyone apart from Fraser. President Lyra getting on backstage when. Oh, no. I tell you what, I take it back. I love Gallus. I'm sorry. Big Body Javi turns up with a guitar and offers to serenade him. They ignore his offer. Javi then heads to the ring to play for a live crowd, but he's interrupted by Tyler Bate. What are you doing here?
We knew he was
beats him
coming
in
back.
straightforward fashion.
Yes. Harvey's... He's the Heath Slater of... He's the comedy jobber of NXT. Except
Except he it was funny.
he's not naturally a wacky guy, you can tell. So... What? I
He's
feel
a
like
wrestling
miscast.
historian.
He's been miscast. He's a wrestling historian.
Every gimmick's a different one. This week was Honky Tonk Man. We've seen several WCW gimmicks so far.
Yeah.
Been really good stuff.
Yeah.
Less said about that, the better.
Backstage.
Tyler Bate, though,
Oh.
all the hits were, he did
Oh,
the Bob
yeah.
the Band, the Kaboom with the lariat, all that sort of stuff. Then he
All the sound
almost
effect bubbles, yeah.
murdered him with that Tyler Driver night, whatever he calls it.
It was the year he was born, so it's something disgusting, like 98 or something.
Yeah.
Tyler Driver 2010.
Yeah.
He proper filled him up like an accordion right in his neck. Right in his big,
Oh.
bad, heavy, medium little neck.
Mid neck heavy, love it.
I'm not laughing at the potential injury there, by
No,
the way.
no.
No, that's horrible.
Yeah, but it
He's
was
fine.
an ugly bump.
And what happened to the
It's not a
big?
very nice thing to say, Ross.
What happened to the big body files? Remember that?
Burned in
The
the
1 week
fire.
thing. Okay.
Yeah. Bummed it for the warmth. Backstage, TSU are celebrating Tia Hill's win.
As they should.
Yeah, while JB and BJ are sad. Fallon Henley arrives and asks BJ to forgive her. She's had a change of heart about Kiana James and even requests a tag match with the pair of them next week. Everyone heads out on the bevies.
They do.
To the man's pub we go.
No, they'll go to the SU bar that Fallon Henley owns within the bounds of Chase U.
Either wherever they go, they're taking their life into their hands. Going drinking any place on the NXT battlegrounds.
Yeah, it's true.
In the main event, Roxanne and Lyra win their tag match against Toxic Attraction.
Yeah, it was a happy win just to end the show, but I think the happier ending would have been if you'd reversed those last two segments and the last one was them all going out on the town.
It ends like an episode of Frasier.
Yeah. This
I said
felt
Fraser, not Frasier then, because of
Fraser Porter.
Yeah.
I seen Rodney's getting into the Frasier reboot.
I didn't know if that was a joke or not.
I saw it the other day.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
How will that work? Apparently he's going to be very eccentric, I read. Rodney Trotter. Eccentric.
What's he done in the last 10 years?
I don't know. He had that crappy sitcom on ITV, didn't he? Like mid-noughties.
Is he gonna?
I don't remember.
Has he been
I
like
remember.
learning how to be an American? Like, is he like?
Oh, no, because what's her face was English from Manchester.
Oh right.
I've forgotten her name now. Daisy, Dandy, Dave.
Yeah, that was it. You got there in the end, Ross.
What was her
You
name?
know, I've not seen enough. I don't know.
I'm
much
blanking as
about
well.
Frasier.
The last
Joel.
from Fraser.
Aye, lives with them, takes care of the father.
Okay.
Rosa. That's not Rosa. Daisy. Dave. The main event was good.
Yeah, the main event was a good main
Forgotten her
event.
name.
Even if I knew, I wouldn't say because it's much more fun to say Daisy.
Can I
Dimwit.
Can I make a little prediction for how this women's title match is going to go down?
Sure.
I think Perez will win after Toxic Attraction get greedy and try and break up their own pinfalls and stuff, and then she'll get beaten up after during a celebration by Lyra Valkyria, who's going to become, as Ross I think said, an evil bird.
Like a vulture, she'll wait until the body's already been dealt
Pick off
with.
the
to
bones,
pick off
yeah.
the
I
pieces.
reckon we're running back when Austin was fighting Undertaker and Kane at the same time. And they had that match.
Oh.
Guarantee a new champion. But it's going to be not an evil person like that saying we're going to guarantee a new champion. It'll just be those two just naturally pinning at the same time and they'll both be champion at the same time.
No,
my prediction.
imagine that. All I can think of after that is the ceremony they had where the canvas was red. It's such a striking
Oh,
image.
yeah.
And then is that when Austin jumped over the security?
Yeah. And then Vince was really mad, so he started yelling at Undertaker and Kane.
Yeah.
He's like dealing with the handicapped. And Undertaker says, "You better watch your mouth, or you'll be the one with the handicap."
Yeah, that
and then Vince turns
hasn't
around.
aged very well. That
And then
bit.
Vince goes, "I'm really sorry." And then like Undertaker turns around and just gives him the Roman salute. And then Undertaker sees it. He's like, "Oh!" And so they break his legs.
Oh yeah, they
That's how you got wheelchair.
yeah,
Yeah.
they broke his legs.
And he's like, "We told you this would happen if you did that." And there was wheelchair Vince for a few months.
God, what a time!
Well, good segment.
Yeah.
AEW Dynamite.
Just like Toxic Attraction.
Yeah.
Just like NXT.
Dynamite. That was a name on Fraser. Could the Young Bucks still be friends with Hangman Page?
It's the question on everyone's mind.
Can't wait to find out.
Oh man!
Playing the hits already. Orange Cassidy opens the show
I
defending
know. Wait, is this an instance of the Bucks being? Do you remember when Zack Ryder got organically popular, and then suddenly Cena was his best friend? The crowd love Hangman organically because he seems like a proper good bloke, even though he mocked an injured man to his wife's face this week. But is this the Bucks wanting to? Oh, our mate's popular. We need to keep on dragging him.
I'm hoping it's a red herring, me. Who else has Hangman had like a dispute with in the past?
CM Punk.
Exactly. Get him in. Here we go again.
Yeah.
The tag team of
Well,
Hangman.
one time you said that thing at October 31st, AEW. Oh, God. Orange Cassidy opens the show defending the All-Atlantic title against Jay Lethal. Danhausen prevents Lethal from using Jared's guitar and she checks their tickets and then gives them immediately to Chuck Taylor and the best friend. And also takes a guitar. Orange eventually gets the win. Sanjay Dutt wants to fight afterwards, but Jarrett and Lethal drag him away.
No, they can't.
Sanjay Dutt wanted.
Sanjay can't fight. That was the stipulation. If they
No, I thought it
fought,
was Jarrett and Lethal couldn't get. Oh no, it was any of the crew.
Ah,
Any
then
of
they'll
the crew.
get. That's why they dragged him away.
that's why, because then Sanjay would get fired.
I-
Now I was just like, is Sanjay that crucial to your makeup there, lads? You could do well
well,
without him. Yeah.
former X Division legend with weird theme tunes.
He's a man with pencil now, though. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
fully
pencil dick geek.
pencil dick.
Watch out, oil. He'll
That's
fill you
Freddie
full of
Blassie
lead.
once said.
Jarrett's bollocks, tremendous.
Jared's bollocks.
Anything Jarrett's been
tremendous.
doing in AEW, I've really enjoyed.
I wouldn't-
Sorry, that
I
sentence
wouldn't
was
know, yeah.
Jared's bollocks, tremendous. Right, okay.
Yeah,
No colon.
no call on.
Jarrett's
no,
bollocks,
yeah, one bit of his body at a time, please.
Yeah.
Did you do a Forsyth there?
Who's that? I do the Ricky socks.
R.I.P. Bruce.
Yeah,
It was a nice blend of like proper wrestling and silly bollocks.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Orange doing the Samoa Joe to get away from the lethal injection because that
Yeah.
handspring is pointless.
Yep.
Whoa, it's the most dangerous cutter in wrestling.
I
Avoid,
know.
avoid, avoid.
That was about a year ago now, wasn't it? That promo. where
Yeah.
he said he was going away without really saying he was going away.
Long time in wrestling. So much has happened since.
A lovely sell from Lethal for the orange punch. He saw one of his tiptoes like Michael Jackson and fell back. And Orange Cassidy, by the way, is now has the most successful defenses in singles men's titles in AEW. The most
More than
Oh, okay.
like a world champion.
apparently according to the Cultaholic Twitter feed this morning.
It felt like I hope that's true then. It felt like the early world reigns, like Jericho and Omega and that went on for a long time.
Yeah, but I think in terms of
Defenses,
they're going to be
They
more.
pack in like one or two a week, maybe
Yeah.
for Orange. Yeah, okay. For Orange.
Most successful defenses in a singles men's title reign in AEW.
Wow.
Mm,
He's the strongest of them all.
absolutely.
Wow.
Imagine if he fought at full strength.
Yeah. Imagine if he tried.
He'd squash them.
Yes.
Orange.
Yeah, cheers for explaining.
Yes.
You see the joke here? Oh, sorry. Top Flight wins a tag match against blah, 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 the Young Bucks.
I was
tried-
shocked.
What was that?
Just to show, like, I'm
No.
surprised.
Before Dynamite, I looked at the poster and like in my head went predictable. I can pick every winner off all these matchups, and I was so wrong. I was so wrong.
Well, Jack, the signs were there because we
Well.
learned it was the first standard tag team match the Young Bucks had since July.
Well,
They're ring rusty. They are. Swerving Our Glory in July was the last time
but
they
I kept
tagged.
looking for like a third man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kenny, we're lost without you.
Yeah.
All right, we'll find Hangman instead then. Fine, be like that.
Reminded me of when was it Private Party who beat them on like
Yeah,
an
the
early?
first-
I
maybe
think I
the
saw a lot of
first
people
time?
comparing it. It's like, oh, they're getting that rub. But because I liked them win the Battle Royal, the tag team one a while ago, because then it just got drew the ire of the Blackpool Combat Club, who have beaten them senseless the past few weeks now. So this was surprising. I thought, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're
hats
going to
off.
use that to go, right, we want a proper match with you, Blackpool Combat Club. And I go, oh, all right then.
Yeah.
You beat the Young Bucks after a proper match since July. All right then.
I don't know what you say about the action in the match itself, though. Just four.
Nice tribute spot to the Doomsday Device,
Yeah.
a lot of the Briscoes.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice to see.
Very good. In fact, I didn't mention in the notes, but on NXT they also mentioned Jay Briscoe.
God, yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
obviously that happened.
Oh, I should have written it in the thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, no, sorry, I passed my
And they changed the plans for the New Day's
Yeah,
segment wisely.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And it was just nice to show the respect that they had when
Yeah.
they never wrestled for
I
the
think
WWE.
even
They
like,
tried
Triple
to
H tweeted about it.
Tried to sign him a few times, didn't they? As they mentioned him.
Yeah.
The rumor, and I forget what happened, but the rumor was that they were first considered for. Or it was probably been putting two and two together and getting five, but like they were looked at roughly the same time the Wyatts
Oh,
were getting considered.
right.
That's the thing that people put together. I think that might be one of these things Bruce Prichard would go, "What? We never said that, or we never considered that." But
I think they also got a looking when it was like Adam Cole era NXT because they were like, we got offered. I was watching a promo by Jay this week where he said we got
Okay.
offered top line NXT money, turned it down.
Oh,
And I
Oh,
assume,
okay.
yeah, I assume that's around that time.
yeah. One thing that a lot of people were saying about him in these tributes since has been like loyalty to Ring of Honor because he got turned down by They got turned down by WWE. Did the cosmetically pleasing promo, and then fair play to them when they got bigger and WWE were like, "We'll have you now." They were like, "No, oh, that's fair enough. Good for them."
I got reminded about the when he was feuding with Matt Hardy doing that run in 2010.
That
where
was,
he was just
I
like,
saw your retweet.
yeah, and because Matt Hardy, the video was just doing a really bad job of landscaping his little buzz and goes, "I'm gonna get you, Jay," whatever. Then Jay does a promo where he just, without saying anything, just perfectly trimmed. Sideline. Like, he's not even looking. He's like that. And just looks at the camera. And then just ends with this, the text that says, F Matt Hardy. Yeah. So, yeah, Young Bucks are putting over some dudes. I hope it works out better for Top Flight than it did Private Party.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Ass Boys hit the ring to complain about the Acclaimed embarrassing them last week. The Acclaimed arrive and attack, but Billy Gunn breaks it up. He says that next week they're all going to family therapy.
Billy's got a nerve, man. He's been the problem.
Yeah.
As Taylor Swift said, I'm not going to quote that.
Go on,
Joel
then.
knew what I was doing.
Yeah, I heard Joel laugh.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem.
Yeah.
But Billy gaslit his sons
Yeah.
by paying more attention to the Acclaimed, and now he's with the Acclaimed. The sons are getting in there.
He's going to tell them, look, boys, look what you made me do.
Yeah. Oh, boo. You've chosen that of all the Taylor Swift songs. Wow. I'm trying to think of one. No, never mind.
Maybe
No,
they're never, ever getting back together.
yeah, okay. Yeah. That was more of a Ricky Starks.
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
what I realised on the show. Renee interviews Hangman.
Hangman's a savage in this one.
Tells him, like, look, Moxley said he pushed him to be a better wrestler, something he both loves and hates him for. Hangman says that his next aim is to mend some fences that have needed fixing for a long time. Renee ends the interview, and Paige thinks about asking us something off the record, but thinks better of it.
Do you tell? Never mind.
See, who would Renee know?
Yeah.
She's not tight with the Bucks.
Yeah, who would?
Is she?
Vince McMahon? Does he want to jump ship?
Because I was thinking, they've just won the trios titles with another man, and he's going to try and get in there with them. Surely not. Hangman wouldn't do that, would he?
Well,
Would he?
it's
3 words, 8-man tag titles.
It's been noted online that earlier in the promo, Renee says, you know, you two guys, you're like elite level. And when she says elite, he goes, like, he reacts to her saying the word elite. And like,
This is all wrestling is now. It's just like, where's Wally for
Yeah.
clues?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. She said, elite, Uncle Howdy appeared behind.
maybe that's who he wants to get in touch with.
And Uncle Howdy went, Sasha Banks, and then left.
Who could it be? Because who's not in WWE who's linked to Renee or Moxley? Like Eddie Kingston is his mate, we know that, but he could surely just ask Eddie. Yeah, they did. They were the tag team. They were hanging out in Moxley's back garden with the barbecue. Remember those promos?
Yeah.
I thought you meant Hangman.
No, Eddie Kingston is mates with Moxley.
Yeah, but wait, I thought...
After he saved him from that huge
Yeah, but, like-
explosion.
Because he asked Renee, oh, could you speak to? But who's Renee tight
And it
with?
probably wouldn't be
I just
Moxley.
assumed they meant Moxley.
No, because it was more mysterious than that.
Renee's not associated with anybody else but Moxley.
It's Matt Hardy, right?
Do you think?
That's the only other big feud I can think of that Hangman's had, apart from Omega.
Oh, do you think Mending the Fences is the same as this other thing? I think they're two separate things.
What other thing? What
The-
could you speak to?
Could you speak to and Mending the Fences? Yeah.
I thought it'd be the same
I
thing.
think it's a
So
different.
I read this. Wrestling fans are their own worst enemy. She said, what can it be?
Because why would?
Maybe
Isn't that the point of watching, though?
But I'm.
To find
Triple
out.
H, Patricia would say no. Hangman Page, can you talk to Prince Nana for me? I want Brian Cage.
But I'm convinced that the Mending the Fences thing is about the elite. But
Yeah.
why would Renee have more access to the elite than Hangman?
No, I think it's 2 different points.
Do you think so as well?
Yeah.
I'm not sure now. Because he did say it straight after. Like, in fairness, he did say it straight after the Fences bit. Fence Gate or Renee Gate. What's going on? Which gate is he going to go?
Dragon Gate.
Yeah. Can
BB Hulk will be here. Ready? Oh, yeah, me and BB Hulk, we go way back.
Can you get in touch with SB Kento, please, Renee?
Has
Is
Renee
Dragon
Paquette-
Gate still going?
Has Renee Paquette got any friends?
Yeah.
Mox-
You remember
oh,
Total
wait,
Divas?
Well,
she
who was
was
her
the
friend?
life of the party, wasn't she? Natalia, the Bellas.
I only saw the bit where she got a hat nicked.
Oh, and Moxley
Oh,
sprang down.
Stupid show.
Are you saying that was a word?
Oh, no. Don't go.
John, don't do it, John.
Cut.
Like John McClane.
Look at the 5 cameras were there. Just
Hey,
capture everything.
Renee's mum was impressed, and that's all that matters. And look at them now. They've got a human with them.
Yeah.
Renee's mum. That's it. Hangman Page is a big Total Divas fan. You've cracked it. By Jove, you've cracked it.
Can I get your mum's autograph, please?
Yeah, sorry about like injuring your husband, but yeah.
Well, he didn't say sorry about that at all. In fact,
he
he said
didn't, did
quite
he?
the opposite.
And that's
he went,
fair
I
enough,
would
you know.
knock him out again.
That's fair enough.
Was it?
Because Moxley was like, you can't remember your child's name. Not my fault, you're soft.
True. And I think it's fine if Hangman says it in an interview, but not with her. And all she does, she sort of nodded as well. She was like, yeah, fair, yeah.
Hey, John. What's
did
he like?
deserve it, yeah.
What's he like?
Yeah. With Jericho on commentary, Ricky Starks beats Jake Hager. The Jericho Appreciation Society try to attack him afterwards, but he escapes through the crowd.
Big win for Ricky over Jake Hager.
Yeah, avoids a table. Managed to knock his hat off. Yeah, good win all round.
Hager
Jake
hasn't moved like this ever.
Ever.
He's looking
Ever.
good, isn't he?
He looked good in the ring, I thought.
Jake Hager did the Ricky Starks taunt with the hat on.
Iconic. What a queen.
Jake Hager is really useful, isn't he? Because he's the sort of person who, no matter, he's not the first time he's lost, but it always, when he loses to someone much smaller than him, it's like, oh, good. So he's quite useful.
Backstage, Jericho reveals that he's asked for a tag team match. Starks and Action Andretti versus Jericho and Sammy. Danny Garcia interrupts and says he wants to be Jericho's partner instead. Sammy says he'll give him the spot in the match if he beats Andretti on Rampage.
Sammy's a booker now.
He's not going to, though, is he? Because he's got leather pants now as his attire.
Yeah.
Danny's not going to be able to do his little, things on the mat.
Yeah.
His little catch a hoodie maze and stuff like that,
Very nicely said. And then he gave him a big hug, and then Garcia looked like Regal when Tajiri arrived.
I think that this is one of those stories that's dragged on. Daniel Garcia should have been he should have won a feud against Jericho by now. And Sammy's already left Jericho before, and now he's his mate again.
I think this is the start of Garcia versus Jericho because he'll blame the tight pants, surely. He'll be like a Ross from Friends situation without taking them off. Yeah. Because Stark's already beat Jericho, so we've had the end point already.
Yeah.
Now we're going back round in circles. So I reckon it's starting someone else and Ricky can go and...
Could be the start of something new.
Yeah. Start of something beautiful.
Like Taylor Swift. Bryan Danielson beats Bandido in a competitive match, I'll say. MJF appears on the Tron afterwards and says he's feeling underappreciated by the fickle fans. He says that the closer they'll get to Revolution, the more his mask will slip and we'll see the monster behind
I was getting Uncle Howdy vibes.
I quite liked it, me. It's just like a nice little explanation. It's like, oh, well, why haven't you been like a Bryan Danielson type already? Like he's wearing a mask. He's going to...
Yeah, but he got a bit mythological towards the end. He said dragons can't be monsters or something like that. It's like,
what a virgin, eh?
I know,
only virgin would
I was
pick
like, how
Dungeons and Dragons.
Max, can you lay off the D20 banter, please?
Oh.
That's a dice.
It is now. So that was a recognition noise.
20 sides on a dice. That's too many sides.
It's like a tapas bar.
It took a
Wow.
second.
Thank you.
I tell you, that match, though.
Wait, sure do the Bruce Forsyth. 1, 2, 3.
Oh no!
A little later.
I was imagining a tapas bar with too many sides.
We need to talk about the moves they did in this match, though.
Oh, here we go.
Bloody Nora. The pin where he had his arms tied, and then Danielson does the sit-up and starts headbutting him.
Yeah.
I said, ooh, That's all I said with that one.
This was Brian living his PWG fantasy. I know he's previously been in PWG, but not these days. Yeah.
Second place in move of the week was Bandido having Danielson in the torture rack position.
Oh, yeah.
And he flipped it round to a bloody GTS-like knee. Second place in move of the week.
Oh.
There was a flapjack he did, which was unlike any flapjack I've seen before in my life. My goodness me. Yeah.
This is it. This is what I thought the FTR Lucha Brothers matches were going to be. That was like, oh boy, technical wrestler versus Lucha Libre, or as I call it, Tech Mex. And it wasn't quite that. But this is, thank you, man.
Tech Max.
Oh, fair enough then. Can't all be winners. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's like, okay, like, I don't know, Malenko Guerrero, whatever. Yeah, fantastic. Love this. What I wanted. And again, we get that big match feel for Bandido, only appearing every few weeks or so, versus Danielson. So, yeah, we know Danielson's winning, but it's going to be mint anyway.
Has it been announced who he's facing next, Danielson?
Brian Cage on this match.
Oh, God, I would
bribed
hate
him.
to be Brian Cage after those two matches Danielson's had.
But then they set it up, though. I like this bit of story where MJF said, look, here's money. I don't care if you win or lose. Just batter him.
Break his arm, yeah.
It's like
Brian Cage is good. I need that for the protein that Elgin stole from me.
proper Wahoo McDaniel stuff, isn't it?
I don't know.
I broke Wahoo's leg. Was
Oh.
that Greg Valentine who wore that t-shirt? Someone did.
Yeah, it's Greg Valentine.
Greg Valentine.
Yeah. I was trying to think like Roddy Piper like took Jack Briscoe's title. They just stole the title from him, didn't beat him for the title. And Josh was like, come back. He goes, no. You're a cheat, you. You'll have your mate come around and beat me up or attack at ringside because you're such a cheater. And Jack Briscoe's like, obviously not that way. He's like, all right, I'll put money up. If anyone interferes, then you get the money. He goes, all right. And they have the match where Piper just cheats to win. That takes the money afterwards anyway. Oh, it's great. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up. I'm sorry.
No.
It's the mild ADD kicking in. Saraya set to accompany Tony Storm for her match against Willow Nightingale, but tells Hikaru Shida to stay in the back.
She's one of those dirty homegrown baby faces who haven't been where they've been. It's the NWO lads.
Oh, right.
Saraya and Tony.
Oh, yeah. They were like that, weren't they?
Aye. From up north. Huh?
Yeah.
That's where they've been, up north. Northeast of America, to be precise. Stamford, Connecticut. Just in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
By way of Norwich. Shida comes out midway through the match anyway, and Tony wins, but only after a distraction from Saraya. The pair then beat up Willow afterwards until a shocked Ruby Soho makes the save. Shida seems unsure which side to
I
take.
was shocked.
Go on.
Saraya's she's had one feud and now she's a heel. Not bad. She's a more natural heel, I think, anyway. But, I'm just quite surprised.
The positioning of Ruby Soho in the middle is interesting because what has she got in common with both sets of ladies?
Oh.
She's also been up north and she's been out the other way as well.
Yeah.
The South.
So, are they setting up a outsiders faction?
A heel faction of Ruby Soho is the Hulk Hogan. She is the third woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All Tony did, though, was get a pie in the face from Charlotte. That's all she really did. She won the Mae Young... Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, she won the Mae Young Classic.
NXT
And
UK champion.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the thing that the pie in the face was a substitute for another thing that she refused to do?
Oh, really?
Getting a top taken off or something, wasn't
Something
it?
like
Oh,
that,
it's
yeah.
so silly.
Oh, we can throw a pie in your face. Like, what? All right, yeah, sure.
Oh,
yeah, I'm done with you.
Yeah, fair.
I like to just tap out going, nah, I don't want this. I want to go back to being on the indies and winning every single match.
Yeah.
Which hasn't happened.
No. Won this one, though.
Life stinks.
She won this one. She did win this one.
She'll win that one. It will be, I think it's needed for Tony more than Saraya, because as a character, babyface wise, she's a bit bland.
She hasn't been given much, even though she's a former champion now and everything.
Well, you can't have all these women having segments and stuff. be right in the street, won't there?
I mean, I do want too much in life. You know?
What we need is real characters like Tiffy Stratz and them. Indie.
The bitch is, they would stick out and probably get over more because they wouldn't require any explanation or anything else like
No,
that.
yeah.
It's Wendy Chu and she has a pillow. Whoa, there we go.
Maybe not Wendy Chu. Oh, so there's no justice to the amount she beats our favourites.
She's just good.
Yeah.
She puts him to sleep. Stokely Hathaway and Ethan Page got a promo setting up a match with Jungle Boy. What kind of name is that? He says. Meanwhile, Takeshita is interviewed and puts over Bryan Danielson before saying that MJF is a butthole.
I'll be
In
watching.
Japanese.
You'll be watching Danielson's back because MJF is an arsehole. Good delivery, good timing.
Yeah, okay.
Very good. Yeah.
What?
I didn't like it.
Why?
Oh, why not?
Oh, because just because he's Japanese doesn't mean the translation thing has to be the centre part of his character.
It's been done a million times.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
It's not the central
His
part.
character, he speaks Japanese.
Well, I
central
guess
part
the
of his
centre part of his character is
character-
he's a good wrestler.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, okay.
This is like the outer rim.
I guess so.
He
I
just
guess
happens
so.
to be Japanese.
He's also got Banda. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
He can speak both Japanese and American.
American. Yeah. Fair enough.
He's got good knife
That was a
edge.
joke, by the way.
He's got good knife edge chops, but also good comedy chops as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Sorry, audio listeners. We're all just Bruce Forsythen in the ring. That sounds a bit sinister, doesn't it?
Why are they listening on audio? Wouldn't they be watching video so it'd be nice to see us?
Hopefully, but some people
To see
like
us
to
nice.
go.
I'll lead, but there was near oop.
Strictly Come Tuesday.
Oh, he's back. He's back. Do the pose.
Sad one.
There you go. No effort whatsoever. Fantastic. The main event sees Darby Allin defend the TNT title against Kushida. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
With Sting and some of the New Japan LA Dojo trainees at ringside. Towards the end of the match, the LA Dojo boys try to get Sting to throw in the towel, but he throws it into the crowd
Always
instead.
a good spot. I love
And they're
the
like,
towel.
oh, it's covered in sweat. Darby wins and shows respect to Kushida afterwards. Of course he does.
And did he? I read a recap of this match. Well, that differed from my interpretation of it. I thought he showed respect, but the recap I read thought he was asking for one more match. He went, "Oh, rematch, please." I didn't really pick up on that.
Bit of column A, bit of column B, I reckon.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, because what's his name? Well, the All Japan lads. What am I in? I forget what they're from. Wanted a rematch with Eddie Kingston. They were saying that.
Kojima. He's wrestled a few. Oh no, Moxley wrestled Kojima.
No, yeah,
Moxley wrestled Nagata. I don't remember.
No, it was one of the older lads.
Older than Kojima.
Oh yeah, right.
The most recent
He's
fella.
old now. Yeah, who's that?
The bald head.
Yeah,
I've
who's that
forgotten
guy?
his name.
Is she?
Oh.
No.
No, not
All
Ishii.
Japan. Oh, the fifth pillar. Jun Akiyama.
That's the
there
one.
we
yeah.
go. Oh, God.
That took a while to get
The,
to.
the
go on.
stress there, no?
Yeah, so they always have to say, yeah, but I want a rematch. So good about
So is it Daisy or Dave or Fraser?
Jun Akiyama.
Daphne!
Oh, there we go.
Why couldn't you say that half an hour ago, Joe?
That's right. She left David. She left David Flair and then joined up with Niles. I remember. So yeah, good match. Darby Allin, the trope of getting your head kicked in and then coming back and Sting, his dad, going,
Yeah.
"That'll do, pig. That'll do." Yeah, grand.
It was a nice put together match. It was nice to see Kushida kept the jacket and the watch from his Jacket Time days, paying homage
Oh,
Ike,
God,
to,
no.
Ike Manjiro. I'm just kidding
Where's
everybody.
he gone? Wasn't he setting up a feud with someone?
He
Or
was
Big
just on
body
TV,
heavy,
wasn't
he
he?
lost. No, he beat him.
No, he lost the big
He
boy.
lost. Oh, right.
Anyway,
Everybody
right,
loses when they're with him.
There was nice mat-based stuff in this match, if enough of NXT. Kushida
No,
targeting
never.
Ross, you never say that.
Kushida targeting the arm was fantastic because it led to my move of the week.
Oh,
Which was
Oh my! Oh, baby!
And we're back in the room. The drop kick off the top rope into the armbar on the floor. On the bloody floor. That's a long way to drop and then catch and then pull.
Kojima's. Sorry, not Kojima.
No.
Kushida
Hey.
is really good at that sort of thing, isn't he? Mid-air submissions. It's kind of his best special move. Oh, he's good. He's good.
I agree, because there used to be the rolling armbar on the wrestling games in 64, and I'd be like, no one does this in real life. And then, funny, oh, he does
Yeah,
it.
Darby's landing on his back again, just off the top rope, on the floor. And then that led to the sort of like an armbar Spanish fly kind of thing, just to go off the top
Oh,
rope.
the SATs are furious.
Aye, really good match.
Yeah.
Good Dynamite as well. We're back on track.
I agree.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor gone is the best thing that's happened in ages.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still not fully on board with Rampage, but Dynamite, yes. Yeah. I'm
I'm all right with that. Still an improvement.
looking forward to Revolution, I think.
Mm.
Revolution, I think. Ooh, bloody hell.
I'm in bloody Fargo, I am.
Wait, good week of wrestling?
I'll say.
Yeah.
Oh, Skippy, yeah.
Boy, howdy. Not howdy, no.
Crap week of wrestling.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
So a little look in the mailbag. Hey lads, like, when will Jack actually go to the restaurant or whatever the comments are saying every single week? It seems like something he should probably do.
Yeah.
He shouldn't really be going out of his way to disappoint and annoy everyone, surely. That wasn't my real question. Oh, but I feel like someone needs to bring the comments to your attention.
I've seen them.
And what you have to say to them.
I'll get into it. I'm getting around to it. I'm watching films. I'm doing it in the restaurant on my laptop, I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Netflix out.
Aye. Oh,
My actual question is about smells.
what?
Great segue. You've all met some wrestlers. Which ones smell the nicest?
What?
I'd hope all wrestlers smell nice because their literal job is to roll around with another human, and doing that with a smelly human wouldn't be nice for the other person. You don't have to name the bad smelling ones, as that would be mean, and I bet they're really subconscious about that kind of thing. Thanks for all the years of entertainment, former Real Madrid striker Hugo Sanchez, who goes by Trevor in his everyday life. Thank you, Hugo,
Thank
or
you,
Trevor.
Ricochet, thank you.
Like Hugo.
Oh, wrestlers who smell nice.
I mean, I can't think of one off the backstage, right? Was just deodorant and farts smells all the time. That's what it was.
And they smell like red heat, all those type
Oh,
of things.
Tiger Bomb,
Yeah,
DP and that all over the place, yeah. Strong smell of DP, actually. Yeah.
That's the smell I associate with them the most.
Yeah, and the Tiger Bomb smell is the one I associate. I didn't pay attention to who. What I will say is they've got it right when they say that your job is to roll around with someone, because I believe aren't there stories that that's a good way of getting heat by being smelly, by not washing your gear and stuff like that.
Kevin Nash had that story about Matt Bourne when he was Doink the Clown, used to just not wash his gear. So eventually the wrestlers started calling him Krusty the Clown.
When I was at Avika the other day, a man sat at the table next to ours and smelled too nice. It was overpowering. There was too much on. And then when the waiting staff came over to our table, I was self-conscious that she'd think it was me. And she'd be like, that lad's won way too much aftershave. But it wasn't me.
I never thought too much.
It was
like there's an issue.
I couldn't. He was sat like he had his back. He was where Ross is, but facing that way. Like the table was on an angle. Like
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, he sat down, and I was like, my goodness, yeah. But there were 2 ladies with him, so. To answer the question, I don't know.
Will Ospreay's my answer.
Okay.
He came in here for a Straight to Hell a few years ago, where he arrived fake tanned more than I've seen a man fake tanned in my life.
It was when he was blonde as well, so it looked kind of
next to me when I had the one all over as well. So I just looked like an ill man sat next to him, bronze goddess that he was, and he smelled lovely. He really did. I've never stopped thinking about it ever since.
Oh, bless you.
I think that's when he chopped me. It really hurt.
Oh, I remember that. He took a good bump. Kid.
I didn't bum.
I'm sure one of the things he sent to hell was bad smelling wrestlers as well. So watch that.
Oh, did he really? Oh, we'll have to watch it to see if you're.
Aye, please do.
I wasn't. So I meant to say I wasn't selling. It really hurt. I was like, how do wrestlers do this several times a match? Are we?
I also say Joe Henry. Just because I feel like giving a compliment to.
Oh yeah, lovely. Yeah,
Scottish lad who's doing well.
Very groomed as well, isn't he? So,
Yeah, you always see him looking immaculate, even if he's just wrestled a match or eaten chicken wings. I think was it he at that place? He out ate
Massive
burgers, right?
Big dirty burger.
Not anymore though. He's all about like
He's
maximising his gains and that. Yeah.
Well done. Hello there, you scrummy diddlers. I've been fans of you guys since Name Redacted days and a long time listener of your podcast.
Thank you.
And felt I was overdue to send in a story, an obligatory question. Now, the last week, I have one. Back in September, while watching a segment where Sami, Zayn, I guess, is getting cheered alongside the Bloodline, I think to myself, we could have another Daniel Bryan yes movement on our hands over the next few months, and that he could be a dark horse for the Royal Rumble. I decided to check what his odds were with the bookies. He was 40-1. So I decided, what harm? I'll throw a tenner on for a long shot.
Tenner?
As the months have progressed and his popularity increased, so did the standings with the bookies, so much so that he's now one of the favourites. I saw that I had an option to cash out for €110.
Cash out.
A tenfold return. But I think, why not keep it in? It'll make the Rumble that much more exciting. Yeah, it will make it
For
exciting.
Sami, is this?
Yeah. Last week, I woke up to wrestling Twitter and Reddit and a panic over rumours of the resales and who it might be too. With talk with some names, including Sami, might walk out. With everyone thinking the sky was falling, I panic and cash out my bet. Within the hour, it appeared the rumours weren't true, and I regretted my momentary panic, as I still think Sami is a contender, and the prospect of €400 coming along with this win would make his victory all the more fun. So to go along with this, what is your favourite instance of someone in the office
got €100.
overreacting to a wrestling-related rumour or news story? P.S. Thank you for all the years of laughs and entertainment. My favourite segment, the Hall of Fame, is the highlight of my Saturday morning dog walk. Sincerely, reigning defending champion of R Squared Circle, Cormac.
Thank you, Cormac.
Thank you, Cormac.
Up the Cormac.
Up the Cormac.
So the question is, when has someone in our office overreacted to a story? I'm guilty of that a lot.
Sam.
I didn't want to name him. I was trying to deflect.
Right.
But no, my example was Sam, yeah.
Eating his hat.
Oh, mine was a different one.
Oh, what was yours?
Mine was when... But it turned out he was right, though. Oh.
Sam,
we're still there. We're still there. Mine was when it was rumoured that WWE were going to make this NXT promotion and kill the Indies. And he was like, they're going to kill the Indies, Jack. And I remember being like, so? And he was totally right. And now the UK scene's never been the same since. So actually, it's not inaccurate. He didn't overreact at all. Reacted correctly. Never mind. Mine's not very good. Can't think of another example.
I'm trying to think of all my mates that fell for rumours back in the day from all the other crap news story websites that would say something like flat out say like Saudi Arabia buying WWE and all the other stuff.
Tom's so on it with the news. He must have done it at some point.
Where were we? I can't remember.
We were talking about wrestling rumours and people overreacting.
Oh, yeah. Sam's the big one just because he said he would eat his hat.
Was that about Moxley leaving being at work?
Yeah.
Yes. Classic.
I'll eat my hat if it's true, he said. And thus forth he did.
Didn't he underreact because he didn't eat his hat for a while?
Maybe, yeah.
He still hadn't put away a lot of licorice that day. Or was it fondant? I forget what it was now.
I'm guilty of it a lot.
To help it pass, you mean?
No, he couldn't eat a literal hat, could he? That would be a bit unhealthy.
God, that's what I thought. Like,
we got a trilby and wrapped it in. It was either icing or licorice or something.
Ah.
And then he took the trilby out and ate all the sickly.
I'm guilty of it at shows I'm attending, because then you convince yourself the show I'm going to is going to be the most consequential, important show in wrestling history. So, like, first WrestleMania was the one in Dallas out of the two I've been to, and that main event was Roman Reigns versus Triple H. And I think we'd all convinced, well, I certainly had convinced myself too much that they're not just going to have Roman beat Triple H. It's not going to be that simple. And I think the chatter amongst fans that we met that weekend seemed to be, unless this was again just me convincing myself, that Balor was going to lead a Bullet Club invasion of the main event. And like...
Again, it's why...
And then Too Sweet Triple H. And I remember every time there was like a double down or like every time something happened in the match where there was a slow portion. Yeah. But it wasn't just me. I noticed that the people in the crowd doing it would all turn to the entrance. What's going on over there? Who's there?
I know what I overreacted to and thought, oh, this might be nice. When a certain New Japan lad who was beefing with a certain other wrestling YouTube thing was atting people going, yeah, I'll watch you guys instead. I'll fly you guys over. And then nothing happened.
Oh, Mr. Tonga.
Yeah. I thought that was real. I didn't realize this all part. There's like, oh, right.
Well, we didn't either at first.
Oh.
You thought he'd flown us over?
No, like, he was like, I'll, do this and that. And when we do this at Mania, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this might happen. So I was like, DM'd him like, hi. And they're like, oh, right.
The bit before that, when me and Sam and Richard Tubman in Japan were there, was like he just started doing his I'm now the good guy, Tama Tonga, I'm the nice one. And then he'd seen that we were there and just sent us a DM, said like, I think it was to help the gimmick. Yeah. But, I mean, he was lovely to us. It was really good. But I don't know about the question. It's hard to... Yeah, we overreact to everything here, wrestling fans.
We do, because we love wrestling.
Yeah.
Hello, Mafu and his good trousers and friends. Oh, the Usos are like really good at listing people's names. That's their signature move. Pikachu has Thunderbolt.
Listing.
Leonardo DiCaprio has younger lovers. And the Usos have listing people's names.
There's like too many jokes at once there in this email.
But this made me realize they have stolen Ross and Jobbers.
Give it time to breathe, kid. Give the spots time to breathe in the sentences.
It's all about the little things.
Yeah.
This made me realize they have stolen Ross and Jobbers' signature move of listing names.
Our signature move?
You know, that thing you always do.
Reference to?
Hence, is that not supposed to be whatever happened to that wrestler? That's a big list of names.
Well, yeah, it's Adam.
I thought they meant that me and Ross started off as list writers for a popular website. Maybe it's that.
Oh, okay.
We're content creators, and that's a lot of the time we did list-based content, maybe.
Top 10 names.
Yeah, like that sort of thing.
Number 1, Andre. Hence, I think they could easily swap the bloodline for the Cultaholic officers.
Yeah. Yes, we could.
What other wrestle people do you think would fit in well at Cultaholic?
That's a good question.
In brackets, I would like to see Andre Chase watch Golden Balls.
Wait. He'd be on Adam's streams.
From Luton Town's former point guard, Dog Boatman, a.k.a. Harry.
Point guards at basketball.
Did an AI write
so
this?
Much stuff going on.
An AI read 100 of our emails, and this is what they wrote. Thank you very much, Harry.
He's been hit with jokes left, right, and centre.
That could be true, actually, like an AI writing that. Using that, I forget what it's called now. Marquez told me about it over Christmas.
What an insult to that poor person who's written that. I think it's really like a computer wrote it.
Yeah. What other wrestle people do you think would fit in well with Cultaholic?
Who was that from, sorry, again? I know Luton Town's former point guard.
Harry.
Thank you, Harry.
Harry.exe.
There have been a handful of wrestlers who have been in these walls.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry, Will Ospreay, Paul London. It's a weird combination.
That's right, man,
it's
Paul
a
London.
really weird combination.
Oh, it was so cool.
I think they all fit in marvelously.
We went eating at Reds afterwards. It was so cool.
Yeah, he went off with you.
Yeah.
Bye, Paul London. Oh, bye, guys. I'm off with my cool friend Matthew now.
Used and spat
Yeah, we did,
out.
Well, we didn't talk for a while
Matthew
now.
pulled him outside on his bike and went, vroom, vroom. Come on, babe.
I need a cool rider. Cool. How are we bringing up Grease 2 again? Please, God.
Paul London was like...
I was thinking you meant like Wallace and Gromit's bike.
Oh.
Get the sidecar there, Paul.
I meant like when the bad boy comes to pick up the girl. Like, you know, like in The Simpsons where Jessica Lovejoy... Yeah.
Come on, babe, he said. And I went, all right, that's me. I'm babe.
You said that to him. Come on, babe.
We both looked at each other's eyes. It was lovely.
And then he flipped the motorbike down the. Tired.
I think Rusev.
What are we talking about?
Miro would fit in well here.
Really?
Because he's jacked, right? He's jacked, and he's a little bit silly. So I think he'd fit in well. Yeah,
that's
like
right.
all of us around this table.
I'm trying to think of who would fit in well, specifically in Unit 5, because they've got their own brand of humour down here.
Bloody, what's his face?
Because for those who don't know, there's 2 buildings in this
love the
office,
office divide.
and this one that we record this in is generally populated by like the editors, and they've got their own funny. You edit as well, you know.
Editors are
So
a type of person.
everything's a reference, isn't it, Joel? It's all reference based.
Yeah.
It's all
Like this email.
inside jokes.
Joel saying inside jokes.
Chris Jericho.
Down here.
Yeah.
No, he'd try and be the
All the
alpha dog.
all the
He got ill
buzzwords.
last time he was
yeah,
here.
true.
Buzzwords and catchphrases.
That is true.
You'd love it.
I think the New Day would like it down here.
New Day, a great choice. 'Cause they can do
Upstairs.
triple jump afterwards.
Upstairs
gamers.
would be like the Good Brothers, the cool kids, and downstairs
The
would be
Good
the
Brothers.
New Day. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
all right.
yeah. We calling Doc, bringing the whiskey in. All right, lads,
we
clock off.
need a lift for Gallows to go upstairs.
We're creatives upstairs. We write things. you know?
Bastion Booger would fit in down here because it's filthy.
It's just the kitchen. The kitchen. Our kitchen's better. than their
Smells
kitchen.
funny.
Kitchen's better.
Filthy boys down here. It's like a frat house.
Who's? Oh, not the frat boys.
Juice and Domino might fit in here then, since it's like a frat house.
Well, Andre Chase University.
Frat boys.
Yeah.
The boogie man. Wouldn't even notice the smell. Oh, there he is. That's the worms.
What? I heard that the cleaners clean your kitchen as well.
Really? Our bathrooms never get touched. Really? Disgusting.
Well, good reason.
The cleaners do the bathroom.
Not ours anymore, because our Unit 6 is not a communal area anymore. We own all the rooms, don't we? They only do Unit 5 because some other tossers are upstairs.
All right,
I
then.
don't know who's upstairs.
All right,
I'm
then.
sure they're lovely people. I don't know why I said that.
I've had really brief interactions with them. I had to sneak upstairs once, like Metal Gear Solid, because
Yeah, it's all references to these editors.
someone had said I've accidentally left the office unlocked one night,
Oh, I remember that.
and I had to creep back because I lived closest at the time, and crept upstairs, being like, "Hello," and there was one woman in there working late, and I think I nearly scared her to death, but it was okay in the end. She appreciated me checking. Anyway.
All right, so we need TL Hopper for upstairs.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Great. Thank you very much, Harry Dog Boatman, or whatever computer AI wrote that. Really
No,
appreciate
I feel bad
you
for Harry.
or anybody else, or however you send these questions. We're very fascinated by them all. It gives us an amazing insight. Also, I like that guy saying that's your favorite segment, the Hall of Fame. Let us know what your favorite segment is.
It's everyone's
in the
favorite. The
podcast.
Hall of Fame is everyone's favorite. Now it's time for
Are there any
everyone's
others,
favorite
though?
segment.
It's interesting to get feedback and see what's actually working and stuff
Okay.
we're doing just because we think it's funny.
Yeah.
What are you looking at? Oh my god! I can buy that.
Are you in Newcastle chat there, Joel?
Sorry.
Slack.
Thank you very much. Mailbag. Get away. Mailbag at cultaholic.com.
That link there, yeah.
Are we showing this on camera?
Yeah, we'll show this on camera just in case people are
And again,
interested.
because we're really dedicated to the podcast, we're looking at.
Oh, no!
Make sure you click the right one. Yeah, you click the right one that
Yay.
time. Good.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
Scary. Original.
It looks like it.
470
Can you click
pounds.
the other pictures?
It's gonna be.
Oh, yes, it's 6 days and nights. It's like when Kurt Angle got pushed off that ledge. Oh my god, that's horrifying.
Oh no!
No one should ever see Mr. Blobby like
What?
There's a goat sea of Blobby.
What's that?
That's him.
Hover over to Zoom, please, Joel.
that's the view.
Oh, that's his eye sockets, right?
What a view.
How did he run in that?
Oh god. Oh. Why did we need a close up of his eye?
Hover to Zoom, please, Joel. I reckon that's Noel Edmonds' real hair. Turn a straw over the
Oh, good. Gives a
It's gonna be mad when Pacitti rocks up to the summer party dressed as Mr. Blobby.
There's Kurt Angle again.
Oh, let's end
well,
this
that's the end of the segment there.
Wait, hang on. That's got 6 days. You'd only know that was there if you had that as a saved search on eBay.
We need to start the podcast an hour earlier next week so we can watch the finale, see who gets it, and for how much.
Oh.
12.19 next week.
Did you actually do that? I'm game for
Can you
that.
favorite that? Favorite that. Bring it with you next time.
You're going to need to remember next week. It starts now earlier. Why? Because we're watching.
The match is on. Mailbag at cultaholic.com. Time for some wrist piss. Ope con e up diddlers. Ope. Have you missed out the T in tope? Look, Ope.
I think it was a Yorkshire accent. Ope
con e up diddlers. All right. I was thinking the other day how many wrestlers were called Drake. Which
No, there's a lot. There's a lot. That is true.
these questions get better. Which prompted me to send you this. Imagine Tony Khan has purchased all the wrestling and maybe the ability to bring the dead back to life and has booked a show where all the matches are between wrestlers with the same name. The card is below. Who are you picking to win each match? All right, have a quick look at this. Oh, God, there's a few diddlers in here. All right, we'll go quickest.
Oh, no.
thought
Is there
first.
actually? I didn't check.
No.
I'll leave it blank. We'll find out, won't we, in real time. Jack Ross, me. Who's going to win between Drake Maverick, JD Drake, HD Drake, Eli Drake? Yeah. Drake younger before he went weird, it says here.
Oh no. Is that it? I'm gonna stay loyal and go for HT Drake.
Bollocks to that. Eli Drake.
Oh, I'm picking JD Drake, Master Bowler of Alberhausen.
Oh.
Brian Danielson, Brian Kendrick, or Brian Cage.
Brian Danielson.
Danielson.
The best of the three there.
There we go.
Oh, come on.
Bruiser Brody, Brody King, Brody Lee.
They're all good. Brody. I'll go with Brody Lee. I think because I've just seen the most of him out of the three.
I was going to go Brody Lee as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of Bruiser Brody.
I've not seen much of Bruiser Brody. You know.
I do like Brody King, though. He's growing up.
Yeah, he's very good.
Walking through crowded areas going,
Yeah. An easy match out of Beluga. John Cena, JBL, John Moxley.
John Cena. I don't know what to say. Yeah, John Cena.
it's got to be Cena on it, the biggest
No,
one.
I've got to go with Moxley. I can relate to him more.
Shows your lack of understanding of the business.
Yes,
That's a
it
comment
does.
me and Fraser got on a tier list last week because we were lambasting Karrion Kross because I was calling him boring. They're like,
That shows.
the fact that you're saying he's boring shows your lack of understanding of the business.
Watch the feet.
And who did that? Was it
Huh?
KK? 19 whatever?
What?
Karen Cross, man.
Oh, right.
that didn't work. That
Oh.
didn't work, sorry.
KK. Where's this going?
That's right, it was a daft racist. Anyway, Prince Amin, Prince Puma, Prince David.
Prince Amin all day.
Mean all day, yeah.
Yeah, big Amin.
And all night.
Yeah.
Oh.
The richest man in professional wrestling. The Prince of Gujarat, India. Yeah.
I miss seeing him.
Yeah, me too.
Joe Henry, Samoa Joe, Joe Coffey, or Joe Gacy.
Depends if it's a man's pub or not. If it's not, I'll go for Hendry.
I'll go for Hendry because I don't think the other ones will come to the office and complain.
Yeah, good point.
He's
yeah.
the only one who knows where we were.
Yeah, good point.
Lovely dog, though.
Brock Lesnar or Brock Anderson?
Wait,
Anderson.
you've gone Brock Lesnar or Brock Anderson. I'm going to go for Lesnar, I think.
I'll go for Lesnar as well.
Oh, it's tough. Oh, I'll go on Lesnar. Why not? Mark Andrews, Mark Davies, Mark Coffey.
I see Mark Andrews. I've never met him. I see him as a bit of a spirit animal of mine. He's a pop punk boy. I'll go for him.
I'll take a chance because I don't know much about his back character or what he's done in his personal life or whatever. But Mark Davis, I enjoy the cavalcade of him just flattening fools with his little Australian friend who's not little,
Just
he looks like
skinnier, yeah.
a young Ronaldo. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see, that was a Briscoe's promo I rewatched yesterday as well. Just before they face Aussie Open, they're going like, they don't know who they are. And he's like, you know Aussie Open, the long boy and the burly boy. He's like, oh, the burly boy.
Yeah, I'm picking the burly boy.
But the green britches, they wear green sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
They tag with Bill. Bill? Like, Bill.
Sami Zayn, Sami Callihan, or Sami Guevara.
Sami Zayn, the man of the moment.
Zayn, yeah.
Yeah. Trent Beretta or Trent Seven?
Another man I see as my spirit animal, Trent Beretta.
Why?
Because the
Because you love your mom.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But also, it's her birthday soon. Need to get her something. But also, in shoot interviews, the best friends interviews they do.
Yeah.
I just agree with a lot of he doesn't like. At one point, someone puts their arm around him and he goes, "Ugh," and Chuck goes, he doesn't like being touched. Weird. And I'm like, no, I get it. I don't want a stranger putting their arm around me.
A stranger.
It was
Is
someone
it
who
like
didn't.
somebody wrestled for 3 years or something?
Probably, yeah, probably was.
I'll go Trent 7. Got more in common.
Okay.
I'll say Trent 7 because he's older than everybody else, and I can relate to that. Will Ospreay, William Regal, or William Morrissey?
W. Morrissey. Although he's not called that anymore. He's called Big Bill. I'll go Big Bill.
Regal.
Regal.
Osprey also knows where the office is, so I'll go Osprey.
Oh, Deputy Chief Inspector Dunn, Pete Dunne, or Kevin Dunn?
I'll be going for Pete Dunne.
Booch!
Yeah. Yeah, the famous French wrestler. Booch.
Le Booch.
Steve Austin, Austin Theory, Lana Austin, or Ace Austin?
Lana Austin once opened a beer bottle for me with her teeth, so I'm going for Lana Austin.
Oh, I'll flinch whenever I see that.
Yeah, I did as well, but it worked.
Stone Cold Steve has lovely dogs, so I'd go and pet them.
Lana Austin. I like her.
A legend of the UK scene.
Yeah, just seeing the UK wrestling scene going good. I don't know what she's doing now, like.
Still wrestling.
Good.
She might be Progress Women's Champion.
Who knows? Carl Fletcher or Kyle O'Reilly?
It's only a Google away. If you want, I can
That's
do
too
it
much
if you want.
effort.
Kyle, what?
Carl Fletcher or Kyle O'Reilly?
Oh, I like O'Reilly. I like them both, but I'll go for O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. UE era, specifically.
Yeah, not when he was in the woods with Vaughn.
Fletcher. I'm missing him, Russell. Tyler Bate, Tyler Black, or Tyler Breeze?
Let's go, Chuck Taylor. You're the best wrestler in the world. You're in way better shape than Tyler Black. Tyler Black.
What was it? Breeze, Black, or
Bate.
His
Oh,
brief is it's what Russell
Breeze
says.
Beef is
Yeah.
brilliant. I'll go Black.
I'm being breezy today.
Have you seen the 4 lads who play Uno, Breeze and
Yeah.
Cole, and they've done a music video?
No, actually.
It's weird. Cesaro is Claudio is uncomfortable.
Oh, good.
The other 3 are hamming it up. He's a bit classier than that.
Is he?
What does that mean?
Yeah, of course he is.
Santos Escobar,
He's moving on.
Los Ferrales Santos Jr.
Oh yeah,
Is that the big boy?
the Burly Boy. You know what? I met him and he didn't have his mask on and I didn't know who he was and he was so nice and I thought he's a lovely man and then it turned out to be him and he sounded and it's the only time I heard him do his real voice and he was dead Welsh, so I'm going for him.
Who was the first one?
Santos
Santos
Escobar.
Escobar.
I'll go for him. Got a lovely pad, hasn't he?
Oh, certainly does.
Go and have a few whiskies with him, talk some business.
I like Santos Jr. Oh, so many great moments. Chris Statlander, Chris Jericho, Chris Buck, Chris Benoit,
Probably go for
Lee Kyle. What are you doing here?
Probably go for Jericho or Statlander. Just any of the others. Oh, Jericho. There we go.
Well, one of the Chris's begins with a J. Oh my
K.
God. Jesus. What?
It's the end of the podcast.
One of
We're
the-
all hungry.
Begins with a K.
So hungry.
I'll go for Jericho.
Jericho's given me so many memories in wrestling, so many moments. Some of them good.
So does one of the other people. Chris Brooks,
Okay.
because he's doing well.
Yeah, he is.
Zack Sabre Jr., Zach Gibson, or Zack Ryder?
Zach. You know what? Zack Ryder. Funny man.
News about him, he's just trademarked Zack Ryder as Matt Cardona today. What does that mean? Because surely if he was going back.
You know.
Is this a red herring?
You know, last week or 2 weeks
Maybe.
ago when Fraser was on,
Yep.
and he said that Ryder and Cardona and Chelsea Green should win the men's and women's Money in the Banks. He was like bragging about that call to Aiden. He's like, on the podcast, guess what I pitched for Money in the Bank? And in the end, I was trying to work and I had my headphones on. And I was sick of him going, oh, yeah, that's good. The reason is, and I had to put in the chat like, can someone come up here and stop Fraser and Aiden from fantasy booking, please?
Oh, that was
That was what that was,
right, right. Oh,
I like him really though. Come on, of
course you do.
Now. He's my podcast boyfriend.
you broke my heart.
What was the options again?
Zack Sabre Jr., Zach Gibson, and Zack Ryder.
Gibson.
Della Rocca from Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, I'm still picking Gibson, like yourself, because what a promo and wrestler.
Oh, you mean
the
Rick
total
Fowler?
package? No. And finally, Commander Stephanie Sterling or Stephanie McMahon.
Only one's been on this channel. Commander
When was-
Stephanie-
oh, I
oh,
see.
like years ago now. Years ago. Sterling.
Yeah.
Yeah, did a straight hell with Commander Stephanie.
Yeah.
So
Oh, twice then on this channel.
yeah,
Oh,
That's right.
well, fair enough.
Yeah, I thought it was like years ago. It wasn't that long ago, but oh.
And look out for Stephanie McMahon's Desert Island Crafts.
Yeah, Stephanie McMahon.
She's out of business now.
Yeah, and Sterling's just getting in it. So thank you for making my commute far more entertaining than it otherwise would be. Former Sheffield United defender Rob Kozluk, aka Stuart from Wakey.
Thank you, Stuart
P.S.
from Wakey.
Tesco's Wakefield is bang average at best.
But is it
Or
better?
Tesco's
It
Wakefield.
probably is better than Wakey Wines.
P.P.S. I once met Prince and me in a car park in Sheffield. He was lovely.
He is lovely.
Wow. That was an epic Reese piece. If you have any to send, you can, of course, send them to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholics.
What a lovely podcast. And just a bit more to go before we do that. The main eventers themselves, the triple threat, the producers of the Call It Wrestling podcast, Chris Ruch.
Routh.
Routh, man.
Like South.
Oh, yeah.
Routh of the South.
bastard.
Don't say that about Chris. Reno 2200.
2200.
2-2-0.
And Noah Anderson.
Anderson. Sometimes I feel like we need a different thing for Reno. He's always in the middle. I want him to get more of a shine.
Yeah, we'll mix it up next time.
In the comments, Reno,
We'll
if you're
forget.
there, let us know.
Yeah.
See what, yeah.
And the big question this week is, who is going to win the Royal Rumbles 2023?
Right, here we go. Should we
Ready for the
start?
hottest takes?
Should we start with the men's one because the choices are more like immediate and it gives me more time to think about the women's one.
Yes, Jack, go ahead.
I think this is who we think's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not what we want.
Not what we want to happen.
It's a different.
Then I
video series,
think
right?
the winner will be probably Cody Rhodes. Now I've said it though. It's in recent weeks it's gotten a bit more complicated, hasn't it?
I believe that Cody was announced so people can get used to the idea that Cody's going to win the Rumble,
That's a good
so
point.
that he won't
Yeah.
get booed out the building.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the opposite. Cody's been announced to trick us into thinking he's definitely going to win the Rumble.
But it's going to be Sami Zayn.
It's going to be Sami Zayn.
Oh,
Or the most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
LA Knight.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine if they have a standoff in the Rumble. The Rock and LA Knight.
Or Bray Wyatt gets eliminated, then comes back as Uncle Howdy, and then
And he's not,
Then he comes-
he's
will
not
win the
Uncle
Rumble.
he comes
Howdy.
back as Dude Love, and blah,
10
blah, blah.
faces of Wyatt. 10
Just, never,
faces.
just like he's half the Rumble.
Husky Harris, what are you doing here?
Good. I'm glad Von Wagner's a guy in this spot.
Oh, Cum could win.
No.
No,
I reckon Cum might get a shot. You know.
Cum's going to win.
I hate
He'll
cum
be in
shots.
it. Do you think NXT people are going to be in it as well, by the way, as a side question?
I think if they're going to have anybody that get in there look good for a bit, it's going to be Kamala Hayes.
Braun Breaker would suit a Rumble format.
Well, he's not going up though. That's a
Cum's
point.
been
Why
on
have someone
more
who's just
Champions
gonna...
have been on it before. I think Adam
Oh,
Cole's been in it when he's
yeah.
been a champion. Gargano.
I reckon Cum's had the most main event appearances if you can read into that.
Oh.
Because they've been doing like a rotation of like main event matches with NXT people.
But he's not going to be familiar to them, is he? He's not going to get like a paw.
Oh no! Well, you'll get one from over here.
Yeah.
Look at a groan.
No, they'll get a wow. Look at the size of him.
If he was walking through an airport, I'd be impressed.
Yeah.
You'd be like, look at that freak.
Is that Bo Beverly's son?
Who do you think's gonna win, Matthew?
Did you just say, look at that freak? What a nasty thing to say.
Did you say look at that freak?
I did.
Is it like, look
Wow.
at that?
I
like,
wish I
physical-
looked like
His
him.
head's
Like,
massive.
oh, I thought you meant maybe in a good way, like how people call LeBron James a freak because he's such a freak athlete.
He is a big lad.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for helping me out there, Jack. I mean, he's so freakishly athletic and tall. You go, wow, he's freakishly tall and athletic. The big head.
You're a
Sami
terrible
Zayn's winning.
Oh, I hope so.
Calling it.
I'm
I've got the hottest thing right now on Raw and SmackDown that isn't already a champion. Reigns can't win it. Lashley, he's kind of maybe joining Hurt Business, so he's a heel. So Rollins is already beefing with Theory.
Yeah.
So doesn't really point out why
I'm
he's
a-
maybe doing that. So
I'm a shameless Cody Rhodes mark and defender, but even I'm like, it's
You're
gonna freeze in it. But even I'll finish talking about this one before it freezes. But even I think that maybe the wiser move now might be to have Sami Zayn win. Yeah.
I want Sammy, but I think Cody.
Oh.
my body's telling me
code.
Stop. You can't reference it.
Oh, yeah, right. Not like all the other non-problematic people referenced. So that's the men's.
Oh, God, yeah. We can't, oh.
The women's is,
So that's less clear, I think.
Yeah.
I think,
Which might be better.
Ripley.
I think Ripley, that was my standout. Like,
Yeah.
Big Al Mammy getting the Big Al win.
Yeah.
Up the mothers.
For the big dummy.
I
For the entire Judgment Day.
Ripley's come close, hasn't she? Twice, maybe?
Yeah.
Been with Bianca both times, maybe? I don't know.
Not with black hair, though.
Yeah.
Not Gothria, yeah. I think that she'll win as well, but I'll guess I'll name a secondary one just to give a bit of... So Becky, they seem to be building up again, maybe?
Becky's another good show.
Yeah.
Mercedes Money.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Maybe Mercedes
Yeah,
Monet.
every week we'll put in the thumbnails so you can click.
Who else is up the top of it? Raquel Rodriguez.
This would be a great time. I think this would be a great time.
Be way too soon, but like, you know.
Especially now there's 2 Rumbles per show now. This would be a great time to actually have some, anyone can win the Rumble, but it's only ever a handful
That's
of
a
people.
good
They could
point.
actually have, like, I don't know, Indy,
Like a
Indy
Raquel.
Hartwell.
Dewdrop.
Tiffy Stratz. Dewdrop.
Piper Niven.
Where's she been?
I don't know, but she's not dead. We had it
Good.
clarified on Twitter by herself.
Oh,
Nikki
She
Ash
said
had a
not dead.
repackaging a while ago.
She's been stalking that poison pixie.
That's right.
Aye.
who's NXT Anonymous? Will Scripts be in the Rumble? Perhaps.
No, because Scripps has been outscripted by NXT Anonymous.
And yeah.
It's time for me to go home, I think. Yeah.
So we all think Rhea Ripley. Probably.
I think Rhea
Yeah.
Ripley.
Who are the champions of it? Charlotte and Bianca. Could be Ronda.
Because they sort of built up Bianca and Rhea before War Games, didn't they? As a singles feud.
Have we seen Ronda since she lost? No.
No.
She might come back in
That's
the Rumble.
so weird,
best.
isn't it?
It's all right. She's not been good for a while.
I guess they're going to build up.
They were doing so well, the SmackDown Women's Division. They just kind of went, whatever, Ronda's a heel.
Has they build up her versus Becky then? in the Rumble? Neither of them need a belt for it. It's a big match.
I reckon Ronda and Shayna could be like women's tag team champion fodder by the time Mania comes around.
Imagine Rhea winning the Rumble and then Prison Dom comes out to celebrate with her.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah,
Can't wait if it happens.
that's what I'm hoping.
Mm.
Wow. But you know who the real winners are going to be?
The fans.
Exactly.
Because it's the Rumble. And no matter how crap wrestling is, there's just something about the Rumble. It's just magic, isn't it? Magic.
Apart from last year, which stunk. But
Bet-
yes,
I bet we were excited before it, though.
we certainly were.
No Shane McMahon this year, though.
Yeah!
We think he could come out. Imagine.
Oh, don't.
Oh, shut up.
Ching ching.
Can you imagine Shane McMahon? So, this has been a lovely
Imagine.
Cultaholic Wrestling podcast. You've been listening to Dulcet Tones of Jack.
Yes.
What do you have on top for? Oh, I'm tired. I'm really hungry. On tap for us.
There
next
is a
Thursday.
weirdest episodes in the works, which should be released, I think, just before the Rumble show itself. Thank you to Luke for editing that one.
Thank you.
And apart from that, I've been editing scripts by our freelancer Jacob, who's been doing a great job. So look up. Hey, he's behind anytime a one goes up. That's like the X worst matches of whatever year.
Ah, there'll be a lot of them.
So yeah, cool.
So he's the one, eh?
Yes. Twitch every Wednesday with Owen at 6 p.m. Twitch.tv/Cultaholic.
Fantastic. You also listen to Dulcet Tones of Ross. What have you got for us?
Big video essay about the madness of the past however many years it's been in professional wrestling. Well, the last year and a bit. And also myself and Tom predicted the WrestleMania card. Tom did a better job than me because he paid attention to the news articles that go around. Whereas I forgot they existed for the little bit of time before that video where we were making up the cards ourselves. But I think that's coming out this Monday. I think that's coming out. And then there's also another thing, which I don't know what it is yet, and that'll be on when it happens. So
A man of mystery. That's right. You heard it first.
and I'll be back on Twitch on Wednesday at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock kickoff.
Ooh,
Up the pools.
up the pools. And you listen to Mafu, who will be reading more of Bret Hart's book
Where are you up to?
on Sunday. He's just about to join the WWF because his dad's sold out. He's going to join that. He's a bit rubbish right now, but he's getting paid lots, so he's happy. And someone's had the idea of putting him and Jim the Anvil Neidhart together. Some sort of foundation or
Has he
the
mentioned
brain or the liver. I forget which.
Has he mentioned yet how handsome he is himself?
I remember reading that the first time. Not writing that.
There's,
Yeah.
you know, in the middle of the book where there's like pictures.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 sections of pictures in the Bret Hart one, and one of them has the caption like, it's meant to be self-deprecating, but it's not. It's like him on front of a magazine. It goes like, a good-looking guy, or so even all the boys told me.
I remember that. Greg Valentine, they took that photo and he's all like drippy, basically his hair.
Oh, he looks
all
fantastic. He
He's
looks
like,
great.
Oh, and Greg Valentine says something along the lines of, as well as I can say it on the podcast, Brett, I'd shag you.
Okay.
On that happy thought, patreon.com/cultaholic for the Hall of Fame, mailbag at cultaholic.com for everything else. This has been Joel.
Thank you, Joel.
It's obviously Joel Holland, who does the Hootenanny, the New Year's celebration every year. And you
Oh, yeah.
have been magnificent. I just realised that myself.
School's coming back now, innit, Joel?
I bet you've heard that a lot. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You play the piano.
So on the count of 3, we'll say something. We'll do the Bruce Forsyth and point,
Okay.
right? The count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Bruce Forsyth. And point. I didn't think that went through at all.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, no, crap.